I don't want the
Oh.
cheapest air traffic control system. I don't want the cheapest
Crunchy.
military weapons. I don't want the cheapest spaceships. I live in America. We have the best shit.
Businesses do the
I don't
cheapest
care what it
thing.
fucking costs.
Military grade
That's-
actually go stands
How
for.
government
Military
contracts work.
grade means literally the cheapest, most viable contract. Somebody that can fulfill it. It's the cheapest, literally. So when you hear things say military grade, it is the cheapest, most mass-produced thing that can be done. It is not the best. That is why a lot of
Which is
tier 1
ignorant
people
because
use.
martial before
But
civil.
tell me, but tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why anything is ever more important than how our federal government builds relationships with other nations and maintains the perspective of the United States as someone who's capable of providing both aid as well as being beneficial
What?
when there's changes happening in one of our partners.
And why is
There's
someone
nothing more
eating,
easy
bro?
than that.
Like, you
Like,
couldn't
if the
fucking
country
wait?
itself is not doing well,
What
why
are
would we
you
care about other
doing?
nations? Like, that's like the easiest dunk you've ever
Like, what do you just zone? You just vibing? You just get on a panel and you're like, you know what, I need a fucking snacky.
We
Like,
cannot
what?
actually finance that. Every free trade that exists goes bye-bye because then somebody else, like somebody decided, Darko says that there will be a void if we leave something. So what happens when we end up going bankrupt or when we can no longer fund our military or somebody else starts producing more ships than us? Because
What?
Do
technically
you think we're
Chinese
gonna stop paying for our fucking military anytime soon? What do you
What are
mean
these
the
nerds
US is
fucking
going
talking
to
about?
go bankrupt? Like what?
What are these nerds
What the
talking
fuck do you
about?
mean?
Is the one that's more open to default than anyone else.
What?
I think Trump was literally suggesting in meetings.
What
that
are
he
these
wants
nerds
to
talking
explore
about,
options to
dude?
Default. Like,
I gotta fucking get
Yeah,
stoned and
he
drunk
knows
about that.
imperialism means dependency. That's what foreign aid is for.
What?
We have to give them money for economic dependency.
What?
I'm
Brother,
not
I
going
cannot
to
do
say-
math like that.
Fiat dollar.
Yeah, but
Oh,
yeah,
what
but
the
there are
fuck?
people like Ayan Hirsi Ali is one person who said, well, yeah, there's imperialism and there was colonialism, but whether or not people agree with her, the opposite thing of what should happen is that the U.S. starts building these contingent relationships, or Europe starts building these contingent relationships where it's like, well, if you do
What
the
the
right thing,
fuck?
we're gonna send you a check. If you do the right thing, we're gonna keep funding these organizations. And so a lot of countries that
Test,
have
test, 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 test.
are already seeking independence paths financially. And Trump is basically saying, well, if we
Yeah,
pull
I
the
mean,
rug
this
out
is
from
some
under
highly
countries, there
regarded
just not
shit.
enough money in
You
the
know, if you
world.
look closely.
It doesn't make it
There
is
isn't.
absurd. You guys
No.
aren't gonna like it. The Gen Z here aren't gonna like it, but it is
Brother,
absurd.
what?
That's all that is it's crazy stuff
What?
its way into our brains and telling us that you have to listen to the guy on your screen. It makes no sense at all.
Wait, what claim did you say makes
I'm
no
in
sense?
favor of foreign independence because that way they can not be crippled by dependency and be more productive economically.
No, that's the opposite of what happens. There are gains from specialization. Usually, when countries are interdependent, they specialize in producing, a product, and that allows them to
Who,
increase their
who
productivity.
Chris?
Then how do you explain the
Who
European
There's a
Chris?
global liquidity crisis.
Well, the
European
European
Union.
Union.
That's right. What do you mean? How do I explain the
Countries.
European Union?
How do you
Medical
explain the
countries.
European
European
Union?
Union is not
There's a
one
global
independent
liquidity
country.
crisis.
We're not independent.
You
Cheap
can't compare
factories.
the European Union.
What?
Can't pay
You
labor.
cannot.
I understand.
no fun.
So the
Answers.
European Union, my point is, they're a free trade zone. They benefit from specialization because there are no
But-
trade barriers between countries in the EU. Like that's
But-
that's half the point of the EU is
They
to be
can't
a
make
trade
money
zone.
without labor. They can't pay
But
the
you
labor.
said a country independent. Countries not independent. If they need to do something, they need the permission of all the UN, all the countries in the European Union to do something.
It's
For
only the
some
U.S. and
things.
Israel. I'm sorry, not to interject, but the U.S. and Israel also have so much control and influence.
Yeah.
In how those packages get sent out.
What? Where did Israel come from?
I have no idea.
What influence
They're
does Israel
a
have?
nuclear state.
Just-
Israel does have some leverage in the world.
Just wait.
Why
Don't
highlight
summarize.
Israel?
At
Yeah,
least for
no,
2
it's-
seconds, we're already on the
Related to
tiny hat,
Spartan
people.
Wealth.
Sorry.
Bro, they like
And on that
drafting.
note,
Jews,
Frito
rich.
Fonzarelli sends in a big 5 and says, "How can you be so confident yet so retarded? He has no arguments, only platitudes. Boot him and bring up Chris so he can see what a true mustache is. It took me a second. I'm like backstage asking, who's Chris? Who's Chris? And then I realized he was probably talking about Chris Lestrange, who is not yet, he's not in the backstage. I don't see him in chat, so I don't know if he's here. But I also don't know who you want to boot either. And Finkel with the big 20 says a government should serve the people, a corporation should serve the owners. But isn't the people the owners of the government? A Grid with the big 5 says pretty sure what has worked into the duck brain is a bit too much soy and peyote.
Peyote.
Peyote?
Peyote.
What's peyote?
You know what that is?
Peyote?
It's a,
It's
it's
a
a,
cactus?
it's a
like
Native
psychedelic
American.
drug.
It's an indigenous
Shit's
psychedelic,
nuts.
a natural
drug.
psychedelic. I guess
Yes.
Indian.
Nailed it.
That's very.
Yes.
That's sort of
Nailed it.
racist for me. to
Pack
say.
it up, boys. I'm done here tonight.
No, they like being called Indians. For the
So-
record.
The universe.
Yeah.
They
not
identify
Native
as
Oh, why we're
Indians.
hating on soy so much.
Because phytoestrogens are fun. You'll learn about it when you're not
Oh.
19.
Yeah, Dark knows so much about Indians.
Yes.
Okay.
I can trace my ancestry back to the Mayflower. All right. I fucked up a lot of these people indirectly.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Jesus.
You did.
Clip it.
I won't feel guilty for saying your ancestry.
And just a
Flip
kind
it.
reminder,
I'm not
I
joining.
still
Too many
have
goobers
Low
here.
Rebuttal backstage, Ryan the Radical
Too many goobers
Coder,
here.
Renaud from Renaud's Notebooks, EOD 696, and First Sport Talk sitting backstage, waiting for you fine folks to do what you got to do and get somebody new on here. You know the drill.
Can I
You
ask
know the
something,
drill.
Sarah? Since there's no questions coming in for super chat, I have something I want Non-Fun and Dr. Darko to answer. So Non-Fun, I want to know if you have a soul, because you did an entire 3 hours on economics. So I would love to see if you and Dr. Darko can talk about MAGA, but like how it actually impacts, like how would it impact me in my life? Let's say I was a huge Trump fan. What would you say back to that?
Most of the things that Trump is doing with the economy are just against your interest. Like, depending on what income level you are, a lot of the cuts to Medicaid that he wants to do, a lot of the cuts to food stamps that he wants to do might end up affecting you. The tariffs will almost certainly end up affecting you, whether directly via higher prices or indirectly through, stock market crashes that then, cause uncertainty, and that reduces business investment. And there's a whole bunch of other things that come with that, especially, the fact that investors are selling their bonds, and that increases yields on bond rates. And that drives up
What?
mortgage rates, that could
It's
affect you as
so.
well.
Yeah.
The fact that, to be fair, he's
Put him in a
kinda
factory.
Sort of walked back from this, but who knows? But I'm sure that he's
Yo, I'll
actually
teach him how to
dedicated
run a
the fact that he
machine.
keeps, saying that
That's
Trump
what's up,
powers
dude.
Cut rates and can't come.
Fuck it. Here, you
His
press this fucking
determination
green
can't come
button
fast
here.
enough that
If it starts fucking up, you
inflation
press the
rate is
red
probably
one.
pretty
I'll be
bad.
back in 10 hours.
These are all things that are
Woo!
just against your
Like,
interests.
honestly, what the fuck,
And you
dude?
could also just be deported.
We educated this
I don't know
motherfucker.
what
We
you
should have
said,
made him do
but,
pull-ups.
Like,
What?
You could just be labeled a terrorist and
Oh, God. Woo.
get rid of you for any reason.
That's true. And
Who
speaking
did
of
that?
getting rid of people for any reason, Geoverse accidentally did
Oh,
says, "I dropped off a
brother.
mistake. Kick someone for me. I'm gonna boot
Sorry,
you,
Biz.
Silverfish, because your light
Loud.
is driving me up a fucking wall." Mo
Oh, who's
is
this
up
animal?
next, and then I have Grid sends in 20 says,
Oh,
James,
you
sorry,
go
buddy,
deep
but I
on
want
it.
to see what
He
Rinald
go
has to
deep on
say.
that.
I need the entertainment, but Ryan is actually next
That's
in line. So
pro
James, we're going
status.
back to the back, and I actually have Ryan.
Oh,
Rinald is
no.
next in line.
Oh,
Next in line.
good lord.
All right.
Oh,
All right,
Okay.
Mo.
now there's some
Tell
opposition.
me what you love about America.
Actually, I have. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear,
No.
brother.
What'd you say?
Can you guys hear me?
Oh,
No, I can't hear
Yeah.
you at all.
Okay,
oh,
great. I actually have a few questions I'd like to ask Darko.
oh,
Going
brother.
to the topic.
Okay.
What would you consider American
Cool.
culture?
American culture is about being a femboy, non-binary tranny,
Founding principles of the Constitution,
and basically
like
you get a
liberalism
tech
and
job,
republicanism.
or you work at
To a lesser
Amazon,
degree, I'm not
and
huge fan
then
of
you get a
the
wife with 3
hierarchy,
boyfriends, and that's life now
that's
in America.
part of our founding too. But yeah, I think MAGA hates all of us, or well, except for the third.
Well,
So you're
Ryan,
clip it.
Mega hates
Ryan,
all
you
of
didn't
us.
even get to say
Can I say one thing
anything.
first before I
One thing real
go?
fast.
10
Yeah.
minutes. Okay, I think if we can push to the
You're
topic
muted,
and,
Ryan.
be more specific. No, let me talk. So
That was actually
certain
animalistic.
segments of MAGA do hate the founding principles, as were mentioned, like the Constitution, and I'll specifically throw these out. You guys can discuss them or not. But if
Who
you
is
think
MAGA?
that undocumented immigrants,
Because I just
don't
like the
deserve due
saying.
process,
I
or
like it
that,
a lot. Make
executive
America great
branch
again. That
should
sounds like a
enforce
really
court
good
rulings,
deal.
I would say that you hate the
But if
founding
it's
principles of
named
America.
like USAID and they are just trying to make you think, I don't know.
You now have another 10 minutes.
Oh my
and then K2
good
came on
lord,
track and
that's so
wrote in the
fucked up.
chat, He said, "Never mind, use my credit on Meth Man." So that's a total of 30 for you backstage for sure. And we've got Rinyald coming on.
Oh,
Welcome, my friend, to the platform. And Finkel with the Big 10 says,
I'm not going
"God, I
on
don't have big
unless
money.
someone
Nobody
says
can
something
manage who's on and off
in any of my
mics."
chats. Just realized I'm only watching the
But
Twitch one. That's fucked
actually,
up.
and I will
You
say,
could have said
when
something I'll never
the
know.
line is full, I mean, there's a full 5 extra people backstage,
Shit.
right? So if the line is
I'll
full,
never know.
like I don't keep timers at that point. If you get booted, you're just back
I'll
to the
never
back of the
know.
line at that point because
I'll never
I
know if anyone
couldn't,
ever said
like,
anything
I couldn't
ever in any of my
take
chats. That's
Mo
fucked up.
and Rinyald back off screen just to re-enter somebody else. It doesn't
177.
make any sense. So once you get booted, now you have to wait until either somebody else gets booted and you're back in the line shuffle, or if somebody pays to buy you back up, but we'd have to essentially boot.
My
somebody
most
else.
controversial opinion
Steve Lee with
is
the Big 5 says, "Darko, what is your most
the world is already
controversial
anarchy.
opinion?"
Nobody realizes it. But the world is only ever anarchy. And there's just systems formed
non-binary
upon it.
communism is
But it is anarchy. Someday, someone will do something.
What does that even
Like
communism.
in World War II when we dumpstered the Japanese with, you know, atomic bombs. Like that was
non-binary
wild
people
shit.
love
And people
communism.
do wild shit eventually.
That loses me like 3 friends a year.
That's why everyone's on the internet
Postmodern
talking
neo-Marxism,
right now, sharing
stuff.
ideas like electrons,
I'm
like
against
quantum
it.
entanglement. We have all these people thinking the same.
Darko, I've been defending.
It's like gay electrons spinning the
I've
wrong way,
spoken
brother.
about it a ton of people because you guys know how conservative I am. But I've been defending actually like queer ideology on like various discords and stuff recently. I don't know, it's come up a lot. So like I'm not adding you for the view on non-binary, but you know there's it's a very liberating sort of way of thinking about stuff.
Oh yeah, I don't disagree.
Some people
I just
like it. It might be wrong, but it's
yeah. I just
What?
a lot of those people really hate the country.
Oh,
and not
gross.
love the country, and
Ugh, it's full?
the non-binary
I'm
communists
leaving.
think,
Sausage party.
Right.
Isn't
I'm
the
saying it.
statement, though, that all
Ugh,
mandates kind of
can't
fit
spell.
like the no true fallacy? Like, there's facets. I mean, even I agree that there are certain things. That
I can't, because Abe's there. That would be
you meet
disrespectful.
certain ones that are a little more indoctrinated, but you find that with any group of people who
Mo,
feel
can you
passionate
explain
about
what fallacy?
Yo,
you're talking about?
the true
yo.
Scotsman fallacy. Like, it's a.
I just want to get in there and talk shit. I'm just going to talk shit and
Put sugar in his
be
porridge,
shitty.
And then person B says, "Oh, well, my uncle Angus, he's a Scotsman. He puts sugar in his porridge." And then it goes, "Well, he's."
I don't know.
Scotsman. Right. So.
What am I going to say?
That's really what we're talking about here. Because I would consider. I mean.
There's no opposition. There's no op for, dude.
They tend to shape and shift and turn with whoever the populace is currently believing what that.
There's no
current
op
thing
for.
is. But I would say that, yeah, for all intents and purposes, I'm a MAGA supporter. Now, do I like everything this man's done? No. Do I think he's the perfect God's gift to everything? Of course not. Do I think he's a
I'm gonna hit a
businessman?
whip.
Not necessarily, because going back to your other statement about or somebody else said something about he's like anybody who's owned multiple businesses. He hasn't had a single
successful business though.
What am I doing here?
Except for playing a successful businessman on TV. That is his only claim to fame, is being a fucking game show host.
He just became president on accident twice. Like, dude, for fun.
It completely negates
because
the
he has
previous statement,
because
though,
people
that
treat him like he's a great businessman.
Oh, I'm banned.
Shit, oh, that's a gotcha.
Oh, I'm banned.
Yeah, and I didn't make that point.
I know.
point that I'm
Shadow
making is that
ban.
He's a shitty businessman, and he wants to run the country like a business, and he's
What's wrong
shitty
with
at
running
doing
a
that.
country like a business? There are crossovers. By
There
the
are
way, the whole,
crossovers, but
yeah,
that is retarded. Like you shouldn't do that.
no, it's
like
not
again, like
necessarily. It depends on how you do it.
the business,
Everything's
like government
nuanced.
should not be trying to turn
Whoa,
a
whoa,
profit. Like that's not
whoa,
its main
whoa. Spurg Sash.
objective.
It's not.
Spurg
Okay,
Sash.
so its main
I'm
objective is
into
not
it.
to bring
That's
in
fucked
enough
up.
money to support citizens and give the things required to conduct a civilized society and keep things protected. That's not be
Yeah, I mean
considered
that's
profit.
part of what it does, but it's not trying to maximize
So
the
you
return
would
on
agree
investment
that
of
that
every
you would
single
agree
dollar.
then you would agree then that in order to do that you have to have some sort of revenue, whether that's tariffs, taxes.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
So then
Yeah.
it is making a profit.
Not
Headshot.
necessarily. Like I mean, like
What
it
would you
takes
call
Well, it's
it?
not in the
money, it
green.
puts out money.
Might
so
not
I
even
have
be
a-
in the
I
black,
make it a
I have a
fucking
ledger
business.
here, and it's not like it's not in the negative, and it's a positive. I would call that what if I'm a government? It changes magically because I'm a government entity.
Or I mean, no, it's
Twist
it
it
would still
harder.
be a profit.
Like,
The
what? It's just
government's
fucking.
purpose
So
is not to
Just
maximize
twisting
profit.
away.
More profit is better, right? You want to get down to
For a
terms?
business. Yes.
For any entity. If we have more,
Hold
if we
up.
have more money as a
Wait a
government, if
minute.
we are a wealthier
What is up with the
nation,
fucking
we will have more money
civil
to spend on
fucking
what we do.
disobedience
We are the
around this shit? So
wealthiest
when you're trying to
nation
talk
in the
logic, it's just
world.
like, what the
Who cares?
fucking semantics and words and
Apparently
fucking
you. Like I don't know.
pronouns?
I don't know.
That
Who cares
seems
if
to
we-
be
who
something
cares
you
if
care
we-
about.
Who cares? Exactly, I do, and I want.
190 people watching. Thank good
If
lord.
it
Hey.
keeps going that way, then who
Otherwise, I
cares
wouldn't
about
be
party?
here.
Just because you're good at something doesn't mean you hang up your hat and say, "Well, I'm done. I should never try to achieve higher heights. I should just give it up."
No, it's not that we can't get out of a budget deficit and have a surplus from
Isn't Lit
like, there's nothing wrong with
Pearson's
that.
for
I'm all for
for
it, if it
dicks?
makes
No, I'm
sense,
joking.
but,
Being
like, I don't
facetious, but
think necessarily that like the idea of having a budget surplus is like good intrinsically.
Why?
Like a government isn't like beholden to shareholders to turn
Why?
a profit.
this motherfucker all over.
What do you mean? I mean, sure, we could save a crazy amount of money if we stopped paying for lawyers for people.
All right,
when they
let's
were
try to get
charged
back in.
crimes
I
who can't
think
afford
I am
them.
fully banned.
We could just
Recording
fire
tells
every
us that-
judge, every public
Is there a
defender.
lot of people in it?
What is
Because I'm
inherently
feeling
bad about
shadow
having a surplus
banned.
of money
I
and being
didn't say it was
successful?
inherently bad.
Shadow
I'm saying having a
banned.
budget surplus isn't necessarily
it's a joke.
inherently good.
But actually,
Those
though,
are
what
not
the fuck?
Those are not equivalent statements.
Why
Those
not?
are
If I
kinda
go-
nerds.
If I go to my bank account and have
What do
a
you mean?
surplus, that's beautiful.
Okay, whoa, real quick. You understand that there is good, there's bad, and there's neutral, right? Those are like three like moral like evaluations that we can make on any given thing.
I don't know if you would attach a moral standing to it. You'd have to give me the context.
Well, good is a like a normative statement, right?
Business.
Is a no- sure. I'll give you that.
Yeah, sure. So like when you say we ought to have a budget surplus, I don't know if that's necessarily true.
No, I was asking what was inherently bad about having.
I didn't say
surplus.
I'm not saying we ought not have a budget
Oh,
surplus.
Jesus.
I'm just saying like I
Oh,
don't know.
no
like,
one knows what I'm
sometimes
saying.
Having
Would
a
you agree that
When I
sometimes
say
that is
that.
better? Would you agree that
It's like
better
saying
than having
Jesus, but with a
like
lith.
having,
or,
negative?
sorry.
A-
Okay, yeah, sorry. When you
negative.
say negative surplus, you mean
Sorry, yeah, I missed
a deficit.
A
yeah,
negative.
No,
right,
no, you're
right.
good. No. You didn't misspeak. That made sense. Just had to think about it for a second. But yeah, I mean, again, like a surplus in a business is good.
Search
because then
Lean
you have
Boy.
more capital
No.
for reinvestment. You can
Right.
return, like value to shareholders. Yeah, like
Right.
that's necessarily good
And
because that is
wouldn't
the.
we
I don't
purpose of that
understand.
business.
Wouldn't the taxpayers be the shareholders in
What
this
they're talking about. It's super boring.
example of a business? That,
I mean, you could try to frame it that way, but again, like a government doesn't exist to maximize
what I'm saying
profit.
is there's a lot of similarities, right?
What is
So-
the similarity?
We just went over similarities. You
No,
just by your own admission.
Okay. So do you want the cheapest and most efficient
Oh
like
my
air traffic
god.
control
Only-
systems,
only-
spaceships, military? Like do you just
only
want like the
businesses-
cheapest version of that?
What the fuck?
I'd like to address this. Businesses that do a race to the bottom to spend the least amount
Not.
of money on
Oh my
products,
god.
those businesses are usually very poor and they're not great. I personally have interfaced with plenty of businesses, very successful multi-million-dollar businesses that would rather pay a little more for a quality product. So the idea that just because it's ran like a business and you want to spend money where efficiently doesn't mean that you're a race to the bottom to get the cheapest thing there is. Not all businesses operate that way. There's a wide range of how businesses operate. Some businesses, do exactly, to be fair, do exactly what you're talking about, where it's a race to the bottom. Hey, give me the cheapest shit you got, and then they're usually the most ghetto horrible business you can deal with.
So again, we could cut a lot of our costs. We could be way more efficient, and
sure,
we could just have like a better system if we just cut all the judges.
Ooh, Ivory caught mid-yawn here, dumpster shot.
Police people, decide whether or not you get executed on the fucking road. And that would be cheaper. It'd be way more.
Oh man, let's get on there with Fight Sports Talk. He's a little bit racist. You can tell he's a little bit racist. Something about South Africa. I almost said it right.
No. That would just increase GDP.
It's full.
Other people would
it's full. I've been banned.
Paid to clean that up. And
Darka, the problem with your argument is that a budget surplus isn't necessarily good for a business either, right? Like you have to be consistent with how you're going to be pedantic.
Is that Ronald?
Well, I mean, it depends. On
Weasley?
That surplus is revenue, or if it's
is that Ronald Weasley?
Shareholders, or if it's reinvested.
They're achieving the same ends and spending.
Never mind.
And I'll hand it over to you, Fight Sport. But Jeremy paid a big tent, and he said since we
it could be. Maybe I'm a little retarded, but I don't know. That looks like older Ronald Weasley.
So, as of now, back.
Hopefully, no one saw that.
Where'd Gio go? Gio, if you come back in, Gio is next. It looks like he keeps getting booted or something. Gio's next in line. Then Sarcasm, Saint of Sarcasm. Then we go back to James Life Talks, Ryan, and Non-Fawn. Okay? So if you want to get any one of those up here, you know what to do.
Well, I can just offer something to Darko and Ivory. Salute to everyone. I agree there's plenty of things to be critical of Trump for. Like, nobody should be praised blindly. Like, you do that, you're going to
have a
problem. But when it comes to Trump, the question of this panel, MAGA hates American culture, could not disagree more. I mean, talking about a surplus, I agree, it's not the be-all, end-all, but it's better than being in debt, partly because the value of your dollar goes down the drain the more you are in debt.
Like what Trump's doing now? You're a fucking bonger. Why do I care about? Okay, tell me how you know about American culture.
You print money, it goes down too.
Well, if you can stop talking for a second, it's better than again.
You're a fucking Kiwi.
Darko, and you're just spazzing out when I barely got a sentence off. It's better than what we had before because these guys were just borrowing like drunken sailors and they weren't even addressing these topics. Trump,
what do you mean?
I agree.
Trump ran record.
I'll win this fucking fight.
For no reason.
How about you stop spazzing out? For barely gone a word off.
Oh, dude.
Because you're retarded. You're a retarded.
Yo, what?
I didn't never claim to be.
I think you hit a nerve there, Fight Sport. I think you did.
You are spazzing out. Barely got a sentence off. Like
so loud.
Like you're the reason why.
You won't
let me interrupt for just a second. I
shit.
need to go tend to a child momentarily.
That's super
who has,
loud.
Been awoken. I'm going to leave Honest Abe in my stead to take control over the panel. If he says shut up, you shut the fuck up. And if I come back, I'm going to be a few minutes, okay? I'm going to be like 3 to 5 minutes. If he tells you to shut up and you don't shut up, when I get back and I ask for the behavior report from Honest Abe, and he tells me this person didn't listen, well, you get the boot. You can wait backstage until I feel like you belong back up again, okay? Everybody understand what I just said?
How can we trust him?
Because he's Honest Abe. Honest Abe, the floor is yours to control. Fight Sport, I believe you were talking last. All right, I'll be back.
That hat's full of nothing but brain. That's
sure.
That's his brain.
Abe, do I go next or?
I mean, you were already going. Like, please, can you really condense it down to like something less than 4 minutes?
Okay, okay. What Trump is doing? Okay,
crazy, bro.
Again, if you want to criticize him, fair enough. But when you say he hates American culture, we really have to compare him to what we had before. And what we had before was anti-American, woke. I know some people on this panel, like you, get triggered every time I use that word, woke tards. it's what Trump is pushing is more American,
Commies.
closer to what American was founded on than what we had before. So therefore, I don't really see how you can complain that much. I already described the benefits of having a surplus.
I mean,
Go
Trump
ahead.
did
Sure.
come
So
out-
again, you're like, so you're just like, oh, so no, you like this is
dude.
exactly what I was talking about. Like, none of MAGA can substantiate any point besides like, well, but the Democrats though, like again, like just like, oh, well, actually
These
everything was
fucking
worse
nerds
before
and
and it's
snake
better now,
believe
and
my
like you
bro.
know, and it'll be better later, totally.
Crazy.
I haven't heard you refute the idea that a surplus is actually good for the United States economy. I mean, you
I didn't say that it's.
but you did say that operating a company is a different thing than operating a government, and that profits are good for companies and not necessarily good for governments. That implies to me that somehow operating in deficit is not a detriment to the economy, which in fact it is.
Or a government is there to protect people's rights, and like a government is not a fucking business. Like, I don't know, like what else you want me to say?
Okay, so how does the government
well,
protect people's rights when it can't even ensure its own solvency? You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Oh, okay, so
Is the U.S. insolvent?
we're getting there. It's not looking good.
What does that
You
mean?
realize
What does that mean? What does that fucking mean?
We've been
What does that
operating
mean?
at
We've been operating fine for
we've been
250
operating at a
fucking years.
deficit for
Josie.
26 years now. And
That's so
the debt
Josie.
just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And
Oh,
the,
wait,
the
and-
only thing
and who was the
Democrats can
last
say,
person-
the
and
only
who was
thing
the last person
Democrats
to
can ever
not
say
run
is
a
that we need to
deficit?
spend more money, we need to print more money, we need to
Oh, so
inflate
like
the dollar
Trump-
words to
so Trump is a
deflate
Democrat now
the
because he
value
ran
of the
record deficits his whole
Yeah,
fucking
the
let's
currency.
stop.
Hey, do you mind if I jump in? Like, yeah, because
Shut up, Pee-wee.
again, Darko, you
Like,
haven't
fuck you,
listened to a
Darko.
single-
What the
all
fuck is
you've-
that? You fucking
all
bitch.
all you've done is call me retarded, call me names, and spaz
Seriously,
out
dude.
like a sensitive woke tard. You're not
Or a
you're not
commie
debating
bitch.
any of the points I brought up. Like, it's again what
Yo,
Trump is doing.
I'm actually
is be-
jealous.
is
What is he
better, his
doing?
Values are
Bring up some actual points.
Animalistic.
It's better.
he's
How is
looking-
it better?
he's looking-
Fucking make
well,
a
you- well,
make
if
a
you
real
can stop
point. Make a
spaz-
fucking
if you
argument.
If you can stop spazzing out for a second.
Seriously, dude.
He's looking to make adjustments to foreign aid. Now, I wish he wouldn't.
How
cut
so?
Foreign aid to, if you stop talking for a second.
In
I
what way?
don't
Or
like-
and why is
Yo,
that
it's
good?
just
No,
question.
because I want you to give like a
It's
real
question
fucking
after
answer to the fucking
question.
I'm
question.
about to,
because you're
but you
obviously
don't-
fucking
you don't want me to
retarded.
talk
Okay,
because I'm,
cool.
because I'm
Lord,
killing your
Okay,
brain
cool.
cells with
Cool,
it.
cool. Go ahead.
Because
Seriously.
I don't. Okay, he's looking to cut foreign aid to Ukraine, which I actually don't like. I wish he would keep that going, but he's looking to at least make
These boys are
adjustments.
fucking
All Joe Biden,
animals.
as you spaz out again, all Joe Biden did was say, here, money here, money here, money here. Never actually comprehended it.
Cool.
because
So like what
his
Trump
brain
is
wasn't
doing for
working.
Israel, while he's cutting aid to Ukraine. Okay, cool, great. So you giving me something you
again,
disagree
as-
with and not
as-
a fucking positive. Again,
as-
give me a fucking
as-
argument.
Jeez, man. Okay, that I just said he's looking to make some adjustments. He's also using American tax dollars to secure the border far more than it's ever been secure before. He's also
This is
looking
kinda
to
boring.
cut back on departments such as education, which have been teaching this blatant anti-American crap for a long time. So, like I said, changes never great. He's brought in Dodge. There's always growing pains. Changes are always scary, but he's at least looking to make some changes. Whereas the vast majority of the recent presidents, being Democrats, again, have just been spend. And as we saw, particularly with the introduction of Barack
Okay,
Obama,
you're literally retarded. Okay, so did Trump run record deficits
Always with the
compared to
ad homs,
Biden?
man.
Did
It's
Trump
always some
spend more
fucking
than Biden
passionate
in his
fucking
first term?
Emotional appeal.
he did, and I didn't like it.
Oh, okay,
But I'm
okay,
talking
okay.
about
So,
now.
okay, so Democrats just want to spend, and Republicans also just want to spend, even more than fucking Democrats. But we're just not going to talk about how Republicans want to spend
Okay, so here's the
because
deal.
it's not convenient to your argument.
Trump
you
got more.
fucking piece
Trump
of shit.
got
Go back
more
to your New
because-
Zealand
Jesus
cunt
fucking Christ,
fucking
dude.
Stonehenge bullshit.
All right, this is
yourself,
going to be
man.
this
This
is
is
hilarious,
ridiculous.
Darko.
Didn't he just
Sorry,
say
I
he didn't
did-
agree with something that Trump did?
Yeah,
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 and I asked him
I-
for a
spending.
positive
Just-
argument for
Well, hold on.
why
I
Trump is
just
doing
did-
what he's
I just-
doing.
Darko, I mentioned several, okay? Look, looking to cut foreign aid. As of right now, he's avoided another conflict with
Okay,
Iran.
why
which
should
is-
he cut foreign aid? Again, I
Can you
need
stop-
positive
can you
arguments here.
stop talk- Can you stop
No,
talking for?
no, I
Get
can't.
closer
You
to
Kiwi,
solvency, dude.
anti-American,
Wait.
treasonous
Fucking
fuck. I
weird.
hope
Sorry,
you're not in my
sorry.
fucking country. And if
Sorry,
you are,
listen.
I hope you get fucking deported
Doc.
once we elect AOC.
Look,
if we have another
This
election.
is the tolerant
Guys,
left, everybody. The tolerant
guys,
left.
No, I'm
Elon,
not the
Elon,
tolerant left.
Elon,
Fuck
Bro,
you.
it's crazy we're making fun
I
of
hate
all good
anti-American,
It's absolutely
whether they're fascists or
Chill,
communists.
yeah,
Fuck you.
chill.
I've got several points. Okay, if you can just hold on for a second. Looking to secure the border. 1, cutting departments such as education.
Yo,
2,
did he go
which
to an art
again have
school?
pushed blatant anti-American crap for too
Need
many
Darko
years.
for a few
It's gonna hurt
Just
spastic
blatant.
idiots.
It's just
generation.
obvious. It's just
It's gonna-
common sense.
it's
If you
gonna-
really
it's
think
gonna-
about
It
it,
is.
It's gonna.
Wait,
it's
do
gonna
you have
hurt
children?
our future. It's gonna hurt our future generations. Which so I'm all in favor of Trump doing that. He's
Our-
Let
looking
the
to-
spastic flow through him and clip
yeah,
it.
because I'm part of the West.
Twist
so
your mustache.
I consider.
Oh wait,
us all
do you
brothers
live
and
here?
sisters.
Do you live here in America?
I don't, but a lot of my close friends
Oh,
and
okay.
family do.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
So I
No, he hasn't
I
been
don't,
wrong
I don't
so
want,
far.
I don't want the future of the West to be taught this blatant anti-American crap. I don't want them to grow up in a guilt society. So that is another positive that Trump is doing. He's also looking to support freedom of choice when it comes to things like schooling, which again helps the future
no, he's
generation.
not.
Whereas
No, he's not. He's
what-
literally
he is.
holding
what-
federal
wait, what-
funding hostage.
Can I say something?
What-
So
if they
fights for
don't
talk-
accept his
Wouldn't
Yeah.
you,
his fucking
Legal
curriculum.
want, let me jump in
Immigration?
real quick. Wouldn't you want Australia to have like a computer science program at a school or something? Like, wouldn't you think that's better than, watching, your countrymen fumble around? and stuff?
State
Like,
education departments
that
usually
better?
fund programs like that, like
I
music
think-
programs and computer labs. It's funded by the
Dr. Demo-
states, not the
all
federal
kinds
government.
of stuff. Like it's
yeah,
it's
Dr.
crazy.
Democrat. As somebody I've gone to several universities, the vast majority of them are crap. I would like a complete reform, but we're not going to get that because we're typically an extremely
Universities
left-wing,
don't cater to retards. I'm sorry,
socialist.
my bad.
They do though. Universities
They
do.
kind of do. Yeah, they really
Listen
do.
to me about. Listen to anyway, Dr.
They do,
Democrat. I
though.
hope that answers your question. I'd like the whole thing to be reformed, but we don't have somebody like Trump who's looking to make
Reformed
these
how?
mega-
I'm just saying like we live in a
How about more
globalized world where things are
less
totally
partisanship?
open. And so, I see government, my opinion is I see government spending when it's done effectively as a way to sort of, I would describe it as bridging the gaps that exist. Like to me, those are the things that are more important, than creating, creating like divisions and stuff like that.
I agree. Creating division's never good, but unfortunately, when one side,
creating division's
which is
never
one
good. So
side-
like what Trump tweeted on Easter
boy,
about like
here
the
he goes
weak
again.
and
Here he
ineffective.
goes again.
Yeah, no, because
Here
you're
he
just
goes
sitting here
again.
filibustering
He's
like a
burning out,
fucking.
Well, I've got-
He's
I've
not
got-
filibustering. He's having a
I've got
conversation with
actual-
somebody else, man. Holy
He's
shit.
He's not having a conversation. No, he's just like,
Shut the fuck up,
it's just
Darko.
bad.
Shut
You
the
just
fuck
really
up.
think about it.
I've got
It's like,
actual-
you know,
I've
it's
got
just like
actual
obvious.
points-
It's just
All right.
patently
actual points and
obvious.
You don't want to hear them. You're just a spastic. You're just a spastic.
What do you think, Ivory?
Dr. Democrat. Yeah, Dr.
Like,
Democrats.
I
I
really,
think,
like, Darko, do you want to convince anyone of anything right now?
I mean, apparently not.
No,
yeah.
I want MAGA fucking deported at this point. I have run out of
Yeah,
patience.
Darko,
Then why?
I'm
Darko,
over convincing
can I
people.
just- can I
They're
just say
traitors to
one?
this fucking country.
Darko,
They support a
Darko,
traitor. Get him the fuck out.
Darko,
They can be on the
Darko,
plane next to
fuck
the
you,
communists.
Are you
Nah.
hosting this
Alright.
whole thing?
Wow.
All
to-
right, I just got to.
Is that the
Okay,
whole point?
Darko's made it clear he doesn't want any discussion, so I'll just point this out. This is the kind of communist traitor that we don't need in the West. You should go live. You should go live in Vladimir Putin's hellhole because you love it so much.
Send him
Wow,
to Guantanamo
yeah,
Bay.
yeah,
Guantanamo Bay with this piece of shit.
I'm gonna get out, guys.
Ooh.
I enjoyed the cut back and forth. Darko, I would like to say that we probably would agree on a lot of things, but I appreciate the back and forth and engaging. So I'll see you guys around next time. Let's
All right,
finish
brother.
strong. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
It's a hell of a pipe, man. Cheers.
Later.
I mean, like, genuinely, is the whole point of this panel just to like scream at MAGA? Is that like all?
I mean,
you're doing?
apparently.
No,
that's
that's
what
not
the
the
whole
whole
topic
point,
was.
but, like,
That's
the
what the whole
retards
topic
are
has
better
been
than
talking
Go,
right
yes.
here. MAGA
One
hates
second.
American culture.
Abe,
MAGA
do you have
hates the
anything for
Constitution.
Eode?
That's
What
great.
else do you
I
expect to
know.
accomplish?
I agree with him,
Wait.
but I mean, like,
Wait,
he's
one
not
second.
Oh,
One
I should
second.
clip it. I
Do
should.
you have anything for
should've
Aben
clipped it.
Renyald based on what fucking Fight Sport Talk was talking about?
What, like, do I have anything to respond to?
Well, I guess my answer to this entire question was that yes,
But
plenty
wokeism,
to
though.
plenty to criticize
Shut the
Trump
fuck
on.
up, Darko.
Kill yourself.
Plenty
Or
to
in a
criticize
video
Trump
game.
on.
Well,
but
that's
the
not
question.
sauce.
All
the question-
right, what the fuck are we doing here? What is going on?
Busted.
Who dropped?
That was
Matt.
the guy with the pipe.
Matt
The
dropped.
pipe was awesome.
Mo did.
Why did Mo drop?
Mo
I was
Rebuttal
just
did.
making I was just making a point for Ivory and Renaud that the answer to this, the question of the stream, MAGA hates American culture. You can criticize it, but in terms of the word hate, I feel it's far closer to American culture that the country was founded on than what we have had, what the West, what America has had for a very long time. So that's why I feel MAGA. Answer the question of the
you're
stream.
making a
MAGA does not
All
hate
right,
American
hold
culture.
on. Let me read these first. Speedy Lee says with a big two, Marxists aren't allowed bank accounts. Thank you very much. The ghost of Pinochet?
Oh,
Pinochet.
Pinochet, thank you.
Yeah,
yeah, twist that mustache. Make sure the hairs are nice and tight so your boyfriend has something to grip onto later, Spurgly. Sarcastic. Hold on, bud. Hold on.
Can we get a double twist? Can we get a double
Sarcastic
twist?
Saint says, "Sorry, we need Radical
I
Coder
should,
back, and we can kick Darko, the big baby, or kick the Ivory Fool. I do respect Ivory Fool, but more,
so
more.
bored
But
right
damn,
now,
kick
dude.
someone." All right, let me get a behavior report first. Abe, was anybody on here particularly acting out? Darko's in the clear because he's the
they
guest
was
of the evening, so he
Spurgin'.
cannot be booted.
I seen
But I
it.
hope you weren't acting like a butt. But
He
Abe,
was.
honest Abe, spit it out.
Well, I think that Darko went a little bit nuts. I think he believes Kiwis are retarded, according to him. But
A little bit racist.
I think that's about
there,
it.
kind
Yeah,
of, or
They're
something.
fruits or vegetables.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Sarah, he just called me
Let's see.
retarded and
It's the changing of
more
words
times than I
that
can
bothers
count,
me the
but
most.
that's
It's
okay.
the semantics of
disagree.
language that is
he
the
just-
J-est part.
I just couldn't.
of
I
their
just couldn't have a
arguments.
debate with
It's
him
like
because
it's
he
they
just
fall
spazzed
back
out
to a
every 5
position that's like,
seconds.
It was
well, what
worse
is
than that. He
And it's
said
like,
you should be
dude, you're
deported.
older
You should be
than
sent away
a
with the
fucking
commies. You
third
shouldn't be
grader. You should know
commenting on
what that
American
is.
politics.
That's
Yada yada yada.
terrible.
To be
Oh,
fair,
why
to be
would you
fair, he
say
doesn't
that?
live in America.
That's just how I feel.
So,
And then,
Well, then
on
he can't
top
be
of it,
deported.
Answer.
well,
he did
We can't.
tell somebody to unalive themselves, basically. In terms.
Oh, he told
of,
me to. Yeah, that's true.
Oh my gosh.
I won't repeat it.
We can't.
Yo, someone called
I mean,
that.
Well,
if I can thank Darko for one thing, thank you for the clip of the year, because you've just been a direct emulation in real time of what we're trying to express while we follow guidelines, for certain channels, platforms, TOCs, and etc. But thank you for honestly allowing us to just hang out, because you've refuted every argument that you've made thus far by your inability of self-control.
Oh, wow.
Oh, murder.
But it's a great ride.
Oh, murder.
Love
Damn,
it.
shots fired. So who should we boot then?
That's crazy.
Because Darko can't be booted. Was anybody else acting like a butt on here? Oh, wow.
Mhm.
All right. Okay. Lost Ronan says Big Five. Darko equals so much soy, bro, is what you get buying Captain Jack Sparrow off of Temu. That's actually pretty fun. Bro wants AOC as president. What a loser. All right. And then Speedy Lee says, Darko, who is your favorite German? Oh,
Angela Merkel, without a doubt.
shots fired. Shots fired.
Terrible.
Okay.
I'd love to mention
Well,
something
Sarah,
too.
I'll tell you what. Sarah, I'll drop out. But first, before I go, I want to say I think Kiwis are based. Fight Sport Talk. You're fucking awesome.
Hell
and
yeah.
cheers, everybody. Thanks
Cheers,
for having me.
homie.
I'll see you around. All right. Cheers.
Thanks, brother.
No problem.
I'd like to mention
All right.
something, mate. To
Pardon me for
oh,
just a moment. I still have a child. Oops. I still have a child going berserk. I'll be right back.
Awesome.
You gotta
Well, I
send
guess
me
just
the-
to-
Awesome.
Real quick, I want to. I want to bring it back to the Constitution stuff that I brought up earlier. But first of all, Fight Sport Talk. When you talk about
POD.
all the allegedly anti-American ideas that are you say are being pushed by the Department of Education, I'm not sure you can substantiate that. But would you be including like things like critical race theory under that? Are these the things that
Disgusting, gross. We need to do
critical
book
race
burnings.
theory, feminism.
For all
and
that
by the
gay
way,
shit.
I did,
Just saying.
Let's start with that one. Like, what is your problem with critical
And-
race theory?
that it is teaching people who are white to feel guilty about stuff that they had absolutely nothing to deal with.
Yeah,
So
that's
would you
just
be
funny.
happy to hear
I'm just saying
that's
that to be
not
funny.
what CRT
Critical race
teaches?
theory could use a book burning here and there.
Gentlemen,
who's been-
I have to interrupt. I have to end my stream. My son just hurt his head very badly in
Oh
such a
my
way where we
good
have to make a
lord.
trip somewhere. I'm very grateful of everybody for
Oh,
tuning in this
oh, no,
evening. I do
no.
apologize, Darko. I know this was your time to shine, but I do have to shut down.
Oh,
I love you all. I'm so sorry. Good night.
Hope it gets well.
Good night.
Thank you, Sarah.
Good luck.
Peace,
oh my
y'all.
gosh.
Yeah, good luck.
Oh my god, no. Muted. All right. Well, damn, dude.
Of this guy is like.
That's crazy.
Have we been? Are we still on or?
Hope it gets well. We are now. I'm gonna throw my stream thing in the terrible.
Oh, I'm streaming it.
We're not still on. The stream has ended.
All right,
Got
can
him
you still
here,
hear me or?
Yeah. No, I can't.
Well, well, if you can still hear me, do you actually want to have a one-on-one debate? Because again, everything you've said about me is wrong. If you can still hear me.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, so you can still hear me. Everything you've said about me has been wrong this entire time. So do you actually want to debate on this, or are you just gonna have another?
Yeah.
hissy fit?
Do you have Discord or do you only use StreamYard?
I'm on Discord. Do you have a Discord?
They're gonna debate
I'm
this
Dr.
behind
Darko on
closed doors.
Discord.
That, my sirs, is gay.
And I'm pretty sure
Ew.
I'm still streaming.
Disgusting.
Okay, I'll
One of the two.
just
No,
one sec,
no,
I'll-
no. Will I
I'll
ever
hit you up
debate
there.
behind closed doors? Hell no. That's freaky. That's that, huh? Damn, dude. I could almost game a little bit. They're actually gonna go. They're actually gonna go. They're gonna go debate on Discord. Ugh. I'm not doing that shit. They're gonna go to Discord, dude. No. Damn. Oof. Damn. That's crazy. Well, sorry, folks. They're gonna go debate behind closed doors, and that's a little freaky. God damn. 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 That's kind of crazy. Maybe I should, Damn. I mean, they're just going to talk. Okay, well, we got the Dr. Darko cam. We got him on cam here. We have eyes on. This guy's wild about it. He is wild, dude. Oh, lost his stream. Fuck, dude. Goddamn. Animalistic. Well, let's run it back. Take a look at some Spurgeon.
Getting pretty base though now. Or maybe that's Janelle.
Crossovers.
All right. Oh, I don't know. Where's this? Oh, right here.
Darko.
He tells me this person didn't listen. Well, you get the boot. You can wait backstage until I feel like you belong back up again. Okay? Everybody
Kinda deaf.
understand what I just said?
How can we trust him?
Because he's honest Abe. Honest Abe.
I know,
the
right?
floor is yours
That was
to
a really
control.
good
Fight
debate,
sword, I
honestly. It
believe
was
you were
getting a little
talking last.
spicy,
All right,
but
I'll be
damn, dude.
That hat's full of nothing but brains.
I was learning. And that's what's up.
Do I go next or?
I mean, you were already
Yeah.
going. Like, please.
But I
can
want
you,
to see
like,
the spurt,
really
dude.
condense it down to
That was some
something like
wildness
4
here.
minutes.
Okay, okay. What Trump is doing?
Oh, yeah,
okay,
it's my stream. I get to do whatever I want now. Hell
again,
yeah.
if you want to criticize him, fair enough. But when you say
I want to
he
see everyone
hates
debate
American
smoking
culture,
weed, though.
we really have to compare him to what we had before. And what we had before was anti-American woke. I know people on this. Some people on this
I know,
panel like
Spur.
you
Oh.
get triggered every time I use that.
Spurger's
word.
building?
Woke
Spurger's,
Trumpers.
Spurger's
It's-
building?
What Trump is pushing
Oh,
is
shit.
more American,
Commies.
closer to what American was founded on than what we had before. So therefore, I don't really see how you can complain that much. I already described the benefits of having a surplus.
I mean,
Go ahead.
Sure. So again, you're like, so you're just like, oh, so no, you. Like,
So
this
people
is
just,
exactly
like,
what I was talking
moderate
about.
this
Like,
shit?
None of MAGA can substantiate any
So
point
that's
besides
crazy.
like, well, but the Democrats though, like again, like just like, oh, well, actually everything was worse
That's a
before, and it's better
reflection.
now, and like and it'll be better later, totally.
I haven't heard you refute the idea that a surplus is actually good for the United States economy. I mean, you
I didn't say that it's.
but
All
you
right,
did
we
say
gotta get
that.
right to the
I
point.
say that we need.
And like,
shit.
government is not a
Little
fucking business. Like,
preview.
I don't know, like what else you want me to say.
Okay, so how does the
Okay,
government
well-
protect people's rights when it can't even ensure its own solvency? You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Oh, okay,
Instant replay.
Is the U.S. insolvent?
We're getting there. It's not.
Oh,
looking
what
good.
does that
You've
mean?
read
before this
What does that
We've been
mean?
operating. We've
What
been
does
operating
that
at a
fucking
deficit.
mean?
We've been
What does that
operating
mean?
at
We've been
a.
operating fine for
We've been
250
operating at a
fucking years.
deficit
Yeah, they were
for
going wild.
26 years now, and the debt just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh,
and
wait,
the
and-
only
and
thing
who's the
Democrats
last
can say.
person-
The
and
only
who's the
thing
last person
Democrats
to
can
not
ever say
run a
is that we need to
deficit?
spend more money, we need to print more money,
Hey,
we need to
so
make
like
dollar
Trump-
words to
Oh, so Trump is
deflate
a Democrat now
the
because he
value
ran
of
record deficits his whole
Jen,
fucking
let
first
her
term.
talk.
Hey, do you mind
Wow.
if I jump in? Like, yeah, because
Shut up, Kiwi.
again, Darko, you
Like,
haven't
fuck you,
realized a
Darko.
single-
What the
all
fuck
you've-
is that? You fucking
all you've-
bitch.
all you've-
That's
all
really
you've
good
done- all
checking
you've
him
done
right
is
there.
call me retarded,
This is a
you
good
call me
mix of
names
guys.
and spaz out
Seriously,
like
dude.
Man.
like a sensitive woke tard. You're not
Or a
you're not
commie
debating
bitch.
any of the points I brought up. Like, it's, again, what Trump
Darko's
is
on
doing
one.
is
What is he
better, his
doing?
values
Bring
are-
up some
Like,
actual points. It's better.
Okay, he's
How is
looking-
it better?
he's looking-
Fucking make
well,
a
you- well,
make
if
a
you
real
can stop
point.
spazzing
Make
Yeah,
a
I don't know.
fucking
It's
argument.
crazy.
If you can
It
stop
does
spazzing
deflate
out
the
for a second.
value
Seriously.
when you're
Look,
losing your
he's looking to
cool.
make adjustments
It's
to,
like shit,
for-
man.
to foreign aid.
I don't
Now,
know.
I wish he wouldn't
how
cut
so?
foreign aid to. If you stop talking for a second,
In
I
what way?
don't
Or,
like-
and why is that
Yeah,
good? No,
quite
because
yelling.
I want you to give like a real fucking answer to the fucking question.
I'm about to
because you're
but you
obviously
don't- you
fucking
don't want me to
retarded.
talk
Okay,
because I'm
cool.
because I'm
Lord,
killing
man.
your
Okay,
brain
cool.
cells.
Cool. Go ahead.
I mean,
because
seriously.
I don't. Okay, he's looking to cut.
Kiwi
foreign
sounds
aid to
derogatory.
Ukraine, which I actually don't like. I wish he would keep that going. But
When he says
he's
it,
looking to at least make
it's-
adjustments.
the way he
All
says it,
Joe
it sounds
Biden-
derogatory. I don't
spaz out
like
again.
that.
All Joe Biden
It's
did
like,
was
I don't
say,
know.
Here, money here, money here, money here.
It,
Never actually
personal
compromised.
attacks will
Cool. So,
always
like, what
defeat
Trump is
someone's
doing
argument
for
in my
Israel,
eyes. Like if
while
I'm
he's
moderating,
cutting
I
aid
feel
to
like personal
Ukraine.
attack, boom,
Okay, great.
you're
So,
done.
Dude, giving me something you
Like, you
disagree
gotta-
with and
you
not
gotta
a
step
fucking
back.
positive. Again, give me a fucking
Yes.
argument.
Jeez, man. Okay.
Talking
now,
over.
I just said he's looking to make some adjustments. He's also.
I guess the thing
he's
about
also using
society
American
now
tax dollars to secure
is
the
that
border, far
not
more
even
than
just
has
'cause of
ever
the
been secured
virtual
before. He's also looking to
wall between
cut back
people,
on
but
Department
just
of
in general in
departments such
society,
as
like
education,
even on the
which have been
streets, you're a
teaching
little
this
less likely to
blatant
get punched in the face
anti-American
for acting like
crap
that.
for a long time. So,
When in
like I
true
said,
reality,
changes
there's no
never-
time
never
for
grows.
that
He's working
shit.
in Dodge.
There's no time for a
There's always,
shitbird,
growing
man.
pains. Changes are always
Like fucking
scary,
why being
but
so
he's at least
fucking
looking to
unique?
make
Why are you
some
trying to fucking think
Whereas
creative?
the vast majority of the recent
Fuck
presidents,
that,
being
dude.
Democrats,
Fall
again,
in
have just
line.
been
Stoop to
spend,
the
spend,
level
spend,
of your
spend, and as we
training.
saw, particularly with the introduction of Barack
Okay,
Obama.
you're literally retarded. Okay, so did Trump run record deficits
And you know,
Always with the
compared to
advice,
Biden?
man.
Did
It's
Trump
always some
spend more
fucking
than Biden
passionate
in his
fucking
first term?
Emotional appeal.
I just honestly,
he
I
did,
am
and
surprised
I
that
didn't like
people
it.
know so
Oh,
much
okay,
about
okay,
this shit.
okay,
And
so-
really, they're
okay,
just
so-
piecing
so
together from
Democrats
like
just wanna spend,
watching
spend, spend,
videos
spend, and
and
Republicans
reading
also
articles.
just
I
wanna
hope they're
spend,
at least
spend,
reading
spend,
the
spend,
articles.
even more than fucking Democrats. But we're just not going to talk about how
Darko was cooking
Republicans
with
want to
fucking
spend.
high
Okay,
octane
so here's the
fucking
deal.
Because it's not
trash.
convenient to your argument.
Trump
you
got
fucking
more-
piece
Trump
of shit. Go
got
back
more-
to
You
your
fucking
New
piece of
Zealand
shit.
retarded
Go back to your
fucking
New Zealand
stonehenge
fucking.
bullshit.
This is
Oh
gonna be,
wow!
This is hilarious.
But-
Darko,
I should clip
Didn't he just
that.
say he didn't agree
That's
with something that Trump did?
terribly wild.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
a
and I
panel.
asking for
let's hear
a
it.
positive argument for
hold on.
why Trump is doing what he's doing.
Like, dude,
Darko,
people are allowed to go
mentioned
retarded
several,
like that.
okay?
Just wait
Not
till
to
someone
cut
useful
foreign aid.
does.
As of right now, he's
Talking
avoiding
some
another
real fire
conflict
shit.
with
Okay,
Iran,
why
which
should
is-
he cut foreign aid? Again,
you-
I
can
need
you stop-
positive
can you
arguments.
Why should he cut foreign aid?
Can you
Because
stop
America.
No,
Fuck
I
yeah.
Closer to
Kiwi,
solvency. dude.
anti-American,
Like, what?
treason as fuck. I hope
Sorry,
you're not in my
sorry.
fucking country. And if
Sorry,
you
I-
are,
What would he
I
do
hope you
about
get
it?
fucking
What
deported
would he
once
do
we
about
elect
it, bro?
AOC. If
This
we
is,
have another
this
election.
is the
What would you
tolerant
do
left,
about
everybody.
it?
The tolerant left.
No, I'm not the tolerant left.
I want to clip that. That's
I hate
fucking.
anti-American.
I can't believe what I'm
Whether
seeing
they're
here.
fascists or communists. Fuck you.
I've got several points.
It is the
I've got several
exact.
points, okay?
What do you call
Hold
it?
on for a second. looking to secure the border. One, cutting
Stereotypical.
departments such as education. Two, which
Hit the
again, have
fucking
pushed
little
blatant
whatever bar.
anti-American crap for too many years. It's going to hurt.
It's just obvious. It's just common
God
sense. If you really
damn.
think about it,
It's going
Wait,
to
do you have
hurt
children?
our future. It's going to hurt our future generations.
If he has children, they're
So
highly
I'm all in favor of
emotional.
Trump doing that. He's
Our
looking to
in a negative state.
yeah, because I'm part of the West. So
It's the negative
I
state.
can-
That's
I
really
consider-
the
I consider
the
full
fucking
do you
shit.
live here? Do you live here in America?
I don't, but a lot of my close friends
Oh,
and
okay.
family do.
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
So I
Oh, he hasn't
I
been
don't
wrong
I
so
don't want
far.
I don't want the future of this. Of
I
the
kind of
West
want to go
be
see
taught
the
this
beginning.
blatant anti-American crap. I don't want them to grow up in a guilt society.
It's
So
effective.
that is another positive
Uh,
that Trump is doing. He's also
It's just
looking
effective
to support
propaganda
freedom of
to
choice
be
when it comes to
feeling
things
like
schooling, which again
something
helps
called
the future
MAGA
generation.
not.
is certainly
Whereas what
against
he's
America.
Really
Yes,
holding
what-
federal
what-
funding hostage.
Can I say
It's
something?
because
they
people create
don't
their own
accept
realities.
his
Wouldn't
Yeah.
you,
his
And
fucking
so
wouldn't you
curriculum.
want
this
let me
reality
jump
that's
in
been
real quick.
created
Wouldn't you want Australia
is
to
that
have,
helping
like,
the
a
world
computer
is the
science
only thing that's
program
good for
at a
America.
school or
When in
something?
reality, we're
Like,
literally
wouldn't you think that's better than
fucking failing at everything.
watching your countrymen fumble around
State
and
state
stuff?
education
Thank God for
departments usually
technology.
fund
We would be
programs
totally
like that,
fucked
like
right
music
now
programs
in
and
America.
computer labs. It's funded by the
Dr. Demo-
states, not the
All
federal
kinds of
government.
stuff. Like it's
Yeah,
it's
Dr.
crazy.
Democrat. As somebody who's I've
EOD
gone to
on
several
point.
universities, the vast majority
He's
of them
locked
are
and
crap.
loaded,
I would like
prepared.
a complete reform, but
These guys
we're
got
not
to
gonna
get on
that
earlier.
because
It's
we're typically
interesting
a
to
very
see,
extremely
just
Universities
as
don't
things
cater to
go,
retards, I'm
socialized.
sorry.
as time
Okay.
goes, people are getting more and more comfortable. I'm sure they've been on
They
before,
kind of
but
do. Yeah. They
God
Listen to
damn.
me about, anyway, Dr. Democrat, I hope that answers your question. I'd like the whole thing to be
That is so
reformed, but we
clippable.
don't have
Just
somebody
fucking
like Trump
absolutely
who's looking to
tweaking.
make
Reformed
these
how?
mega
I'm just saying.
Because I feel
we
like a
live in
fucking
a globalized
faggot,
world where
just
things are so
thinking
spent.
how I think.
And
Like,
so,
yeah,
I see
maybe making
government- my
America great
opinion
again
is I
isn't
see
so
government
bad.
spending
Maybe
when it's done
maybe being more
effectively as a
conservative
way
in the
to
way
sort
we're
of,
spending money or even
I would
collecting
say I
money.
would
Like maybe
describe it as
that's
bridging the
kind of
gaps
good.
that exist.
But to be
Like,
so
those are the-
emotionally
to me,
charged
those are
over
the
over
things that
this
are more
side of
important.
things,
Um,
it's interesting.
than-
I understand
than
liberal
creating,
values.
you know,
I like
than
going
creating,
wild,
like,
but I don't know
divisions and
if
stuff like that.
it's worth having wide open borders and
I agree. Creating divisions is never
similarly
good, but
wild that if you're not following the flow,
when one
you
side,
creating divisions
which is
never
what-
good.
you're
So,
an,
like,
an
what Trump's
outsider
doing
for
is
not
scared
getting a
about, like,
jab
the
or any
again,
specific
in
fucking
effect,
thing.
Yeah, no, because
You
you're just
go
sitting here
again.
filibustering like a
out, dude.
fucking
No, I've
New
got-
He's
I've
Zealand
got
not.
retard.
He's having a
I've got
conversation with
actual-
somebody else, man. Holy
I've
shit.
got
He's not having a
I've got
conversation.
actual-
No,
You're
he's
a
just
piece
like,
of
well,
shit. Shut the fuck
it's
up,
just
Dark.
bad. If you just
Yo,
really think about it.
juicy.
I've got
It's like,
actual-
you know,
Yo,
it's just
that's
obvious.
juicy.
It's just
All
so
right.
patently
Actual points that
obvious.
You don't want to hear them. You're just a spastic. You're just a spastic.
What do you think, Ivory?
Dr. Democrat. Yeah,
Well,
Dr.
like,
Democrats.
I
think-
really, like,
Oh.
Darker, do you want to convince anyone of anything right now?
I mean, apparently not.
No,
yeah.
I want MAGA fucking deported at this point. I have run out of
Yeah, Daco,
patience.
Then
I'm
why-
over convincing people.
MAGA
They're
deported.
traitors to
Why
this
would
fucking
you
country.
Daco,
They
even
supported
consider
traitors.
that?
Get them the fuck out.
Daco,
They can be on the
Daco.
plane
Man, I mean,
next
you
to
can
the
really
communists.
and just look at the
Alright,
statistics
alright,
here.
alright,
Anyone with a
alright,
lip
I just
piercing
gotta-
is fucking
okay,
up right now.
Darko's made it clear he doesn't want any discussion, so I'll just point this out.
And
This
that's
is
that.
the kind of communist traitor that we don't need in the West. You should go live. You should go live in Vladimir Putin's hellhole because you love it so much.
Send him
Wow,
to
yeah,
Guantanamo
yeah,
Bay. Guantanamo Bay with this piece of shit.
I'm gonna I enjoyed the cut back for Darko. I'd like to say that we probably would agree on a lot of things, but I appreciate the back and forth.
So in the beginning,
We've
he
got a
was
nice
actually
chef
quite
salad
tolerant. She got
going
the salad on
I'm
deck. That's
starving.
pretty awesome.
I haven't eaten all day. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
people are
sit here and
losing
watch
it.
and eat, and that's how it's going to be this evening. Anyways, I am Sarah the Raging Tomato. If I get something in my teeth, please let me know. I will be self-conscious about it all evening. But this evening we are running Throwdown Thursday. MAGA hates American culture. I didn't say it. Dr. Darko did.
Yeah, Sarah's quite based, I
You're in
sense.
big trouble.
You can't
But
really
I
hide
think-
it the way that
I
she
think the people
she is
probably
pretty
wanna know
in
why.
the center. But I don't
And
believe she's a
I
centrist.
just want to send out a little reminder across the board before we get started.
She's
if you
someone
don't
that could
mind,
actually
Dr.
run the 2
Darko.
miles. elections. So
This coming Monday,
yeah,
we're having a fun little debate. We have a regular debate scheduled, but it's my birthday. So we will be celebrating my
today.
birthday this coming Monday.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you want to give the
Yeah,
gift
that was a
keeps on
childish
giving to my
fit. I
favorite
mean, everyone's
podcaster,
laughing because it's funny.
I
Because you know the
ask
people that
each
act
and
like
every
that
one
are
of
an
you to
easy
go
one on the
back and
chin,
find your
and they're
most
fucking
favorite
stunned
debate or
at minimum.
stream or whatever that you like. That was the one. That
Like,
was the one
damn.
that you still remember, and it makes you laugh every time, or whatever the case may be. And share that with one community or a
When you punch them
friend
hard, you
or
might
someone who
accidentally
you
kill
know
someone.
might like it. Because
Like, shit,
for
man, I've
my
been punched in
birthday
the face. I
goal,
feel it to
all
this
right,
day.
I would like to hit 8,000. We're so close. I don't know what just happened. We just hit 7,000, I swear, like yesterday. And then we're jumping even faster. And because of that
Yeah, as
jump, I
humans
figured, you know
increase their
what?
interest in
If you're going to give me
politics, all
something
these
for my
channels are going to
birthday,
pop off.
give me a big
And every
share
time,
across the board.
yeah, I want to go
Keep
back.
everyone
That's
you
like,
know, so
I
that
mean,
we
fuck,
can
dude,
hit
that's
that
so
8,000,
unbecoming.
and then I'll be a happy tomato
Shit,
once again.
man.
All
Men
right,
struggle with enough.
Mr.
Imagine
Darko,
struggling with this
Darko.
feeling. And you know what's
Monsieur.
terrible is I understand the feeling.
All right, you made the
I fucking
claim.
hate that feeling. Everyone hates the
You
feeling
gotta
of
have
being
some big balls to make
misunderstood.
that
But
kind of claim.
shit, man.
Why?
The panel almost a little too
Yeah,
based
so
tonight.
I think MAGA hates America for a lot of reasons. I think they hate the Constitution, and the
But the
structure of government
intolerance,
it
it is that
provides,
fucking
and
intolerance,
civil
bro.
liberties
Like out of
violated by it.
nowhere, just
I think
intolerant
they
for
hate our
fun. Like what the
institutions because
fuck,
they think
dude?
they're corrupt. They hate the
Whereas
separation
on
of
the
church and state.
conservative side of shit,
Think they love
like
the
what do you
economy,
got? You
but
got
hate
like
the
the
states that
KKK,
contribute
and
most
even
to
they're
it.
pretty fucking
They don't care
tolerant.
if the country's national beauty gets
And this
polluted by
guy's saying
industry.
deport
They hate
MAGA
most of the people
with
who live here.
conviction,
They hate the poor
screaming
because
it.
they think they're lazy or drug addicts. They hate liberals because they think they're too entitled. They hate immigrants for taking things they feel entitled to. They hate industry
We
for
don't
giving
hate
for
immigrants. We
shipping
hate the
jobs
system that
overseas.
fucking let everyone in.
Yeah,
The fuck?
just,
Immigrants are
you know,
amazing
they
because
hate
they shine
everything
light on
about
these
our
people that don't want
government,
to fucking work.
everything that we
Immigrants
have
will
here,
work for half
and
the fucking
everything
price.
that we do here.
And that's, while it's fucked up,
You know,
they can live a
the only
similar quality of
justification they
life.
have for any of their policies, which is in scarecrows
Whereas, I
because they
mean,
don't
what the
actually have
fuck,
any,
man?
is they just blame it on, you know, the Democrats, like they did it first. Or,
It's a
you know,
focus on
they're so much worse,
consumerism
so
that's
we
really
get to
got
do
people
whatever the fuck
fucked
we
up.
want.
Like, there's so much shit
You know, would they
that
talk
they
about
think they
making
need
America
or that
great
they
again,
gotta
but,
buy.
like, when was that? Like, what about America is bad, and how are you trying to make it better? And you know, again, just kind of necessarily, like, you can't go backwards in time. Time moves in one direction. You know, you can't. You know, the future is going to be different. So making it great again just doesn't really make any sense.
Okay. I want to start
What?
with
Do
one
you have the memory of a
particular
fucking
word that you kept
goldfish?
saying over and over with each statement. They think because they think because they think. And I kind of want to because
Like,
one
because
big
this is
boo-boo
the
I always
exact person that
notice
should
in
have the idea that
the YouTube
shit was better in the
space, the
70s.
YouTube
One
streets
single
are
person
presuming
working for the family
intentions.
could have a moderately decent
We
house,
like
the
to
moderately
presume,
decent sized
you know,
family.
well, women
And
break
now
up
it's
with men
like
because
if
they want
you
someone that
and
makes more
your wife
money,
and her
because
boyfriend aren't
they think
working,
that they'll go
you're
find a bigger,
fucked.
better deal. You know, it was like shit like that. I want to know why the fuck anybody puts intentions out there that are
And that's
presumed
communism.
intentions. So I want to
Sports guy
hear
is
kind
on
of like
point
where
with
the
it.
backup is on why they think, you
Yes,
know,
the label.
poor people are
These
lazy, or
labeled
they,
motherfuckers.
you know, so on and so forth. Why?
We're all
Where are these
guilty.
intentions coming from, or how would you back that up?
Yeah, I mean, it's just super clear from all of their actions. Like, you know, like they keep talking about, oh, Trump is a popular
Yeah,
mandate. and
something.
this is what
I mean,
voted
everyone thinks they're
for, and that's why
autistic
he
these
gets to do
days,
whatever
and
the hell
like,
he
even
wants.
if it's true, like, who gives
Yeah,
a fuck,
that's
dude?
not
We
the
gotta give
founding
people
fathers wanted.
less to be
You know,
scared about,
the
or
executive was one of the most hotly debated
what do you
branches
call
of
it?
government to include. Like our political system. Well, all right.
Ah, fuck, I
Our,
can't even think of the
our
word. It's
political
so
system was built
irrelevant to
largely
me.
on two major ideologies. One of which
It's
is
like when
liberalism.
it's like when someone's
capital
not
L,
confident in themselves.
Liberalism, which has a lot to do with the rights
I
of the
just
individual.
can't think of it.
You know, this is your freedom of speech, freedom of religion, like private property rights, rule of law, and free
Insecure.
markets. Another
And now it's totally relevant.
fundamental principle that we were founded on is republicanism. You know, again, capital R, which is this movement that was a rejection of the idea of a divinely ordained leader that's just in control of everything. It rejected the whole idea of political domination and instead embraced, you know, a government by the people, you know, for the people, of the people. So, you know, with every action that they consolidate more and more power into the executive branch because they just want because they're in a cult and they just want a king. Our
Yes,
founding
yeah,
fathers,
it's the
we discussed
blanket
it.
statements.
Gridlock is built into our system on purpose
Blanket
to stop
description.
populist leaders. But yet, like when the president ignores the courts and doesn't pass any laws and just, is doing nothing but executive orders to, do his whole agenda, like that's not how the system is supposed to work. So, yeah, I mean, they would, and they don't care. They'll acknowledge it all, and their only defense of it is like, oh, well,
This is wicked.
Like,
You can host a
wokeism
show
or
and just be eaten.
whatever.
I'm in.
And yeah, I don't know. They'll happily wipe their ass with the Constitution if it means.
So all I'm hearing, I
ethically
feel
owning
like, is
the
a bunch of
libs,
Marxist trash or something of the
Oh,
effect. It's just like
I'm still hearing
common
kind
drivel,
of like some kind
drivel
of
of an edgy
generalizations to
teen.
the matter, though. I'm
I
not
don't know.
hearing
Like
like
you
a
could
full
throw the shit
breakdown.
in AI. Like why not just throw it in AI
Like
and
for
sound
instance,
smart?
your example of Trump. Could
Like
just
me
write an
personally, I
executive
like to
order,
sound
but,
retarded
and then there's
because then
nothing
it shows I'm
anybody can do
learning.
about it. Break down
But
that
in this
executive
case, I
order
mean,
claim that you're making for me.
we never got a
and
double
kind
mustache
of show
twist.
me so I can understand better why you can't just make executive orders and do whatever you want and so on and so forth.
Right. So, if we look at the number of national emergencies that have been declared by presidents, like Trump is leading by like a country mile, because the Congress
heard
holds the
about
strings of the
this.
purse. They have to pass laws to choose what we fund or what we don't fund, or like handle what handles our has shut down USAID. Has just made up like everything they just don't like or any policy they don't agree with. I think USAID is one of the best examples of this. Because like there's a program in
learned a
there
lot
called
about
President's
USAID.
Malaria Initiative, which just whatever it's money being thrown towards treating and vaccinating against malaria, which is great. Whatever. Like the world is a better place when we have less malaria. And yeah,
Right.
like that was part
That's
of
agreeable.
USAID, and that got shut down. Projections right now put the number of increased deaths in like just the 27 countries they were involved in. They're going to go up 40%.
Really?
yeah.
Well, I mean, so it's not like
She dropped some base shit right here. And I'm not a usual utilizer of these words,
malaria
this
even,
nerd shit,
like,
but
still
base
out there?
does seem to be
Is a
I mean,
is
an
a
easy
virus? Is it still
descriptor.
an active
Yeah,
virus?
Not here, but no.
Parasite, not a virus.
Or, yeah, sorry, I don't know enough about
It
this
doesn't matter.
stuff.
Whatever. I have a degree in
Doesn't-
biochemistry. I don't hold you to any standard.
That's fair. Thank you.
Degree in biochemistry.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like tens of thousands of extra people are gonna die in
Maybe I
in this next
misheard. I
year.
don't know.
Like it just like per year that this program remains shut down. Yeah.
This way of
it's,
thinking
it's
does
bad.
seem
what
to
was that-
Bond villain vibes.
What
I'm
was
trying
that
not to
program, like, supporting,
think
like,
about it like that, but yeah, it is
ensuring,
something about whiskers and shit,
vaccinations were going
hairs, like the
out,
whiskers of a
or,
cat. They're
like-
touching
like,
shit and feeling. But it's
to those
just
who couldn't
for
afford it,
sensations
or,
and to know
Yeah, it's
kinetically what the
combination
fuck's
of,
going on. But when you're
vaccinations,
constantly
of
stimulating
screening,
it,
of,
it must feel nice
education,
to the spine and the brain.
prevention. It
On some weird
teaches
shit.
people like how malaria spreads.
I don't know
and,
though.
When someone gets it really bad,
I try not to
they
touch my
go through their
face.
treatment.
It's insecurity.
Huh.
Yeah, it
There's some
started,
shit. So I just don't.
I forgot what year it started.
will
Whatever.
this
I think it
be the
started, like,
beginning of a zombie
Sometimes.
apocalypse? Because of
I
Shit
mean, that would
malaria?
be cool. I would be for that.
That would be cool.
I'm pro zombies.
Fantasy
I
world.
thought they would be fun.
Right.
Fantasy world
I don't know if
depends
they're
what
So they
zombies.
shut
Are you
that
talking
down, but
fucking
was
Walking
there
Dead
any type of,
zombies?
like, supplemental
you talking Left 4
use?
Dead
Maybe it's,
zombies?
kind
Fuck
of
that.
double dipped somewhere else.
What's that other shit?
Something else is already. You know how sometimes I find a lot of programs are almost
They're not even zombies. They're like
overlapping,
spores.
sometimes.
I don't know.
You
But
can
they're
even
way
see
too
this in the
fast. I would
corporate
hate
world
to
where
fight that.
programs just overlap, and it's like you could afford to get rid of one and just to ensure you have kind of a liaison that taps into what the other one would have done. So I ask, is there a possibility that there's another program out there that would have covered that? And so by shutting that down, maybe it was because they already knew it was covered somewhere else.
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, the President's Malaria Initiative has been around for like several decades. So if it's doubled up somewhere, it would.
The fuck are they talking about
be older
malaria?
than the double dip somewhere. But no, I mean, it was shut down because all of USAID was just shut down, like because that agency specifically is about international development, and that was a very easy, just cut all the shit because, why are we sending any money out? When you really think about it.
Well, yeah. Why are we sending any money out?
Because it's good. It helps make the world a better place for other people and for us. Like when the U.S. shows up somewhere that doesn't have clean water and we build wells.
Same people
and,
who will talk shit about
skip
colonialism.
out, they're
in
like,
my opinion.
actually, the U.S. is, the U.S. is pretty fucking cool.
Like realistically,
when people get pissed off and they think, oh, the West is just like sucking everything dry out of, the rest of the world, they get radicalized and they become terrorists.
yo, just not thinking about it. I only touch it because I'm feeling that shit.
Is that
So he
would you
shapes
say that
his.
that's like the United States'
That is
responsibility
a lot of
to
thinking.
tend to all of these other countries? I mean, I figure by now, we're still one of the newer kids on the block, right? And there's a lot more way longer established countries out there that should have been doing
For
this from the
whoever's
get-go.
watching out there, eat a bunch
why
of
is it our
fresh
responsibility?
food.
I would say it's
Fruits and
necessarily our
veggies, nuts,
responsibility. It's just a
legumes, shit
really
like that.
effective and
Seriously,
easy thing
especially
for
if you're
us
facing any health shit.
to do.
It'll
Yeah,
just make you
it's
feel
not, like,
better.
a moral imperative, I don't think, but
Just
again,
saying that.
it makes the world easier for
Because I'm thinking
everyone
about
else
how I
and-
see a
and
lot of
us.
advertisements these days for shit
other
like
countries
cock
can come in
pills
and do it, but
and
then
like
people aren't gonna
ED
think the
pills.
USA is
No,
cool,
I
they're
don't
gonna
need
think
that shit, and
Russia
that's
or
because I'm
China's
vegan as
cool, 'cause
fuck,
that's
and
who's
my
gonna show
blood
up instead.
runs fucking clean, bro.
it's not like the UK
but
is,
a lot of these dudes this
massive
day
force
and
in the,
age,
economic world. Who can
some
just
of them
throw
have lip
crazy
piercings.
amounts of money. Like we are
Their dicks
the
don't
richest
work,
country in
and
the
it
world.
is due
like,
to
we've been
diet
number
and
one for GDP
activity
for
levels.
quite some
And it's
time.
just like eat fruit and
Yeah.
veggies. You can almost
But
be
we
sedentary, and your
also have
shit'll
like a
still
massive
work.
debt, though. I mean,
Like for
I look
real,
at it this
you
way.
can
What
look at the
about like,
pictures.
you're saying
Unfortunately,
show up,
meat
give
and
fresh
dairy
water.
cause
Isn't there, what is
everything
that
bad that
place?
happens in health,
Was
even
it in
down to the brain
Michigan?
stuff,
Flint?
which
Is it Flint?
only makes
Do
sense
they
because
still
your
have
arteries
good
clog, and
drinking
then
water? Do
the
they have
arteries
it
in your
yet?
fucking brain
Last I
clog
heard, they
too, and
still
they're
don't have it.
smaller type shit.
No,
I
absolutely
mean-
not. That's been a problem for
And then they clog,
years
and
years.
then all of a
I
sudden your
am
brain's
a
fucking up,
Michigander,
and you're
so,
having
but yeah,
dementia,
that's like a huge
right?
infrastructure problem. Like
Dementia
there's
could
lead
be
in
the
the
fourth
pipes that the
fucking or
water
the
runs
third
through.
type of
They have to dig up
diabetes,
and all the old pipes and run new
or
ones.
Alzheimer's,
It's
whichever
fucking
one.
project.
It is that it's just not getting enough
Yeah, but I mean, like we
oxygen
can do both though. Like we can fund, like we have
and
the
nitrogen
money
and shit.
to
And so,
afford
anyways,
to,
back to
pay for
whatever we're
Flint to
watching
get
here.
all their water lines replaced and go
Mhm.
build a well for someone else in another country. Like we're not limited.
So we colonize
Would you
them,
find it
and then we
more
bitch at
productive,
ourselves for
maybe?
colonizing
Like
them.
for instance, we've got tons of homeless.
No.
We've got kids
The kids
that
are wrong.
not getting food in their bellies. They don't have supplies for schools, things of that nature. Wouldn't it be more, productive to actually, spend the next, I don't know, 10 to 20
I
years
say-
actually investing in our own people who can't afford food, water,
I say get
a
contacts.
home, things
There's
of that
some
nature, and
complex
investing
of
in our
glasses
future, and then in turn, those people
where it
will
slows a person down
later
because they
be
can't
able
be
to
whipping all
become, or at
around.
least have the potential
But people
thereof,
should be whipping all around
and
like
the
animals.
resources to do so, to later turn and be productive members of
Man,
society.
he is fucking
increase,
stimming.
it's just a little extra taxes being pulled from somebody who's actually a productive member, and then maybe 10, 20 years from now, we're even more grounded in our people, and then we can
Oh, he's
afford
listening.
even
Oh, shit.
more so to go do more out in the great rest of the world. Why are we so worried about everybody else?
This is
when
the
we're not even taking
basedness.
care of ourselves.
I mean, we're not like so worried about it. I mean, with respect to our budget, like USAID is like 0.01% of our annual spending. Like
Mhm.
it's not like it's not a big drag on us.
Well, 0.01% comparatively to like how much in spending. I think that number would still be pretty big, right?
Yeah, I mean it's like, sure. I think they had a budget of about like 40 billion a year.
Not a lot of
Or was it
money.
million? I mean, well, sure, but I mean, sure,
Even
to
40
us,
million's a lot of money.
well, yeah, sure, but like, what do we get like out of that money though? Is like the world, like the world being a safer and more
Mostly
productive
the
place.
money.
Again, like I don't disagree with you that we should also take care of our own. I'm pro like free school lunches and entitlements and like making sure kids aren't hungry. But when we look at the reality, like no one is starving to death in the U.S., right? Like that's just like not a thing that I mean, if that happens, like that's like a super duper like rare occurrence. Like yeah, like hunger exists and people don't have enough to eat, but no one's really like flat out dying, right? But yeah, again, like we can do both, and we can invest in us and also invest in others. But yeah, again, like MAGA's all against that. Like, they think every able-bodied person should be working. Or and their definition of able-bodied is a bit strenuous.
Well, I
A
mean,
bit
but
strenuous.
haven't we
I
kind of
actually
already?
might back that ass up there.
I mean,
Or and their bodied person. But yeah, again, like MAGA's all
MAGA
against that.
is
Like,
all
they
against
think
that. They think every
able-bodied person should be working.
able-bodied person should be working.
Or,
Duh.
and their definition of able-bodied is
Yeah.
a bit strenuous.
What?
well, I mean, but haven't we kind
Yeah,
of
that
already?
would make a lot of sense
I
if
mean,
every
I feel like
able-bodied
we've
person was working.
spent at least the
Because
last
of
50 years
logic,
going out and
and
doing
also
nice
people
things for
need
other countries
purpose
in
in
order
life.
to implement
Otherwise, they just deal
what
drugs
exactly
and
what you're
shoot
talking
stuff.
about, right? Being able to
Yes,
kind of
infinitely
expose
cooler, but not
them
everyone
to
can do
who
that.
we are. This is my name, right?
Let's
We're
leave it to
America.
the
Here's a
CIA
bottle of water.
and
Here's
their
some food,
fucking
kid.
channels
Let me
of
dig a well
distribution,
for you so you can have
and
a
let's
lifetime
back the
supply
fuck
of
up.
water.
Like, why?
Um,
What's so hard? Get the
and
cartels
we've
out of
spent
here.
a lot of time doing that. We've kind of made our stance out there. I mean, why would
Like the cartel
at
activity,
this
they can keep
point is there
making
any
it.
more net
Like they just
gain
got to
to
stop
doing
with
that?
the meth gangs.
I mean,
They
how
got
much
too
more
many
are we gonna
meth
get
gangs.
by,
They're getting super
throwing money at problems at home?
militarized.
Like, yeah,
I
there's
mean,
like
they
an
got
upper
technicals.
bound on
Like,
how effective
shit,
more
dog.
money will help
RPGs for certain. Who wouldn't
everything.
at that point? Especially
But
now.
yeah, I mean,
But yeah, the guys on the streets with the meth and the guns
yeah,
is going to be the worst
when
part of the
if we
cartel.
just dip
Besides
out,
the fact
like
that they
just leaves a power
just in
vacuum,
general
and no one else is going to provide that
distribute
service, or like or one of
evil.
our enemies are. And yeah, I don't know. I would rather it be us continuing to do these programs that, in the
Well,
grand
I mean,
scheme of
if
things.
but
It's
if
very
we've already
animated.
like
A lot
kind
of
of been there, done that,
gesticulation.
Implemented
Never know
programs in
when
the
he's going to
past,
strike.
why are they not already
He must
implementing
live in
them,
the
like
clouds.
growing
Yeah.
in applicability in such a way
Man.
where they're being able to establish
I don't know.
themselves? Like,
Because
have
honestly,
we
I
stuck
bust
to
my
doing
ass
our
for a
job?
fair living. And no joke, I
No,
died
Like,
recently.
I look at it like
Nearly.
a child, right?
Near
Like,
fatal.
hey, let me come
2021
out,
pulmonary embolisms. I didn't really
and
want to go back in the workforce.
we'll
I'm
teach
feeling
you how to tie
smoked.
your shoes
I'm
so
feeling
that you no
slain.
longer need me to tie your
And
shoes for you.
honestly, I
will
ignore
teach
that
you
shit.
how
Like, fuck
to,
that. I'm a man. I'm just going to
write
work,
your letters
bust
so
my
that I
ass
don't
because
have
it's
to,
funny. And
write and
like,
read for you. Like,
dude,
we're
like
going out
everyone should.
and
It
trying
feels
to
good. It keeps you
assist,
healthy.
but assist, I
It's
would
the
presume,
mind.
assist in a
Like
way
if you're
where they
negative
can
about
now
work,
stand on
or
their own 2 feet.
if you
So,
could,
like,
if you're above doing
how much
physical
more do we
labor, I
need to do
mean,
of
you're
that before they
actually
can
going to
stand on
turn
their own
out
2 feet?
weaker.
I mean, I guess I don't really know. Like what does that
And
look
Abe,
like?
thanks for
Like, are
serving
we
too.
waiting,
I wasn't
are
able
you
to say it
hoping
the other
that,
night, but like people don't understand.
Sub-Saharan Africa can
Like they
produce their
don't
own
understand. People
malaria
don't even
vaccines?
understand what it's like to work, and
I
then
think they're a few years off from
to
doing
do
that
work.
still.
Mhm.
And like same thing.
Damn
in, like,
Maybe
straight you
not being
do.
able to create it themselves, but in order to establish something within their economy so that they can have their own growth, have their own schools, have their own, resources, and create their own resources and abilities. So if they don't have access to create something, they have access to purchase it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
So
again, kind of the same way you're talking about investing in us at home. Like, yeah, when we invest in the, in the world, like they're like, oh, America's cool. Like, I want to go there, and then
Okay, so
they
he's
can come
very
over here,
agreeable.
They can start their own businesses.
Super
They can
fuckable.
start, they. I mean, I
Jesus.
think they.
She's just mowing down on the salad. I don't blame
we
her.
were built on
It's
that. We were like the Industrial Revolution built literally on the
because we just
assembly
live in
line.
this cosmic
Yeah,
mist.
absolutely. And
Almost a
again,
goo.
our manufacturing output has doubled
A
in the
medium
past 30
or a
years alone.
substrate, and
Yeah,
he's
like
able to
we are good at
produce
making
the
stuff. We are still making
movements and
stuff. We've just
emotions,
gotten
and it
better at
sounds all
making
great,
stuff.
but
Like our
the
manufacturing
logic
hasn't died.
is
Our
terrible.
manufacturing,
The
the
people
number of
are
people we need
retarded.
to work, is very efficient. And because we're really great at being efficient as a capitalist
Fuck yeah.
nation.
God
And we've
damn.
only
Yeah,
gotten better
we
and better at
thrive in
that.
efficiency. Like that's probably where we kind of win at.
You're an animal, brother.
And Bane Bear
Yeah, I'm afraid.
sends
I'm
Big
afraid to
10
get my
say,
shit checked.
Sarah, I love you,
I
Dr. Darko.
real super gay, but
That's
to
fair.
say this, but I avoided. I was
So I wanted
gearing
to
up to go to
ask
the military. I
because
lost 80 pounds, and I could just
you
do over
mentioned
20 pull-ups. First time in my life I could even do a
for
pull-up.
forcing culture.
And
we're kind
I
of
just got stupid
dictating
drunk one
culture
night and
forcing it.
crashed on a bike right onto my face.
And I think
I
there are some
feel
kind
the
of
last thing I felt was my head
places
touching
in
my
there
back.
for a reason. So I want
And
to
I
ask,
had scorpion off the
want
bike
to
and
ask,
landed on my face.
like,
And
would you be okay with
I do not want to get
is it
checked out
Sharia?
still.
Sharia?
That was
Sharia law?
2017 or 2018.
Shakira law.
Shakira law?
But pales in
Whenever,
comparison to breaking
wherever.
your back in 3 fucking
that the
places
law
in
where your hips
Fallujah
don't
in
lie?
04 on the
Yeah.
other side of the earth doing wild shit.
Oh,
Like
I'm so sorry,
exactly
guys.
why I'm in the
You know what?
workforce.
I
Like people
didn't
do
even have
not
my stuff opened up
understand
this way.
the
This is how
reality
much
of
I was
things.
so worried about food. I forgot to set a damn
And yeah,
goal.
real talk. You
I
can tell it from their
apologize.
backgrounds.
Look, you guys are lost
You can
without
profile
goals.
them
See?
from their
Such
backgrounds.
Americans.
It is
Hold on.
not
Shall we make a goal?
great.
What kind of
It's
goal should
not
we
great.
My hips don't lie.
I just have never gone and got it checked out. I refuse because I just wanted to go into service, and I know
Hold
that
on.
they'll ding you for being a
me make
pussy and
this.
breaking your shit
I wasn't
before
even
you're
paying
in.
attention. I was just
And
like kind of haphazardly watching the chat.
it's crunchy for a long time now. Yeah, they will not let you do the cool shit. Yeah, man. Spinal shock. I had that. That's one thing I figured out because after a week I was like, oh, I feel kind of fine. My face is so fucked up, gravel in my face.
Now see,
And then
you can
and then
pay
all
in
of a sudden it hurt
advance now
terribly.
for my birthday.
Like 1,000 pounds on my chest. And I was like,
All
oh
right.
shit.
So
Might have been
Shakira's
spinal
law,
shock.
Shakira, whatever. I mean, would you want a culture like that being allowed to kind of come in and utilize this? Just same thing for the drinking law.
It's interesting
If you
because we
enforce
only
this,
look
we
at
will
this
sponsor
and
that.
we can
You know,
only disagree. I could skip through this now and know that there's
slipper on
not
its
a substantial, cohesive enough argument that.
But yeah, I think if you're such a prestigious college, it shouldn't be hard
I mean,
to.
we know what it
if
is.
you're
It's just
actually
societal shit.
producing
You go to
stuff
school,
that
you get educated, and then all of a
eventually
sudden you're a
sells
fucking
or does
bitch.
something or
And,
amazing, and you know, like you would get funding from those companies or
yeah.
from
Yeah, I have
alumni
PTSD,
or
they said. I have
you know,
TBI,
if
they
people
said.
are paying to go
And that
to
makes
your
me feel like a
school,
big
they're
faggot because
paying,
that's
you
not
know,
really where
that
you're supposed to get those
price
things,
and so
being
on and
stupid
so
and
forth. I
drunk
feel
and
like
on a bike. And so I
Yeah,
also
just the
don't agree
private
with
market
those
doesn't select well
diagnoses,
for,
but they are true technically
fundamental
in the closed
research,
system.
Well,
like
maybe
most
they
of
just need
the
to suck more dick.
Yeah, just being fucking, I don't know. Like slapping your head enough. I mean, my head was fucked up from sports as a kid. So smacking it a couple extra times and, you know, putting it through doors, it's going to definitely
But
affect.
yeah, I mean, you know, like we need people at universities doing.
But I would rather, I do feel that I'd rather have
experiments
people
that
a little
just kinda try
retarded
shit and figure it out,
like
you know,
us who can kind of
before
just
it
like
gets scaled to
stand back
industrial
because
level and
really,
then
you know,
sold
the
as
only
a product.
people that fucking
But
make
yeah,
us lose
you know,
our
like the
shit is
first, like,
people like this.
90% of all new innovations start at are
They're just defiant and there's no
public
fucking reason.
universities that eventually get, you know, extrapolated out to like, oh, like, I can make
Damn.
some, you know, make something out of this that I can sell to a lot of people. Then yeah, you know, like everything from like vaccines to new manufacturing products.
I mean, I feel like this would be a great opportunity for private companies to come in and like eat
Thank
that
you,
up,
Abe.
you know, because then they can kind of guide and steer and get exactly what
Yeah,
they're
most
looking
people don't
for.
understand. It's like
And
I'm not
the
even
tax
trying to
credits.
act wild.
I mean, like 98% of that money is going to be a loss, though. And you're just like, oh, well,
There's
I
just
can't run
there's always a
businesses
lot of shit going on in my house. We got a couple businesses, and it's just like,
That's
fuck,
all
man.
tax breaks.
Sometimes you just gotta
I
be
mean,
off.
Sure, but like I guess that just feels like shifting the problem. Like it's still deficit spending, you know. Like, you know, it's like, oh, like we're gonna stop paying for this, but we're gonna make companies stop paying taxes.
But definitely
on
like
this, so,
watching the debates for the
companies will be able to.
the variety of people. It's just
Well,
it's
well, now the
interesting,
company-
man. These people are fucking.
Yeah, shut up, Spicoli, or I'll just throw you to the back. Go ahead.
Spicoli's
Hybrid.
wild. I could actually skip past this.
I think my question is, why do you think MAGA is so popular? Because you talk a lot about, like, you even said that you're not really sure what you do as the leader, right? So it's like, why do you think that MAGA sees so many problems and you feel like you don't see?
I wonder what AI could learn from this video.
Yeah, because I think MAGA preys on
Just about who's watching who
low
and
information,
who's doing what. Because I'm just there to learn
They
usually.
blame the elites for all of their problems. Blame the government for all. of
People are
their
always
inefficiencies.
dicking around, smoking and shit.
You know,
I'm
like,
guilty
oh,
of it.
Some like 2% of this is bad, so just burn the
It's
whole
just
thing.
quite an experience.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like a stereotypical populist movement.
You don't think the woke left has the same bullshit?
Exactly.
Darko?
It's not even that.
They
Like
wanna
fucking
burn it
Trump.
all
It could be
down
anyone
too,
in the
Darko.
president's position. It
Yeah,
is,
they do.
dude. I
And
supported Joe
MAGA is
Biden
just as
just
bad
in the
as all
fact that he's
those
the
fucking
president. And it's
cringe
like,
ass
okay.
commies, okay.
Are there
Yeah,
examples
oh,
of
he's
popular
letting everyone in.
movements that didn't
Fucking
arise
that
They're
could turn
both
out
bad.
different.
Shut up,
They're
Like
both
Foley.
bad.
we weren't happy about
Shut
it.
up, Foley. Go ahead,
Yes,
Ivory.
it's
We'll- you
it's
can ask that
so
question again.
interesting.
Ivory, what do you mean?
Yeah.
For good reason. Like
I don't even know what's
like,
prevalent where I
I
live.
think
I
there's
live in
lots of
Illinois,
case, like,
and
I
what I
think
know
the
about
issue
Illinois
with
is Illinois
populism
has
isn't that
Chicago,
the
and what I
issues
know
are not
about
real,
Chicago
it's
is
that
that it's a
they
liberal
didn't really
fucking
offer a good
hellhole.
solution, which I think is what's happening right now. I agree with you
And
that
I just
MAGA
don't
is not
agree.
offering a good solution to the problems we're facing, and I think people are rightly. I think even MAGA should say this, like they're looking at the
Yeah, I
tariffs,
know.
they're
Like,
looking at
is
the
there even
attacks on due
controls?
process,
Like,
and I
fuck.
think the attacks on due process are
She just puts you in
less
control. I
concerning
don't
for
even know
MAGA,
there's
but
controls.
definitely the tariffs and definitely the uncertainty and the inflation expectations and all of like the kind of chaos in the Pentagon and stuff like that. I think
Yeah, it's always blankets. Boomers
MAGA's
did a horrible
probably a
job
little
raising the
more
children.
concerned about
Not
that,
all of
and
them.
so
What the
I think the issue
fuck?
with populist movements again is the solutions aren't up to par, but the problems definitely exist.
Sure, I'm super excited to see.
And what is
once the
populist?
tariffs
I mean,
really
they just
come into
focus on
effect and inflation hits like 20%.
increasing the population, or
Yeah,
it's
I'm super
that does
excited
sound
to see how
retarded
MAGA
here.
Well, I already know how MAGA's going to respond, and it's that paying higher prices is actually patriotic, because
Oh,
they
of
don't
the
actually give a
people?
fuck about higher prices or anything. They just
Who the
care about
fuck could
working
disagree
boys.
with that then?
Oh, here we go. Well, your
So, but
prices are going to go up, obviously.
I don't
Darko,
think that
please
answers the
don't play with
question.
your mustache.
You can easily switch the
He's
populist
nervous,
thing just by saying that
This is
it's
his first
that they're
official
bullshitting.
guest featuring on the Tomato Show. He knows it's a big deal when you get to be here. Lost Ronan went in with the big
Why did I
punch. He
think it
said,
was about the
"Boomers,
population
boomers
increasing?
being called out."
It
Said
is kind of
Foley,
in a
boomers
way
did a
because
horrible
people,
job
normal
raising
people
their
have a right to
children when they
reproduce,
made
and
poor choices
I
to
sense
have
that
them,
it's
and
lowered
now we have to hold the entire
3
nation
times.
hostage
Yeah.
with insane taxes to fund
Well, dude,
their
it's because you're
poor
so moderated.
choices because their own kids
You're
won't
emotionally regulated.
fuck
You're
them.
mature as fuck, and also the
So,
Abe
Foley, what do you
persona
have to say
is
about that
murderous.
being
What are they
the
gonna
probably
fucking
only
do?
boomer on the
I
Nothing.
agree with
Also,
him.
literally, your fucking
People did a
background and the
shitty
way you
job of
think. I
raising their
mean,
kids, and the
boom.
proof is the
You
Zoomers
should
are
be in charge in
did
this
shitty job of
situation.
millennials raising them. So the
There's no
boomers
one
raise shitty
as,
millennials raise
because
shitty Gen
dude,
Zoomers, and it's all fucking
I
going
don't
down.
even usually
Doesn't
say
matter.
these words,
See,
but
it
lefties
doesn't
are
matter who
intolerant.
says it.
I'm a Zoomer, and my
Yes, you're so correct. It is the French.
It's
It's
all
the
going
French, bro.
down.
They gave us the
Nobody
Statue of
will be
Liberty.
around
I've been
the
reading a
same
little bit.
people.
The French are very
Let me
liberal.
let me manage this. So the only thing I have to say
Their armies
is
are so
that
long-lived.
I
So
don't
why are
think
they
a lot like my
bitches? It's
parents
because they've
think.
been
What they
defeated a
did,
lot,
they
isn't
taught
it?
me like simple things like leave something
Maybe I'm
better than you
wrong.
found
We
it.
got to figure out when they
Have
were conquered
responsibility.
last by
If you say you're gonna
Muslims.
do a job, do it.
It's always interesting to
I
see.
think they set me up
My
to
people
be
of Sicily
smarter
were conquered in
than
the 1400s
anyone in
by the
Gen
Moors.
Z, anyone
So
in
it's
Gen
just
X, any
interesting.
boomer,
So what?
any
Who
greatest
changed at
generation.
that
So
time? Where
I
did
think
people
you guys
go?
actually succeeded.
Thank you.
It is literally. It's just like edgy, and you know what? You could see this in France. The kids on the streets, just the teens. It is just this terrible rebellious shit.
Looks like
It's
Darko's
weird
just
and
having
freaky.
some
True
internet
power comes from
connectivity, so I'm
discipline.
gonna
Ooh, voice crack.
just waiting for his
Animalistic.
stuff to reconnect, and he should be able to pop back up. Finkel with the Big Ten says, "Who thinks MAGA is so popular hasn't been following the polls? Even the Fox News
Exactly.
polls have the interest levels of MAGA changed across the board, or what's going on with it? Does anybody
I mean,
have details?
care about Fox News polls.
like 40% of people,
Oh,
or
yeah.
even like 25% of people supporting one person. Like, I think Donald Trump is like, if that's the number, I don't know exactly what the number is, but like diehard supporters, like that's a huge
Yo,
number.
yes.
Regardless of like.
Yo, you
it's a
have the
majority.
knowledge.
Right.
It is
I
so
don't
true.
support any
It
of
is
them.
so true. I'm so against consumerism.
Yeah, this is.
And
I
it
just
is
want to
forced
point
upon
out this
us
is
in ways.
propaganda, plain and simple. When
So
we
it's
look
funny,
at
but
what Trump's
damn,
actually
decadence
doing,
breeds
he's
weakness.
throwing out
Fuck
policies
yeah.
that don't
Fuck
land
yeah.
anywhere. And so we have, at this point, we have
Yeah,
what is
people
it,
just
4
don't
months of
know.
activity.
Like, and
We have
people, what's
zero
weird is people
results.
don't even know
Things
just because
just
of the
are
childhoods they'd
conceivably
had.
worse and getting
Some
Trump is
people even
pulling
my
his
age
shit
are
out of his
basically
jerk
iPad
shoot.
kids.
You're right. He's
And I'm
pulling it
only
out of
30.
his jerk shoot.
Not
He's
that they're
making it up
fully
as he
iPad
goes
kids, but
along.
me, I was out later than most, riding my bike and dicking around in the neighborhoods. And that's kind of how all my friends were too.
People wanted
Just
something they could
what
relate
boys
to. Well, it's like,
are.
well, you know, it might not be the
And
nice
that time
thing
will
that
come
you are,
again.
but it is a thing for sure. It is not a thing.
Don't forget, Trump bankrupted 4 fucking companies and 2 casinos.
Oh my
I mean, shit.
How many were successful
Trump
though?
doesn't affect
That's what I'm wondering. Because Trump wouldn't be president if he was that
Well,
unsuccessful.
I mean, I think there's a lot of great businesses that have to fail, a time, 2 or 10. So I don't know.
Sometimes what we see in these debates is kind of like,
and sometimes
because you can glom onto one side,
actually
especially
benefit
the
by
leftist
sinking a ship,
kind of talking
right?
points,
Sometimes
it enables less
cheaper to dump a
critical
barrel
thinking.
than-
You have to think
Trump
less
said
because
is
more people
bullshit.
disagree with
Half
you.
the
So there's
shit
really no
he said
actual
he was in talks
thinking.
with China today and yesterday. The Chinese said they're not even talking to him about tariffs. So he's lying about that.
The most successful thing Trump has ever done has been playing a game show host, or has been
Personal
as a
attacks.
game show host on TV.
Personal
playing
attacks.
a
They'll
rich
bring up your
person.
past. They'll bring
That's
up
the
criminal
only
record. It's gonna
successful
always
thing
be
he's ever
personal
done.
attacks.
That's not true.
Don't
So
forget,
I think
Trump shut the country down 5 years ago in 2020.
Darko,
It wasn't
I
Biden
wanted-
who shut it
Darko,
down. It was
Darko, I
Trump
wanted
who
to
shut
ask
the
you
country
something.
down.
I wanted to
Trump
ask
shut
you
the
something,
country
Darko.
down.
All right, Spicoli, chill the fuck out. Go ahead, Duck.
Okay, so Darko, this is one thing I think Trump's done well.
Oh yeah, and this
that
fucking guy
you didn't give
eating.
him credit for while you were talking
Just casually
to
eating.
Sarah for,
It's different when you're the
a
host,
lot
man.
of Americans
Why
look
does
at
everyone have these
Harvard's
fucking
of the world,
microphones like they're worth listening
look
to?
at,
I like my tried and
something
true
like the Supreme
fucking
Court, and they don't understand how it impacts their life.
Comcast. Nah, just some shitty Logitechs.
I do think Trump has said, well, look, you can actually reach out and touch government.
Yes, exactly.
Institutions and stuff like this. This is
Exactly.
stuff
It's just
that
the news of
it
what they're
matters
hearing.
in as much as I
And
can
they feel
respectfully
fully
say this,
versed.
is
They feel fully versed to come on a panel, and I feel retarded whenever I go on. But then I realize, oh shit, no, you could just say that
The
they're
rest of government that isn't him.
wrong because they are, and there's people that agree
I'm
that they're
listening.
wrong because of objective
Yeah, the
reality.
Supreme Court released a 9-0 decision that, like, hey, like, you have to bring this dude back.
Duck
You
knows,
shouldn't have done this.
but he's on the side, so he's with someone or he's around people that police that shit into the dirt. It is when you fully step away from others
Follow what his own
and
appointees
truly
told
don't
him to
care.
do.
But what is the situation? If he's
The 9/11
dependent on someone that
isn't quite saying that the
disallows
court
this type
ordered
of
to bring him back in like colloquial terms.
conservative thinking, then
No, they
I mean,
ordered
he's,
him to
or he's
bring him back.
Canadian or something.
How weak your day is. If Trump affects
Yeah,
your day that
I'm just
bad,
here to listen often.
a better hobby.
You don't have a 401k, and I don't care what you think.
The people I'm against mostly are going to be in my generation who had an easy time. I had this weird experience. I went to art school for one semester. It cost a shitload, like 50 grand. Luckily, I was
Just
like,
a
I had
shout
some
out to
tiny loans and
Abe
some
Dingus
grants.
here. This is
School of the
our
Art
third
Institute,
time
Art
on
Institute of
panel. I'm
Chicago.
very excited you
It's an
coming
adult
back,
fucking
and I'm
daycare,
not gonna be the one to get rid
and
of you.
sometimes you
You're
take like
always welcome here,
a philosophy
especially
class
if you
that's
wear the
actually
hat.
useful to your soul.
Finkel says with a big 10.
And
the youngins are so
thank God for that class, because the first day I showed up at this super expensive art school,
youngins are so
the teachers in the
awful,
main
who's
core
gonna
class
run
that
these
lasted 3 hours long
Trump
had
claims too long
garbage,
to
literal
ban?
garbage to make art with. And that's when I knew it was all a scam.
Robots are gonna
And
run
that
'em.
dude, that is canon.
Gen Z's too
That is
fucking
canon. I
lazy.
have learned it.
Gen Z's
Because
too lazy
in
to
high
work.
school, I had already
look,
learned
there's
graphic
this
and web
magic
design
mute
through a
button
great
like
fucking
this.
tech school
Okay.
campus program. That's where kids should go. We know it now. Everyone's bullshitting. And so I think for iPhone factories in America, we got to put the charge on the
All right,
humans
thanks, Bane
to
Barry,
make it cool
appreciate
to work
you.
there. And you know
And,
why?
ladies and
Because you
gentlemen,
need a
if you
degree to
like
work there.
comedians, if you like stand-up comedy, all that fun stuff,
And we'll
go
pay
check
him
out Bane
maybe
Bear. He's a fellow
$30,
supporter
and
of
that's
the show
wild
here,
shit.
and we like to always give back while we can.
That's
all right,
wild shit for a
Salmon
lot of the
Fish. Now,
country.
your internet is
30
always
bucks an hour is
crappy.
crazy
If it keeps cutting
in
out,
so many
I'm gonna
places in the country. These
eventually
people
just
that live in the
dump you, okay?
cities, because that's where you get educated, is
all
the
right.
schools.
And
They have no
then
semblance of
Lost Jonin
reality.
in with another 10 says Gen X doesn't get a
Also,
pass
they are
either.
fucked. We can't
Their
forget
inability to
that.
have
They're
healthy
super
marriages
fucked,
and divorcing
in my
like
opinion.
they
These inner city
changed their
motherfuckers.
underwear
20 miles from
soy
civilized.
millennials who
Yeah,
in
dude, that's
turn
amazing.
made
Montana.
super soy Gen
Yeah.
Z.
I'm
Any
lucky
thoughts there,
of Illinois, because Chicago's not great.
Getting pretty basic
I don't
now.
even like the nicer
maybe
fucking
that's
suburbs out there now, just because, I don't know.
They're
It
more
just seems weird to be
more
close.
conservative now.
I live in a
There's
corn
no
town,
problem with
basically. It's
soy,
awesome.
first of all. So if we work that part
The
backwards,
time is slower.
I think Gen X grew up
Can't
in a
believe they
time when
they dog
everyone
on
thought
soy so
technology
bad.
was
People
gonna
really
be
don't
this
know. Soy is actually
total game
amazing
changer.
for you.
And it turns
I'm
out,
literally a vegan.
like
because
like
I
in
lost a
most times
shitload
in
of weight.
history,
I call
1%
it plant-based
of them
now
were
because
right and
vegan is
became
such dog shit
extraordinarily
connotations that I
wealthy
agree
from
with.
it in the United
A lot of
States.
vegans are all uppity with the shit and talking down on people, but
You
me, I'll
know,
only ever talk about the
I don't
health
know about
aspects
Gen X
because it's
parenting.
saved me a couple
I
times now.
think you know, as like
Skill
a
acquisition
fourth grade
machines?
generation,
Yeah, dude.
you know, I think they can do a little better than the
Yeah,
vegan
that's what
grade.
the internet's
Maybe not
amazing
much
for.
better.
It is almost like the
Better than the
Matrix.
vegan grade? What the hell does that mean?
Uh, uh, you know, I think I
You
don't know.
can somewhat, you absolutely can acquire
internet
skills,
slash
especially
real
computer-based through YouTube. It's
Are you
creepy.
trying to return back to the super soy commentary?
Super soy. I had
Yeah.
Impossible beef the last
Definitely
few days,
moderation.
So I'm feeling good. You can't bring me down.
Fair enough. And
I
Grid,
almost think
Grid 1 is giving the, hold on just a second, I'll turn it over to you, Salmon. Grid is giving the gift that keeps on giving back to the audience. Thank you, and you're welcome to everyone. Grid says,
Giving back
Spicoli,
to
go away.
Boots
Since
Spicoli.
heck, Obama got a
Non-Fon is
Grid 1 just
knowledgeable as
finished up a
fuck.
debate. Make
He's
to swoop back.
educated.
I'm bringing on
Currently
non-fun, thank
educated.
God.
Or
And
I
thank
don't
you,
know him.
Grid 1, for doing what everybody else wanted.
But he's
And
taken at least
Plumpy
one
in with the big
economics
two
class.
says, Daddy Trump still loves
And he reads a
you."
lot.
And Finkel in with another 20. Well, we did win 2 out of 3 elections. Heck, Obama got a noble for one. Oh, crud. They just revoked my Lib membership. Damn it. Damn it. Thank you, Finkel. And all right, Salmon, I believe you had a thought to add into there.
I was going to say my position is sort of categorically the opposite. So, what's your name? Duh.
Yeah, so
Okay,
everyone's starting
so
businesses right now. Those are the
you're
people
kind of taking this
that
like
are
middle
being
ground of the
sold to the
spectrum, and I
most.
kind
It's
of
like
think it's
this new
both
thing where, like,
extremes
instead of
at the same
college,
time.
college was
So
where
there's a
people
lot
made a
of stuff
shitload of
coming out
money, but now it's
recently in
business.
material
People are just making
sciences,
money off of
computer
other people's
technology.
businesses.
Yeah,
And that's the shit.
in large part because of some of my work. Actually, forget about that right now. I'm trying to water.
Yes, exactly.
And then the flip side is that I know some people who are trying to get like small business insurance for like maintenance. And I'm just thinking about the next generations. Like if they don't do maintenance, a loose screw in every single building, a burst water pipe in all these offices, these server rooms. We absolutely need maintenance and construction people. So I imagine like market incentives and frankly, kind of like
I hate that
crisis
people want
pressures,
women to work,
is going to
but
push
it's
it in
near
both
essential these
directions.
days.
Because it's good money. It's like $40 an hour.
Yeah, but so the thing I would point out is that, like, you know, if you're talking about millennials or Gen X finding like a market inefficiency, and it's something plus, like, you know, if you're passionate about like maintenance and stuff like that, like, you know, guys like Alex Ramazzi always
Nobody's
talk about how that
passionate
stuff's
about
such a good fit,
maintenance.
but I
That's
don't
what's
think
wrong
that
with
says
liberals.
anything. Like, I've never met you. I don't, you know, no offense,
Nobody's. I mean,
I don't
dude,
know
the
you, but, like,
passion is pain.
you know, I don't think that
So
says
perhaps they
anything
do
about
have
you being
passion
like
for
a good
maintenance
patriotic
because,
American or something. I'm just gonna go ahead
I
and
mean,
throw that out
shit.
there.
Oh, I wasn't saying that. I'm just saying that like my talking to Zoomers, they're real interested in $40
I'll
an hour
always be
because
happy
it's
with your
easier than
job.
like hard labor like concrete.
But to think
No,
that's a
they will
thing, like
sew the fucking socks like a good American. we will be making
throw
all
it
of our own shit here moving forward.
Yeah, you're about factories. It's different.
yeah, that's great, dude. I'd rather pay $10 for a fucking pair of
No,
socks,
I think the main thing, like,
knowing they're made in
I would just
America.
say, like,
I
with
mean,
both
there's
of your
really
own,
no
like, sort
reason
of
why that
business
ever
venture,
went
but, like,
away other than
thinking about,
policies that
you
they
know,
fucking put in place to make that happen to open up trade after World War II, I guess, is what
I don't know.
nerds say.
I'm gonna be like the
And
most negative person that you've ever met.
like that's cool and all, but it totally dumpster our
You know,
shit
so
here.
like I'm just really
You are the most
cynical
negative
about like the
person we
future.
ever
I'm
met.
I'm all super cynical about the future, and like I'd rather be caught being like too negative than like being caught unprepared or something like that.
Stop being so fucking cynical. The future looks great.
And
I don't know. Fucking
sarcastic
non-fun's
saint,
like the econ dude, but yeah.
sarcastic saint in with the big 2 says, Spicoli, thank God Grid put you in the back. And Finkel sends another
100%
20. I don't
comfort
want him back,
is
but I was
king
asked to bail out Spicoli one
to
time
them.
only. Well,
Oh
I've got
my
great. Oh, hold on, I've got great news for everyone.
Hell
He's
yeah.
not back
I
there
like you, Abe.
anymore. He
You're an
left. He
animal.
always leaves. He gets mad. So
That's
on
what's
that
up.
note, Finkel, tag me in the
Oh,
chat.
wow, that's
please,
actually
and
weird.
tell
I've been
me,
saying that for a long time. Just
tell me who
animals.
else you would like to boot
Animalistic.
instead
Like
of
it's just my
Spicoli,
rhetoric. It's
because
some
you
dumb
get
shit I
that
say
credit
while
back if
streaming
you
and playing
boot
that game
someone
squad I like
else.
so much.
Any person of your
Is
choice. I'll put the names back
that
on
people are
screen.
animals
And yeah,
When
you
they
can do
kick
whatever you
ass in
want. If not,
humans,
I
this
will
fucking
just
sapiens
take a vote from
sapiens.
the
Ooh.
crowd.
Well, they're kind of
And
fucking
then
nerds.
I want to also say hello to Val out there in cyber world who's watching me. I love you, girly girl. Mwah. And K2 keep on trucking in with the Big 10 says, kick the boomer that can't shut up. He's acting worse than Mel. Which one's the boomer?
That was Spicoli.
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 Was that Spicoli? All right,
Yeah,
fair
you
enough. K2, please, if you did mean Spicoli, I will give you your $10 credit back. Tag me. You got to tag me in the chat and tell me who else you want to boot. And then ZT Den with the big 5. Sure, there's no problem with soy if you have no balls.
Soy is actually
If you
good for
have
your
to
nuts.
ask what I mean, soy equals
And it's good
low
for male
T.
breasts as
Are
well.
there any low
Realistically.
T
Unfortunately, that's what it's
commentators
called,
this
the
evening?
tissue there.
Nope.
But
I
it
just
literally
wanted to
lowers the
mention,
risk of
maybe,
cancer.
maybe a little bit, but that's $50 on Spicoli.
If I'm
just
wrong on that,
like
then
for
I've been
keeping track,
turned the
that's $50
wrong
on
way
Spicoli
in terms
in the
of
US.
nutritional information. But
Well, thank you,
They
Doc.
don't like him here. Oh goodness. Well, actually,
I'm quite well
Finkel paid
versed
to bring him
because my
back. He
family is a
paid to revive
nonprofit
him.
about the shit.
So yeah.
We teach people how to
And
go
then Finkel
plant-based,
says,
whole food
nah,
plant-based
no
to
boots.
cure and
Aw.
reverse
See,
disease,
Finkel
which
does
is
have
a
a
very
heart.
hard thing to say,
And Filthy Phil with the 5 says, Tomato Lady, this
but
is
it's
not.
true. People have lost
This
thousands
is
of
to
pounds just
not
changing how they
for
eat, and
Furby
it's
whenever he
funny to
shows up in the
do
future. All right,
because
well,
it's
Furby's
so
got a
against society.
5-minute
It's like
holding pattern.
anti-consumerist,
I will apply
in
it
my
later
opinion,
if
to eat
Furby shows up.
grains
And
and shit
I just
and
want to
make
let
dishes that
everybody
look like they're
know
from
who I
another
have
world.
backstage in case you want to, fast pass somebody to the front line. You got to boot somebody off. We've got Mo Rebuttal up next. We've got Ryan the Radical Coder
I'm
waiting.
always
We've
interested
got
why people
Geo
want to
first,
talk.
who I'll need you to cam up backstage for me and just show me a peace sign back there. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And then we've got Rinyald from
James Life
I
talks.
think it's Rinyald's
I'm curious what he's
Mythical,
lived.
who will be debating here next Monday for my birthday. So I'm super excited to get you on here before that and have some
Like
fun.
that would be a dope channel.
Bane
You could just
Bear
be sitting there
72 to say
eating
thanks for the shout out, Sarah.
and
And
talking
last
to
one I'll
people
read
about their
for now.
life,
Uncle
and you
Fatty
just
says,
boom. All of a
right
sudden,
now, as
because
we
of this new
engage in this
economy,
amazing
you get a
focus
little
on
bit of
talking
views.
points and
Boom,
weapons of
you're
mass
popping. Me personally, I'm anti-streamer. I think streaming's
distraction,
kind of gay.
the USA is starting a war in Yemen by the anti-war president. Ha! Pee on my leg.
But there is some value
equals
to it.
trickle down. Anybody have thoughts on the war in Yemen?
Yeah, the gut biome.
It's not going anywhere. They can't afford it.
It will quite literally make or break
Yeah,
your
extremely
health.
sad, and I
It's
hope it
your
goes
second brain,
nowhere,
they say.
'cause I hope
And we
war
always do
eventually just
say
stops
and think to trust our guts.
Who the fuck here?
Also, I
actually
just
agrees
like that
with
shit
MAGA?
is
I feel like it's just
easier
a
and
circle
nicer.
jerk.
Like I used to be an
Who here
obese child.
is actually pro
Life was
MAGA?
terrible.
Not even
Actually,
MAGA,
I'm
dude. I was here
Life
for
sucked.
they're all
I'm
neo-
pro Trump.
And so that's why I do it. I do it for the kids. People should
How about you,
not
Abe?
have to deal with
Sitting
being
quiet.
fucking obese.
I'd say we paint with really broad brushes. You can
This is
say
killer.
people in MAGA
This
don't
is so
care
true.
about the Constitution, but that wouldn't be everybody in MAGA. You're talking about specific small sections of people, maybe. I
Extremists,
doubt
That's
that it's
everybody.
all
I
of them.
feel.
That's everybody in
Most
MAGA.
of them.
Actually, that's not. I care about the Constitution, and I grew up.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Make America great again.
Personal attack. It's not even
Right, but
personal
Tell me
I was
how
attack.
you
No, you
feel
literally
about
don't.
the
here in
No.
Constitution.
2016. I was
Wait,
in a
you
meme
tell him
bar.
how he doesn't.
Like no one that you see today is the same people. And how did Trump even get on stage in the first place?
I care
He
about
was
the
a game
Constitution
developer.
because it allows him to disagree, and no one gets
He
to do
was a
anything
businessman.
wild about it.
So
That's what he
I'm
was.
just
And that's
saying,
powerful.
how do you even get on stage?
Like
I
that's
saw
the
here,
Constitution's
a bunch
great
of
because
millennials.
he can act like that
People's
and
movement,
not have
not
any
the
terrible
same people
repercussions
here. They're
immediate.
all neocons.
Often.
I think
Like
it's a little
Teal
different. I think
acolytes.
Trump told people that look, your broken bank account's okay. Trump told people
Cappers? What's up, brother?
that
You're
he
live.
said that like, look, even if you don't
We're
feel
watching
like
a little
you're
bit of a
good
replay.
person,
I
there's someone
kind of
else
want you
next
to
to that's
tune in.
just like this, right?
I'm talking to
And
Abe Dinkus.
you can go hand in
He's
hand with
all
these
up on the
people,
YouTube chat right now,
and in my
chilling,
opinion, ultimately,
and you're live. Oh, it's just on mine.
what you're
I'm just
driving
watching the
towards,
replay. Unfortunately, it
maybe
ended
makes
earlier,
sense,
but
but
it
maybe
was
it doesn't, but
actually
we're gonna find out
juicy.
together.
And there was
That's
some
not
discourse.
Yeah, economy is good
Wait,
politics.
what, on your Twitch?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Twitch or YouTube. If YouTube is probably better right now.
Why is that
Well, it's
bullshit?
funny because
take money
I keep
from
hearing
people
people
who don't have
say
Okay.
But the
that
tariffs just
if,
started, so they gotta give him time.
They keep on
Go ahead,
doing
Abe.
that.
Time to do
well, I
what?
keep
Yo,
hearing
this
people
James
say
guy is
if
awesome.
you're
that China's
or MAGA,
It's hard to
Hold
say
on,
shit
then you hate
that
the Constitution and you're not patriotic and all these things.
it's
and I'm
like it's just
that's
what
fun
we're
in real life
hearing.
right now. That's
Like,
funny coming from
it's
everybody
also
who hasn't
logical.
done anything for that Constitution.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay.
I have,
Great.
and I'm really
Yeah.
saying those
I'm
are
saying
like
I
a
know
big
people
check.
that are
What are
pro
they
Trump
discussing right now?
that don't agree with the
MAGA hates
decisions
American
that he's
culture.
made,
I
but they're
almost
still
want to go
MAGA.
back and show you
It
his
doesn't.
original
It doesn't.
argument
Right,
because
that's
I
what
want
I'm
to show you
saying.
him
You
when
don't
he's
have to
fucking
worship him
losing
to
it.
be part of that movement.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Wow.
This is actually clipping.
Everything Trump
Into
says.
MAGA
Don't
and
you, Abe,
Trumpism.
don't you feel like as a veteran, I'm not going to pander, but as a veteran, don't you feel like it's a slap
Yo,
in
why
the
is the guy in
face
the
that
bottom
Trump appointed
right
Marco
corner
Rubio,
look like a meth
this
addict?
I don't know,
bigot,
but I like him, dude.
this Christian
I
nationalist
like
from
him.
freaking Florida
Oh my
that
God, he's not
does
bigot.
nothing to keep America out of
How?
these wars. That should be offensive.
Doc,
Because he's here
Doc,
representing
prove that
views.
he's a bigot. Prove that he's a bigot, please. Tell us. How is he a bigot?
Because he's basically wants us to go back to the year 1930, where we have to argue about whether, a black kid and a white kid, have the same type of education. He wants us to go back to a period where we can't actually address issues. We can't talk about how we can't talk
Or
about
does,
like anything anymore. And
or
this is
does
what
he?
I
Or
mean.
does he
Marco
want
Rubio, he
to?
went to Panama. We don't have any business in Panama.
I actually
That
do.
was wild to say because the fucking
We have
canal.
Where
Panama
is it?
Canal.
Pamela.
We have the
Pamela
canal that
Canal.
we funded. Okay.
Obama.
We have a contract with Panama.
Obama.
Who cares?
So
What's theirs
Bruh.
now?
it's not theirs. We still have that contract.
No, we sold it
Look
to
it
him.
up.
I don't care.
I
He
think
just-
we.
The only reason Greenland.
Brother, if we built this shit, we may not even
Panama
have
Canal to
something Suez.
We didn't sell it really. Jimmy Carter basically
Well,
gave it to
yeah,
Panama.
what,
I
the
think
We
it
built
was-
it, we'll
I don't know
protectively
the exact
use it.
rationale, but I think part of it was just because
Mhm.
I think it was during the Cold War. We
How
didn't
many
want Panama.
fucking
Too much
people
CNN.
died?
Whatever.
Granted,
But like even
Building
the fact
it?
that we
Probably
have a
should've,
contract
And a
implies
mouth.
that
Yeah,
Panama's the
Yeah,
one that
dude,
owns it,
think of
and
that.
we're, like,
Imagine
contracting
building
with
a
What
them,
was
fucking
that?
saying we
canal with
might
pussy
what the
boys
hell
like
was it?
fucking
It was
Dr.
contract,
Darko.
but that
was
implies
it
that
malaria?
we have to ask
Mosquitoes were
permission to
spreading and
use it
shit.
or whatever. Like
North
Yeah,
Korea
Malaria?
read the whole
Oh, dude,
contract.
I think they're literally about to talk about that.
I've not read the whole Panama Canal contract, man. You got me. Damn.
Yeah. Okay. So read the whole
Ilbro
contract.
probably
before
also
you
hasn't
com-
read the Greenland
Read
Yeah,
the
Treaty.
you
whole
made me
contract
type
before you
Pamela.
comment on the Panama Canal first.
I had that stuck in my head.
What do you mean?
That's so
What
funny.
would
Bring
you
in
mean by
money.
reading the contract?
30,000
at a
people
time.
died during the
And naval
construction.
choke points.
Oh yeah.
And
Like
I
it's
just
naval
want to.
choke points physically and trade barriers. How are you gonna bring in money?
Yeah.
What is it?
Who cares
22,000
about bringing in
French
money?
people
The
died.
30,000
idea of
fucking
running
They
a
had
government
to build
like a
it
business is
due to
stupid
yellow fever and
dumb.
malaria.
And anyone who thinks
Then
that
the
the
U.S.
government should be run like a
took
business is
over.
stupid and
About
dumb.
5,600
Why?
people
Okay,
died.
elaborate why it shouldn't be.
So this is gonna sound cringe, but
Any loss of life is
government
just a
business are
fucking
two different
struggle
words,
there.
West
like,
Indian
they're not.
laborers.
They don't serve the same function. Okay, I don't want the cheapest air traffic control system. I don't want the cheapest military and weapons.
Whatever
I don't want the
vector born.
cheapest.
But it's not like you're
spaceships.
going to
I live in
Sears and
America.
picking out
We
a
have the
fucking
best shit.
Businesses do
I
that.
don't care what
ATC
it fucking
tower.
costs.
Grade
That's
actually
maybe
goes
why.
It's kind of how I'm
stands
feeling.
for.
Government
Military
contracts work.
grade means literally the cheapest, most viable contract somebody
Oh
that
yeah,
can
so they
fulfill
did
it.
end up.
It's the cheapest, literally.
What
So
did
when
they
you
come
hear
out with?
things say military grade, it is the cheapest, most mass-produced thing that can be done. It is not the best. That is why a lot of
Which is
tier 1
ignorant
people
because
use.
Marshall before
Tell me,
Civil.
but tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why anything is ever more important than how our federal government builds relationships with other nations and maintains the perspective of the United States as someone who's capable of providing both aid as well as being beneficial when there's changes happening in one of our partners. There's
This
nothing
is
more
like the
important
easiest
than that.
dunk. Like if the
Yeah.
country itself is not doing well, why should we care about other nations? Like that's like the easiest dunk you've ever set up for anyone.
Exactly. We are literally the police of the sea when it comes to trade.
I want to get the
If
Constitution
we
for
cannot
like my wall
actually
Yeah, that's kind of
finance that,
crazy. So I was
and just
like,
have it
just
like
like
right
trade
there,
that exists
so that you
goes
could just read it to
bye-bye,
people,
because then
and
somebody
also
else, like
you would
somebody
just know it.
decided
Like I think I
Darko
might, since
says
everyone's so
that
interested in the
there will
fucking
be a void
Constitution
if
these
we
days.
leave something.
And I'm not gonna
So
lie, I don't remember
what
that shit
happens
from
when
7th
we
grade,
end up
but
going
they taught it
bankrupt
where
or
I
when
fucking
we
went
can
to
no longer
school, and
fund
you know
our
what? I think there's a difference
military
in what's taught
or somebody else
these
starts to do
days.
some
I
more shit,
pledged
we
allegiance to that
Because
flag
technically
every
they're trying to
day of
stop
my fucking
paying
life.
for our
I
fucking
don't think
military
kids do
anytime
that
soon.
anymore. That's
Like,
a
what do you
problem.
mean
I think
the
they
the
still
U.S. is
do
going
in
to
the schools.
In places.
go bankrupt? Like,
But
what,
I guarantee fucking
Darko.
dude,
the
they're
fuck do
not
you
doing
mean?
that in
One
inner
that's
city
more open to
schools, and
default
it's
than
the
anyone
fact that the
else.
kids are given the
Trump
choice
was
not to
literally
do it.
suggesting
Many
in
will
meetings
not
that he wanted
these
to
days.
explore our options to default. Like,
I remember there being
Yeah,
like one
economic
kid sitting out
imperialism means dependency.
not
That's what
doing it,
foreign
and
aid is
I
for.
didn't know why.
We
Still
have to
don't,
give
and
them
I
money.
and I don't care because it doesn't matter why someone wouldn't want to do it.
I'm not,
It's
You're
I'm not
allowed to not do
That's
it.
the, that's the
yeah,
fiat
the
dollar.
only
lot of-
We
reason
should
that
promote it.
people
There are
wouldn't
people
was
like Ion Hersey,
religious
is one person who
reasons.
said,
Yes.
Like if
yeah,
they're
you know, there's
depending on their
imperialism and there
religion
was
and shit.
colonialism,
Because
but
and you
the
say like
and whether or not people
in
agree
one
I think it
with
was
the
Jewish.
opposite thing of
nation
what should
under
happen
That might have
God
been
is
or
wrong.
the
something like
U.S.
that.
Yeah,
starts
yeah,
building
that's
these
true.
contingent relationships, or
Maybe
Europe
atheists
starts
or
building these
agnostics or
contingent
something telling their
relationships
kids,
where
yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
well,
you don't have to do
if you
that.
do the right thing, we're gonna
It's just
we're
like,
gonna send you a check.
why?
If you
It
do the
says
right
it on
thing,
the
we're gonna give
money,
you money to these
dude. It says it on the
organizations.
money.
Islamic or
You know,
whatever.
Don't
and
make
so
it
a lot of
detractor.
nations
Don't make your
have
kid.
historically
The
depended on
the way
US
you
are
tell
already
kids something, like if you give your
independent
kid
paths
fucking
financially.
a fork full of broccoli and you're like, you're
Trump
gonna
is
hate this,
Trump
they
is
probably
basically
are
saying,
gonna hate
well,
it.
you know, if we pull the rug out hard
Like,
enough, is there just not
yeah.
enough money in the world?
So to
It
tell
it,
kids
it, it
not
doesn't
to
make
is
it is
just kind of
absurd.
dumb.
You guys aren't gonna like it. The Gen Z here aren't gonna like it, but it is.
And that's the
absurd.
thing.
That's
Pledging
all it is.
allegiance to the flag means you get to think like this,
Working its
and you
way
get to
into our
be a
brains and
not a
telling us that you
detractor,
have to
but
listen to
you
the guy on your screen. It makes no sense at all.
totally get to think,
What claim?
you know,
did
any
say
way you
about
I'm in
want.
favor of foreign independence because that way they can not be crippled by dependency.
I can't wait to show you the
and be more
fucking
productive
tweaking out at the end. I just realized he said deport all
no, it's the opposite
MAGA.
of what happens. There are gains from specialization.
The
Usually, when countries
fuck?
are
I
interdependent,
mean,
they
literally,
specialize
first
in
of all,
producing,
try.
you know, a product
No one
that allows
will.
them to increase their productivity.
And
That's
something
opposite
tells
of
me
what
How
about
do
the
you explain
factions in the
European
What if there's
military,
a
it would
global
be a
liquidity
mess,
crisis?
and it
European
shan't
European
happen.
Union.
That's
A
right.
What do
civil
you mean? How do I explain
Countries.
European
disagreement
European
of
Union
sorts.
is not
There's a
one
global
independent
liquidity
country.
crisis.
They're not independent.
You can't compare the European Union.
What?
Can't pay
You
labor.
cannot.
Damn, I
I
can't believe a
understand.
kid
I
hit her
said
head,
the European
hit their
Union.
head.
My
That's
point is
fucking
they're a free
sucks,
trade
bro.
zone.
That's
They
scary.
benefit from
It's
specialization
terrible.
because there are no
But
trade barriers between countries in the EU. Like that's
Sending all the
half the
energy.
point of the EU
They
is to
can't
be a
print
trade
money
zone.
without labor. They can't pay the
you said a country independent.
The
These
fact she even
countries are
came
not
back, there was
independent. They
not a
need
lot
to
of
do
blood,
something.
or none blood, but
They need
slapping
the
your head still worth
legal
getting checked
permission of
out.
all the UN.
Got
all
a
the countries
headache.
in the European
You got
Union
different
to do
sized
something.
pupils.
It's only
Or
the
some
U.S. and
things.
Israel. I'm
Anyways,
sorry,
I'm zoning
not
out on
to
these
interject, but
fucking nerds.
Should serve who you
Here,
want.
she
Borelli
reels
sends
them
in a
in
big
here.
five and says, "How can you be so confident yet so retarded?" He has no arguments, only platitudes. Boot him and bring up Chris so he can see what a true
Yeah.
mustache is. It took me a second. I'm like backstage asking, "Who's
Is
Chris? Who's
there?
Chris?" And then I realized he was probably talking about Chris Lestrange,
Oh,
who is
dude, let's
not
go.
yet. He's not in the backstage. I
Yeah.
don't see him in
Shield.
chat,
Where'd he go?
so I don't know if he's
Yeah, I
here.
hope her little one's okay. But the
But
difference
I
in the
also
school
don't
is
know
even
who
there.
you want to boot either.
That's surprising.
And Finkel with the big 20 says
I mean,
government
the one
should
statistic I know
serve
about the
people,
schools
a corporation
is
should serve the
in
owners.
Chicago, 30
But
schools have
isn't the
no
people the
children.
owners of the
Like high
government?
schools have no kids meeting the required
Grid
minimum
with the big 5 says, "I'm
comprehension
pretty sure
skills
what
for
has
reading.
worked into the duck
How?
brain is
That's
a bit
nutty.
Like
too
that
too
cannot
much
be.
soy and
Like what the fuck? And then you see
Peyote.
these videos of cops going into school.
Peyote.
what's peyote?
Yeah, harsh
It's
stopper,
It's
absolute.
it's a Native
Psychedelic.
American.
Fuck,
It's
man.
an indigenous psychedelic.
Especially
an
back of the head.
African
I've heard some
psychedelic
scary
that's-
shit.
That's very. That's sort of very.
I knew someone who's yeah. I don't even want to fuck
Well,
that. Head
no,
injuries are
they
fucked
like
up.
being called
Trip falls
Indians,
in the desert
for the
in
record.
another universe.
Yeah,
They
not
identify
Native
as
I don't know why we're
Indians.
hating on soy seeds,
Yeah.
but
Because phytoestrogen's non-fun. You'll learn about it when you're not
oh,
19.
true.
Yeah, Dirk knows so much.
I'll always talk good about soy. soy.
Okay.
I can
Because
trace
people
my
have used
ancestry
it.
back to the Mayflower. All right, I fucked up a lot of these people.
People, yeah,
indirectly.
just stuff like that. Like, and it just doesn't
I
matter.
won't feel. I won't feel guilty for.
Like, it doesn't matter.
And just a kind reminder,
Like,
I still have Mo Rebuttal
but
backstage, Ryan the
but
Radical
like
Coder,
hydrolyzed
Renauld from Renault's
soy
Notebooks,
and shit like that, like
696,
processed
and
shit.
First
We don't
Sport
know.
Talk sitting
It's likely
backstage,
bad.
waiting for you fine folks to do what you gotta do.
Processed
and get
versions of
somebody
anything
new
are
on here.
worse.
You know the drill.
Can I ask something, Sarah,
Especially
since,
like meat
since,
is wild with
since
it,
there's
I
no
guess.
questions coming in for super chat, I have
Well, I
something
know, because I
Non-Fawn
used to
and
eat a
Dr.
lot of
Darko
it.
to
Like,
answer.
especially the deli meats and shit.
So
The
Non-Fawn,
shit I
I
used to
want to know
love
if
the
you have
most.
soul,
Those are
because
pretty
you did
fucked
an
up with.
entire 3 hours on
like deli
economics.
meat.
So I would
Yeah,
love to see
just,
if you and Dr. Darko can talk about MAGA, but like how it actually impacts, like how
I'm
would
not
it impact
picky, like,
me?
I'll
in
There's
eat
like a
my-
type
in
of,
my life?
it's like the way that it breaks
Let's say I was a
down
huge Trump fan. What would you say back to that?
the meats. It turns into like shit
Most
that's
of the things
it's just
that Trump is
heavier
doing with the
on your
economy are
system.
just against your interest. Like, depending on what income level you are, a lot of the cuts to Medicaid that he wants to do, a lot of the cuts to food stamps that he wants to do might end
Yeah.
up affecting you. The tariffs will almost certainly end up affecting you, whether
Yeah,
directly
dude.
via
Yeah, everything
higher
became
prices
PC
or
as fuck.
indirectly through, stock market
Bitch and
crashes
gay
that
and
then,
retard.
causes
Bitch, gay,
uncertainty, and that
retard.
reduces business
Ban
investment,
me,
and there's a
Twitch, you
whole bunch of
won't.
other things that
Ban
come
me,
with that,
YouTube, you
especially,
won't. I don't
the
know
fact
about
that
Kick,
investors are
but I
selling
guess
their
I'm streaming
bonds,
there
and that
too. I never
increases
check it.
yields on
Those people are
bond
weird.
rates, and that drives up mortgage rates. That could affect
But I
you
do
as well.
stream there.
The fact
Wait,
that,
platforms do
to
you
be fair,
stream
he's
on, I
kind
wonder?
of sort of walked
3.
back from this,
I
but who
stream on
knows?
3
The
for no
muscle
reason
memory
other
be
than to
back
take
into
the
Fed
space
again.
on
The
their
fact that he
systems.
keeps,
Because honestly, I
saying that
fucking
Jerome
hate.
Powell should cut rates and can't come.
I hate this new technocratic
his
shit.
termination can't
That
come
is
fast
like
enough. That
it's
would be
so light
inflationary,
and
probably
feathery,
pretty
but in
bad.
reality, it is not.
These are all
It is
things that are
just as
against
expensive. It
your
does take a lot of electricity. People
And
don't
you could also
realize.
just be
I've ran my
supportive,
own servers from my own
depending on
house,
what
and
you
you
stand on.
realize they make it incredibly
because,
difficult to do.
It's, you could just be labeled a terrorist, and he'll defend it. And he can just get rid of you for any reason.
That's true. And speaking of getting rid of people for any reason, Geoverse accidentally dropped out. He says, I dropped out by mistake, kick some fucking wall. Mo coming up next. And then I have Grid sends in 20, says, James, sorry, buddy, but I want to see what Rinyald has to say.
Yeah,
Need
it's
the
very weird.
entertainment. But Ryan is
It's
actually
victim
next in
mentality
line. So
shit. It's
James, you're
trolling,
going back.
basically. And, you know, there's all reflections on reflections on reflections. But a very interesting place to view for this type of victim behavior is the fucking terrorists in the Middle East. They bomb you.
Okay.
And then you bomb them back, and they're like, "Look, you killed the women and children." It's like, why didn't you let them leave when we sent the fucking leaflets the past fucking week?
What'd you say?
With your language on it saying, "Leave, leave, leave. We're gonna
Okay,
bomb
great.
the shit out of it."
I actually have
And they
a
don't
few
leave because they don't
questions
let
I'd
them
like,
leave.
to ask Darko.
Because that's the drill.
Going to,
That's the shit, dude.
Topic. What would you consider a
It's because he's religious, motherfuckers. They know everyone is just of one life force. Once you're a sleeping fucking pile,
Principles of the Constitution,
you know, unfortunately,
liberalism
it's just
and
that way.
Republicanism, to a lesser degree,
They're
I'm
savages.
not a descriptive hierarchies.
I can't believe it, man. These motherfuckers exist that strap
but yeah, I think
bombs onto
all
kids and women
Well, except for the third.
and send them into places.
Ryan-
Like, dude, I don't think there's any white Christian extremists that have ever done that. And show me if they have, because I'm highly interested. That's crazy to do. That is on a higher level of psychopathy that should not be achieved.
Of MAGA do hate the founding principles.
Maybe a high level of narcissism.
And I'll specifically throw these out.
Because you value yourself so much that you won't martyr. Like, how gay? That's the gayest. No wonder they experience such boy love culture there.
Should ignore Supreme Court rulings. I would say that you hate the foundations of America. And so if you guys want to play with those, have fun. I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Yes, exactly.
You now have another 10 minutes, and then K2 keep on track.
Yo,
wrote in the chat, he
actually,
said, "Never
Ryan,
mind, use my
nobody
credit
likes
on
him. That's
FM."
crazy.
So,
Because I honestly
that's
like
a
him.
total of 30 for you backstage for sure.
I've been around a lot of
And
liberal
we've got
people that
Rinyard
are just
coming
wild
on
because they're a
up.
part of the system. That's why the
Welcome, my friend, to
cartel
the
is liberal,
platform.
in my opinion.
And
Like,
Finkel with the big
whether
10
it's
says,
led
"Thank God I don't have big
in a
panels. Nobody
conservative,
can manage who's on and
iron-fisted
off like
manner.
Sarah." That's a good point. Actually, and
It's
I
a
will
liberal
say,
thing
when
to
the
have
line is
drugs
full, I
and
mean,
to
there's
have
a whole
illegal
5
activity. It's
extra
just
people
liberal.
backstage,
Like,
right?
people
So
don't understand
if
that.
the
It's
line
not all
is
about
full,
politics. It's about
like, I don't keep
existence. Like,
timers at that point. If you get booted,
I
you're
feel like
just
we're
back
just,
to the back of the line
we
at
really
that point
are all just
because
in,
I can't, like,
it's been a
I
while since
couldn't
I've seen that word,
take
Abe.
Mo and Rinyald
And I
off
know it's a banger.
screen, just to re-enter somebody else. It doesn't make any sense. So once you get booted, now you have to wait until either somebody else gets booted and you're back
Wow.
in the line shuffle, or if somebody pays to buy you back
Yeah.
up, we'd have to
Solipsism.
essentially boot someone else. And
Ah,
Speedly
wow. I
with the
think
big
about this
5
so
says,
much. I
"Darko,
think
what
about
is
this
your
so much.
most
People don't realize, like,
controversial
there's 8 billion universes or 8 billion worlds being seen at all
Non-binary
times.
Communism is cringe.
And only yours is true. It's the only one you know.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
That might be solipsism. That
Non-binary
might be
people
retarded.
who love communism. Yeah. that loses me like 3 friends a year.
Can't believe people support communism,
postmodern
accept
neo-Marxism.
communism, even think about communism.
Just I'm against it. I gotta
crazy.
say, hot take.
Darko, I've been defending. This is gonna surprise a ton of people because you guys know how conservative I am. But I've been
Communism is
defending actually like
kinda-
queer ideology on like various
kinda
discords.
Yeah,
and
this
stuff
bothered
recently.
me.
I don't know. It's come up a lot.
This bothered me
So,
because
like,
these
I'm
are
not
the
adding
exact
for the view on
electrons in the
non-binary.
system that are fucking shit up. People
you know,
going
there's,
around like, is this guy fucking
it's a
queer?
very
Then why is he
liberating
going
sort of
around
way of
fucking
thinking
spreading
about
it?
stuff.
What are you doing?
Oh yeah, I don't disagree.
It just doesn't make sense. It's weird. He's a child with a woman.
Yeah, yeah.
What you doing, bud?
A lot of those people
Why are you
really
going
hate
around
the
telling
country,
people about queer shit
and I love
and
the
advocating
country,
for it? It
and,
doesn't make sense.
so that's why I conflict with both the non-binary communists and MAGA.
Damn, dude.
So
Right.
isn't the statement
Go ahead.
though that all MAGA hates countries, isn't that just like the no true?
Because when you say evil, it sounds so terrible and bad.
Like,
but
there's
evil just
facets,
means that
I
you're
mean,
kind of
even I
away
agree
from
that
God.
there
You're
are
chilling
certain
with
things with the MAGA movement that I think is
Satan or
unique, certain
demons.
ones that
Wicked and
are
wild.
more
Everyone does it.
you find that with any
People
country.
experience these things, but like,
Explain what fallacy you're
why promote
talking about.
that?
Do you mind?
No true
going-
Scotsman fallacy. Like it's a
is
no
that?
Scotsman puts sugar
Oh
in his
wow, we're
porridge,
literally
and then
close to
person
the
says,
spurge.
oh well, my uncle Angus, he's a Scotsman. He puts sugar in his porridge, and then it goes, well, he's not a true Scotsman, right? So that's really
There
what
we
we're
go.
talking about here. Because I would consider, I mean, I don't like labels by definition because
Identity.
they tend to shape
Just makes
and
sense.
shift and turn with whoever
Sure.
the populace is currently believing what that current
The real
thing is.
COVID was the
But
vaccine.
I would say that yeah, for all intents and purposes, I'm a
They
MAGA
herd
supporter. Now,
immunize
do I like
animals
everything this
by
man's
just
done?
sticking
No.
one of them.
Do I think he's the perfect God's gift to everything? Of course.
I got sick at a time when everyone had gotten the
Do I think
vaccine
he's a failed
finally. It
businessman?
was
Not
finally
necessarily,
available
because
for
going back
everyone that
to your
was
other statement about,
non-essential.
or somebody else said something about
But we were flying
gone
in people
bankrupt.
from
Well, no
around the
shit.
world,
Like,
and one of them
anybody
had
who's run
COVID,
one
and
business,
that's what
guess
almost
what the business
dumpstered
goes
my
from
ass.
there.
I had made it 2
He
years
hasn't-
into
He
the
hasn't had a
shits.
single
2
successful
years
business,
into the shits, I had made it.
except for
And then
playing
one
a
fucking
successful
person who just has
businessman
no
on TV.
fucking logic, and they
That
were
is-
all
that
liberal
is
at
his
this
only
place that I was
claim
a
to fame, is
CTO
being a
at.
fucking game show host. That's it. That's the only thing that
That
he's
shit
ever
Why does
sucked.
that
done.
matter? Who
I
cares?
could have had a
It-
fat
it's-
ass
it completely
career
negates
off
the-
of that
the
little
statement,
gig.
though, that
And I
you
did
can't
wild
use
shit.
throwing out
great
the
businessman.
I did
bankruptcy
wild
people
shit. I
throughout
never
the
helped the
bankruptcy
company make
program.
so much
Oh,
money
no,
so
gotcha.
quick.
That's a real
Like
good
2
gotcha.
million
It
in a
really is. And it
night.
shows people have no
Yeah,
Because it was
idea
like
and
what
I
it
didn't make
is.
that point.
I know.
The point
no,
that I'm
to be fair,
making is
no,
that
Nerd
he's
shit,
a
I
shitty
hate.
businessman, and he wants to run the country like a business.
What makes
and
money
he's
these
shitty at
days
doing
is
that.
honestly shit trash. It's groups and join my
By the
this
way,
and my
Crossovers,
yoga
but
class.
that is
And,
retarded. Like you shouldn't. Do it
you know,
again,
just
like,
oh my
It
new
depends how you
recipe
do it.
book,
Everything-
and it's just all
government should not be
wasteful
trying
dog
to
shit.
turn a profit. Like,
And
that's
then the
not its
real good
main,
information, the real good shit,
objective.
is overshadowed by all this other dog
Besides-
shit.
Okay, so its main objective is not to bring in enough money to support citizens and give the things required to conduct a civilized society and keep things protected. That's not be
Yeah, I
considered
mean
a
that's
profit.
part of what it does, but it's not trying to maximize
So
the
would you
return
would
on
agree that
investment
would,
of
that
every
you would
single
agree
dollar.
then you would agree then that in order to do that you have to have some sort of revenue, whether that's tariffs, taxes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
sure.
Kev,
then
you
it
watching
is making
still?
a profit.
No,
Not
I had
necessarily.
to.
Like
Oh,
I mean, like,
Rinse
it
it
takes
about
in
it.
money and
Yeah.
it puts out money.
You're gonna miss
So
the
I have a,
spurge.
I
doesn't
have a,
make it a
I have a
fucking
ledger
business.
here.
Kind of funny.
and it's not
This
like,
kid, this
you know,
guy
it's
went
not
wild.
in the negative, and it's a positive. I would call that what if I'm a government?
I don't know.
Changes
My
by
rule
fix
is
some
if
government entity?
I don't know, like
Or, I mean, no, it would still be a profit, but a government's
Okay,
purpose is
so
not to
profit-
maximize profit.
More profit is better, right? You want to get down to
For a
simple terms?
business, yes.
For any entity. If we have more money as a government,
I
if
see
we are
now.
a
He's.
wealthier nation,
I see
then we have
now.
more money to spend on what we need.
We are the wealthiest nation in the world.
He hates that America has money. That's so crazy,
Apparently,
person.
you like I don't know, like
No,
that's
who cares
seems
if
to
we-
be
who
something
cares
you
if
care
And we also
about.
Who
don't.
cares? Exactly, I
Like-
do, and I want to keep that way. I want to keep going that way. In order to
Okay.
keep going that way, then who cares about targeting that? Just because you're good at something doesn't mean you hang up your hat and say, "Well, I'm done. I should never try to achieve higher heights. I should just give it up."
No, it's not that we can't like get out of a budget deficit and have a surplus from
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with
digitally.
that. I'm for it, if it makes sense. But
Man,
like I don't think
yeah, I had
necessarily that
my
like,
mom's
the idea
friend,
of having a budget surplus is like
Hellickson.
good intrinsically.
I don't know when he was in, but he
the
was in.
government isn't like
And
beholden to shareholders to turn
Yeah,
on
just what an
profit.
inspiration. His son joined
What
the
do you mean? I
Marines.
mean, sure, we could
And he
save
was
a
like, I'm gonna be
crazy
a
amount of
lifer,
money
and then he
if we
comes back
stopped
from
paying
from
for
fucking
lawyers for people
MCT
when
or
they were
something.
charged
He's
with
like, yeah,
crimes
I'm
who
doing
can't
6
afford them.
years.
We could
And I
just
guess he
fire
just
every
didn't
judge,
he didn't
every
expect all the
public defender.
retards.
So what is
And like that's
inherently
kind of what
bad
I
about having a
embrace is
surplus
like
of money?
everyone's
I didn't
retarded.
say it was inherently bad. I'm saying having a budget surplus isn't necessarily inherently good. Those are not
Why
the
not?
those are not
Still can
equivalent
work
statements.
together though.
Why not?
Unless
If I
you're a
go to-
shipper
if I-
like
if I-
this.
If I go to my bank account and have
What do
a
you mean?
surplus, that's
Whoa,
beautiful.
okay, whoa, real quick. You understand that there is good, there's bad, and there's neutral, right? Those are like three like moral like evaluations that we can make on any given thing.
Yeah, it depends on the framing.
Standing to it, you'd have to give me the
Good,
context.
bad,
Good
neutral.
is a like a
'cause
normative statement,
if
right?
it depends where morality lands.
Good is a sure. I'll give you that.
Yeah, sure. So like when you
Yes,
say
yeah,
we
the
ought
giving
to
into
have a
debt. I mean,
budget
people are.
surplus,
We could be
I don't know
pissed.
if that's necessarily true.
No, I was asking what was inherently bad about.
I know.
I didn't say I'm
The
not
new
saying
gen of Marines,
we
bro.
ought not have a budget surplus.
Okay.
I'm just saying like I don't like sometimes
Absolute
having
slayers
a-
with technology in
sometimes
hand.
better?
I'm
That's better
blown
than
away by
having a
thermals,
surplus? Like,
especially recently the advancements in Ukraine.
Negative.
Sorry.
Those thermal suits they
When you say
have.
negative
Wow.
surplus, you mean
Sorry, yeah.
Thermal
Okay,
fucking
yeah,
camo.
You're good. No. You didn't
Super
misspeak.
effective.
That made sense.
Till your muzzle's glowing.
But yeah, I mean, again like a surplus in a business is good because then you have more capital for reinvestment. You can return, like value to shareholders. Yeah, like that's necessarily good
And
because that is
wouldn't
the
we be
purpose
the
of that
shareholders in
entity.
this- wouldn't the taxpayers be the shareholders in this quote unquote fictional, example of a business, a government?
I think this shit's all popping off so much, like just debates and stuff, because it's honestly such a volatile time where like these arguments are
What is the
terrible.
similarity?
The thinking is terrible. The open borders is terrible. Like it's so obvious that he was voted in with relative ease. I remember on the night of the election, it was just like
you
boom.
just want
Like,
like the cheapest version of that.
I like to address this. Businesses
it was like
that
almost
do a
called
race to the
early.
bottom to spend the least amount of money on all their products. Those businesses are usually very poor and they're not great.
The fuck's he
I
doing?
Personally have interfaced with plenty of businesses,
Smoking
very successful
crack?
multi-billion-dollar businesses
Goddamn.
that would rather pay a little more for a quality product. So the idea that just because it's ran like a business and you want to spend money where efficiently,
Oh yeah, literally. You were
doesn't
saying
mean
that the other
you're
night. Holy
a race to
shit.
the bottom to get the cheapest thing there is. Not all businesses operate that way. There's a wide range of how businesses operate.
He must have been
Some businesses,
watching.
Yeah, do exactly. To be fair, do exactly what you're talking about. Where it's a race to the bottom. Hey, give me the cheapest shit you got, and then they're usually the most ghetto horrible business you can deal with. So
again, we
Yeah,
could-
something
we
that
could
shouldn't
cut
be
a lot
on
of our
stream.
costs. We could be way more efficient, and
She barely bitched at me when I was
we just have,
ripping
like,
a
better
bong, though.
system if we just cut
That's because I'm wild
all
with
of
it.
the judges, all of the public defenders. Like,
Plus, I'm
we
more
could just have
respectful on it now.
police people, decide whether or not you get executed on the fucking road.
For me personally,
and that would be cheaper. It'd be way more efficient. It'd be way more.
This is a rule break.
Way
Rule
I
easier.
don't know
breaker.
if I agree with that because then you have
It's
to follow
terrible.
up dealing with all that mess, and then that would be another expense.
No. That would just increase GDP because other people would have to, be paid to clean that up. And
Darker, the problem with your argument is that like a budget surplus isn't necessarily good for a business either, right? Like you have to be consistent with how you're going to be pedantic.
well, I mean, it depends on if that surplus is revenue or if it's profit. Like
No,
if
it
it's
depends
paid
on if
back to
they're
the
achieving
shareholders
the
or if it's
same
reinvested.
ends.
Can
If they're achieving the same
and
ends and spending less money to do it, that's
And I'll
good.
hand it over to you, Fight Sport. But Jeremy paid a big tent, and he said since we can't boot Darko, boot non-fon as collateral damage. So as of now, backstage next I have where'd Geo go? Geo, if you come back in, Geo is next. It looks like he keeps getting booted or something. Geo's next in line. Then
Shit, man, I could go for some fucking nicotine, Captain.
Then we go back.
You've been
to
having
James
this.
Lang,
Yeah, I
Ross,
just put one in like
Ryan,
15 minutes.
I haven't had nicotine in a long time. I can't believe I quit drinking and doing nicotine for a chick that just
I can just offer something to Darko.
It's like,
and
why couldn't we
Ivory,
have fun?
salute
Let's
to
have
everyone.
fun. Everybody should have fun.
I agree. There's plenty
Nicotine's
of things
just a
to
little
be
bit of
critical
fun.
Trump for. Like nobody should be praised blindly. Like you do that, you're gonna be part of the problem. But when it comes to Trump, the question of this panel, MAGA hates American culture, could not disagree more. I mean, talking about
She
surplus,
should
I
hit me
agree,
up,
it's not the
goddamn.
be all end all, but it's better than being in debt, partly because the value of your dollar goes down the drain the more you are in debt.
Like what
And
Trump's doing
as-
now? You're a
and-
fucking bonger. Why do you?
Darko,
Why do I
Darko,
care about
Personal
okay,
attacks
Tell me
have been
why
said.
how you know about
Darko,
American
The more you
culture.
print money, it goes down too.
Well, if you can stop talking for a second, it's better than again.
You're a
what we
fucking
had-
Kiwi.
Darko, and you're just spazzing out when I barely got a sentence off.
Who?
It's better than what we had
It's the shit
before
talk.
because these guys were just borrowing like.
Look, it's interesting.
and they
Sorry.
weren't even addressing
Yeah,
these
Spurg time. Huge
Trump-
Spurg time.
I
This
agree.
is
Trump
dangerous
ran
amounts of
record
Spurg.
deficits in a booming
And you
economy for no reason.
How about you stop spazzing out for?
It's
barely got a word off.
absurd
Because you're retarded.
that a
You're
non-American
a retarded
could have a
ball.
more American
You come
sentiment
from a
than an
country that doesn't
American.
matter at all whatsoever.
Listen to how sensitive this guy is. Like,
I never claimed to be.
I think you hit a nerve
okay?
there,
You are
Fight Sport. I
so-
think you did.
You are spazzing out. Barely got a sentence off. Like, you're the
And
reason.
No, you
why
won't shut
let
the
me
fuck
let,
up. You just
let
keep
me
talking.
interrupt for just a second. I need to go tend to a child momentarily who has been awoken. I'm going to leave Honest Abe in my stead to take control over the panel. If he says shut up, you shut the fuck up.
Man with
And
the
if I
hat.
come back, I'm gonna be a few minutes, okay? I'm gonna be like 3 to 5 minutes. If he tells you to shut up and you don't shut up,
This is
then I get
massive
back
Spur.
and I ask for the behavior
Yeah,
report
like it's
from
pejorative
Honest
as
Abe,
fuck.
and he tells me this person didn't listen. Well, you get the boot. You can wait backstage until I feel like you belong back up again, okay?
Okay, so there
Everybody
isn't
understand
much
what I just said?
controls.
How can we trust him?
Because he's Honest Abe. Honest Abe, the floor is yours to control. Fight Sport, I believe you were talking last. All right, I'll be back.
That hat's full of nothing but brain. That's
Sure.
how. That's his brain.
Oh, what the fuck is this?
Do I go next?
I should do a debate thing.
I mean, you
Like,
were already
I-
going. Like, please, can you like?
We'll just mute the
really
fuck out of
condense
people
it
and
down
kick
to,
them.
like,
Well,
something
Deep
less.
But
inside.
not if I disagree with them, literally.
Okay, it's
But if they're being
okay,
out of line. Like,
what
I work
Trump
with a
is
lot of
doing-
retards,
Okay,
especially in squad,
again,
dude.
if you want to criticize
Like,
him, fair
just
enough. But
shit, man.
when you say he hates American culture, we really have to compare him to what we had before. And what we had before was anti-American, woke. I know people on this, some people on this panel, like you.
The rule is just don't even talk shit to the brothers. Like, you can talk shit to me.
What
but
Trump is pushing is more
that
American.
really is it.
closer to
It's just
what
that
America
one
was
time,
founded
Captain,
on
where you called that
than
fucker out. It
what
was
we
just
had
like
before.
ragging on
So
someone for
therefore,
being
I don't
new.
really see how you can
Like, dude, I was so I hit him with such extreme prejudice. Like, goddamn, it was a false fucking report. It was bad intel. It wasn't even that bad of a joke. Dude.
Like,
you got
No,
him
it really
weird.
wasn't that bad.
I'm
This is
freaked
like what I
out,
was
bro.
talking about. Like, none of MAGA
Bad.
can substantiate any point besides like, well,
I was like, oh, well, yeah, he's
the
gone.
Democrats.
Yeah,
though,
it's just morale. I don't want to hear faggy
it's
shit,
like,
dude.
oh well, actually everything was worse before and it's better now, and like and it'll be better later.
That,
Totally.
I really like
haven't heard
that
you
shit
refute
because
the
of
idea
all,
that
50
a
v
surplus
50 and
is
you hear
actually good for
50
the
men at the end, and it's just like,
I didn't
fuck,
say
this
that
country's doomed.
But you did say that operating
This
a company
country's
is a different thing than
fucking
operating a
doomed.
government, and that profits are good for companies and not necessarily good for governments. That implies to me that
But not once you get
somehow
men in
operating
a group.
deficit
That's
is
the
not
thing.
a
People are
detriment
just
to the
split up right now. Their
In
communities
fact,
are
it is.
nothing.
Or a government. A government
Shit.
is there to protect.
I've been thinking
people's
about like
rights,
starting a running
and,
group,
Like
but
a
like
government is not a fucking business. I don't know
It's
like,
like-
what else you want me to say.
Okay, so
not
how does
my.
it protect
It's not
people's
mine
rights
to
when it
start.
can't even ensure
In
its
my
own
opinion,
solvency? You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
I'm not a runner. I will
so
squeak
is-
out
is
3
the
miles
U.S. insolvent?
and more. Actually,
We're getting there. It's not
Oh,
looking good.
what does that
You
mean?
realize
at a
we've been
nice
operating-
pace. It's the
what does
full.
that
fucking mean?
We've been
What is that?
operating at
We've
a
been operating fine for.
Oh, here we
for
go.
We've been
250
operating at a
fucking years.
deficit for 26 years now. And the debt just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh
and
wait,
the only thing
who's the
Democrats
last
can say,
person?
the
and
only
who's the
thing
last person
Democrats
to
can
not
ever
run
say
a
is that we need to
deficit?
spend more money, we need to print more money, we need to
Oh, so
inflate
like
the dollars to
Trump is
deflate
a Democrat now
the
because he
value
ran
of
record
the,
deficit
of
this
the,
whole
of
fucking
the
first term.
currency.
Hey, Abe, do you mind if I jump in? Like,
As far as I have to go,
because
Not a peewee.
again, Darko, you
Like,
haven't
fuck
really
you,
said a
Darko.
single-
What the
all
fuck is
you've-
that? You fucking
all you've-
bitch.
all you've-
That was a good check
all you've
right there.
done- All you've done is call me
This is when I said it
retarded
was a
and
good
call me
group of
names and
guys,
spaz
because it is.
Seriously, dude.
like a sensitive.
Because it's important for people to converse like this. It
You're
teaches
You're
them.
not debating any of the points I brought.
Okay, that's calling him a commie
What is he
bitch.
doing?
values
Bring
of-
up some actual points. It's better.
Okay, he's
How is
looking-
it
he's
better?
looking-
Fucking make
well,
a
if you- well,
make
if
a
you
real
can stop
point. Make a
spaz-
fucking
if you
argument.
If you can stop spazzing out for a second.
Seriously, dude.
He's looking to make adjustments to foreign aid. Now, I wish he wouldn't
how
cut
so?
foreign aid to. If you stop talking for a second,
In
I
what way?
don't like-
And why is that good? No. Because I want you to give like a real
Outrage,
fucking answer to
like-
the fucking question.
I'm about to,
because you're
but you
obviously
don't- you
fucking
don't want me to
retarded.
talk
Okay,
because I'm
cool.
because I'm
Lord,
killing
man.
your
Okay,
brain
cool.
cells.
Cool. Go ahead.
Because
Seriously.
I don't. Okay,
Oh,
he's
sorry.
looking to cut foreign aid to Ukraine, which I
Yeah, he
actually
doesn't
don't
let
like.
others
I wish he'd
speak, and
keep
that's a
that going, but
tactic.
He's looking to at least make adjustments. All Joe Biden, as you spaz out again, all Joe Biden did was say,
It's it's an interesting tactic for those that are, you know, liberals,
So, like, what
leftists,
Trump is doing for
Democrats.
Israel,
Not really
while he's
Democrats so
cutting aid
much,
to
just
Ukraine.
liberals or
Okay,
leftists.
cool.
Like,
Wait, so you've given me something you disagree
And
with,
that's also
not a
super
fucking
blankety.
positive- Again, give me a fucking argument.
Jeez, man.
his point, I'm not
Okay,
even certain
yeah,
of his
I
point.
just said he's looking to make some adjustments.
I'm
He's
honestly
also-
surprised how he
he's
got
also
this
using
panel a
American
little
tax
bit.
dollars
I was
to secure the
confused.
border, far more than it's ever been.
Or whatever the
secured
fuck
before.
this is.
He's also looking to cut back on departments such as
Like, I don't get,
education,
if you're gonna
which
be
Trump
a
teaches
guest,
is
why not
blatant
at least throw your stupid little thoughts into AI so it forms a cohesive argument?
like I
And
said,
then, like, if you've
change
ever
is
done a
never
presentation or,
great,
like,
it's
I don't
always
know,
job
a
to
6th
dodge,
grade
it's
fucking
always growing pains. Change is
speech,
always scary, but he's at least
like,
looking to make
maybe you
some
know how to
changes.
form,
Whereas
like,
the
a
vast
nice little
majority of
5 to
recent
10
presidents
minute
being
presentation
Democrats, again, have just been
and how to
spend,
pace
spend,
it,
spend, and as
but
we saw,
instead,
particularly with the introduction of Barack
Okay,
Obama,
you're literally retarded.
I mean, we literally
Okay,
just
so
went
the
back and watched it
Trump
start again. I'm not trying to
record
rag on the dude
deficits
so hard. It's not easy.
Always with the
compared
It's his
Biden,
first time.
Did
it's
Trump
always-
I'd be
spend more
twisting
than
mine
Biden
too.
in his first term?
Emotional appeal.
he did, and I didn't like it.
Oh, okay,
But I'm
okay,
talking
okay.
about
So,
now.
okay, so Democrats just want to spend, and Republicans also just want to spend, even more than fucking Democrats. But we're just not going to talk about how Republicans want to spend.
Okay, so here's the
Because
deal.
it's not convenient to your argument.
Trump
you
got
fucking
more.
piece
Trump
of shit. Go
got
back
more.
to your New Zealand
Jesus,
fucking
I'm be a whore. I'm
Stonehenge
gonna
bullshit.
watch
This
you
is
on
gonna be. This is
YouTube,
hilarious. Darko.
stream there,
Didn't he just say he
Yeah,
didn't
dude.
agree with something that Trump did?
Wait, you're gonna watch it right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I asked
I'm
him
backing
about
it up
it.
there. You gotta see the Spurs. Sorry, Abe.
My
And
set
anyone else
to
watching.
control over-
Substantiate
It's
your point.
just,
Sorry.
it is
Well, I'm gonna-
juicy. It's a study. Yeah? Sorry.
I'm gonna watch your YouTube on my phone, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna hop on
yeah.
Discord.
Closer
Yeah,
to
damn
what
straight.
American was founded on.
Catch you
I'm
later.
just talking
than
shit. Yeah.
What we had before.
Oh, yeah.
So therefore, I don't really see how you can.
Was that
complain
bottle
that
invisible?
much. I already described the benefits of having a surplus.
It hits different.
Go ahead.
Sure. So again, you're
Whew.
like, so you're just like, oh, so no, you like this is exactly what I was talking about. Like none of MAGA did substantiate any point besides like,
It's
well,
so
but,
true.
but the
Yeah, these
Democrats
fuckers
don't,
go in Discord.
like,
They're
again,
they're
it's like,
thinking
oh,
and
well,
talking behind
actually,
closed
everything was
doors.
worse
They should be
before, it's better
cashed
now, and,
after
like, you know,
work.
and it'll be better later, totally.
I haven't heard you refute the idea that a surplus. Is
Like,
actually
what is
good
all
for the
this
United States
fight they
economy.
have in their system?
didn't
Like,
say that
ain't nobody got time for that.
But you did say that operating a company is a different thing than operating a government, and that profits are good for companies and not necessarily good for governments. That implies to
Which
me
doesn't
that
make sense.
somehow operating in deficit is not a detriment to the economy, which in fact it is.
Or a government is there to protect people's rights, and like a government is not a fucking
pro-
business. Like I
protect
don't know, like,
people's
what
rights.
else do you want me to say?
Okay, so how does the
Okay,
government
well-
protect people's rights when it can't even ensure its own solvency? You know what I'm saying?
What
That's
do you
just not
mean?
even true. Because isn't
Okay,
a
so
government?
is
Couldn't
the
that be a
US
monarchy as a
insolvent?
type of government? And like, I
We're getting
mean,
there. It's not
Oh,
looking
what
good.
does
you
that mean?
determine the
What
rights
does
of
that
the
mean?
people.
Operating, we've
What
been
does that
operating at a
fucking
deficit.
mean?
We've been
What does that
operating
mean?
at
We've been operating fine for
We've been
250
operating at a
fucking years.
deficit for 26 years now. And the debt just keeps getting bigger and bigger and
Since
bigger.
Oh,
and
wait,
1999.
the only
and
thing
who's the
Democrats
last
can say,
person-
the
and
only
who's the
thing
last person
Democrats
to
can
not
ever
run
say
a
is that we need to
deficit?
spend more money. We need to print print more money. We
Oh,
need to
so
inflate
like
the dollar
Trump-
words to
Oh, so Trump is
deflate
a Democrat now
the
because he
value
ran
of the
record deficits this whole
Jen,
fucking
let
first
him
term.
talk.
Hey, do you mind if I jump in? Like,
Yo.
again, Darko, you
Like,
haven't
fuck you,
realized a
Darko.
single-
What the
all
fuck
you-
is that? You fucking
all you've
bitch.
all you've
It's actually good, dude.
All you've done is call me retarded, call me names, and spaz
Seriously.
out like a
Personal
like
attack.
like a sensitive woke tard. You're not
Or
you're not
commie
debating
bitch.
any of the points I brought up. Like it's again, what Trump is doing is better.
What is he
His
doing?
values
Yeah,
are
what
Bring
an
up some
animal.
actual points. It's better.
Okay, he's
How is
looking-
it better?
he's looking-
Fucking make
well,
a
if you- well,
make
if
a
you
real
can stop
point. Make
spaz-
a fucking
if you
argument.
If you can stop,
It's better
spazzing
because
out
it's
for a second.
pissing you off,
Seriously,
bud.
he's looking to make adjustments to
Get
foreign aid.
slain.
Now, I wish he wouldn't
How
cut
so?
foreign aid to if you stop talking for a second.
In
I
what way?
don't
Or,
like-
and why is that good? No. Because I want you to give like a real fucking answer. to the
Honestly, I
fucking
weirdly
question.
like this
Because you're
format.
Obviously
you
fucking
don't want me to
retarded.
talk
Okay,
because I'm
cool.
because I'm
Lord.
killing your
Okay,
brain
cool.
cells.
Cool. Go ahead.
I mean,
Because-
seriously.
I don't. Okay, he's looking to cut foreign aid to.
Oh man, I want to make a platform where like the more people that agree, it changes their
He's looking to
volume
at
up
least
or
make
down.
adjustments. All
So
Joe
whoever is the
Biden-
most
spaz
agreed
out
with, their
again,
voice is the
all Joe Biden
loudest.
did was say, here, money here, money here, money here. Never actually comprehend it.
Cool.
because
So like what
his
Trump
brain
is
wasn't
doing for
working.
Israel, while he's cutting aid to Ukraine. Okay, cool, great. So
Oh,
you
see,
give
so
me
the
something you
common
disagree
thing
with and
of
not
they
a
like
fucking
Ukraine
positive
or
against.
are
Give me a
neutral,
fucking
but
argument.
no to Israel.
Jeez, man. Okay.
Whereas, I
just
mean,
said he's looking to make some adjustments. He's
it's the
also,
Holy
He's
Land.
also using American tax
They're
dollars
fucking
to secure the
bombing
border,
civilians.
Far more than
They-
it's ever been secured before. He's also
October
looking to
7th,
cut back on,
right?
on Department of
A massive thing. They got motherfuckers coming over on a paraglider to do terrorist shit.
American crap.
They're kidnapping people, and we're supposed to not fucking smash
never
them?
great. He's brought in Dodge.
My
There's
brother
always,
in
growing pains.
Christ.
Changes are always scary.
The
but he's at
pierce
least
lipping,
looking to make
the
some
the
changes,
lip piercing
whereas
shows.
The vast majority of the recent
We've had a
presidents,
lot of
being
time to
Democrats,
think
again, have just
and
been
be comfy.
spend, and as we saw, particularly with the introduction of Barack
Okay,
Obama,
you're literally retarded. Okay, so did Trump run record deficits?
Yeah, I'm curious what AI can provide, whether it's just scripting, not totally putting the burden on technology, but just to organize your own thoughts, having your own natural thoughts, using them, organize it into script, extrapolate it into good talking points.
Spend, and
Always
Republicans also just want to
reiterating
spend,
queries.
spend, even more than fucking Democrats. But we're just not going to talk about how Republicans.
Me
wanna
personally, like I don't make videos. Like I like the chaos of in the moment.
Stonehenge bullshit.
If people want to clip, that's up to them.
Didn't he just say he didn't agree with something that Trump did?
Yeah, and I asked him for a positive argument for why Trump is doing what he's doing.
Busted.
Darko, I mentioned several, okay?
Busted.
Look,
This should be your first fucking video,
As of
dude.
right now, he's avoided another conflict with
This should be kind of your first video. And just be like, yo, I had a mod here, and it was great.
No, I can't.
Closer to
Kiwi,
solvency.
Busted. Doctor at Dr.
I hope you're
Darko.
not in my fucking country.
This-
and if you are, I hope you get fucking deported once we elect AOC. If we have another election.
Once we elect AOC, this is a grown
No, I'm not
man.
the tolerant left.
Bro, it's crazy we're making
I
fun
hate
of
anti-Americans, whether they're
several
fascists or
points.
communists. Fuck you.
I've got several points. Okay.
That's so
Hold on for a second.
juicy.
Looking to secure
Yeah.
the border, one.
Yeah.
Having departments such as
Yeah, his
education,
fucking
two,
blood sugar's
which, again, have
low.
blatant anti-American crap for too many years.
Really ripping the
It's gonna
neck.
hurt
Just
our
blatant.
future
It's just
generations.
obvious. It's just
It's gonna-
common sense.
it's
If you
gonna-
really
it's
think
gonna-
about it.
it's gonna
Wait,
it's
do you
gonna
have
hurt
children?
our future. It's gonna hurt our future generations. With it, so I'm all in favor of Trump doing that. He's looking to-
Does he have children?
Yeah, because I'm part of the West. So
Because they're coming out retarded.
I consider
Whether
do
the
you live
village
here?
raises them
Do you
or
live
whether
here
he
in America?
raises them.
I don't, but a lot of my
Because
a lot
it's
of my
hard to
close friends
separate
and
this
family
type of
do.
emotion from the family.
So I.
Oh, he hasn't
I
been
don't-
wrong
I don't
so
want.
far.
I don't want the future of this.
Shit, man, I've even fucky-wuckied on that
blatant
aspect.
Anti-American crap. I don't want them to. I don't want them to grow up in a guilt society. So that is another positive that Trump is doing. He's also looking to
Yeah.
support freedom of
Literally,
choice
fuck,
when it
I could
comes
use
to
a banana right now.
schooling, which again helps the future
No,
generation.
he's not.
Shit's just as
He's
good.
literally holding federal funding hostage.
Can I say
if
something?
they
So fight
don't
for
accept his
Wouldn't you,
his fucking
wouldn't you
curriculum.
want, let me jump in real quick. Wouldn't you want Australia to have like a computer science program at a school or something? Like, wouldn't you think that's
That's
better
such a good
than,
point,
you know,
Ryan.
watching, you know, your countrymen.
That was a personal attack I've made here
around
today.
and
State education departments usually
Upon
fund
Dr.
programs like
Darko.
that, like music programs and.
I think it's
computer
just because of the
labs.
emotional
It's funded
rhetoric
by the state,
that I've seen from
not
AOC.
government.
It's just, it's hard to believe that we would elect AOC.
As somebody who's I've gone to
If
several
that fucking
universities,
happens, I'm
the
deporting
vast majority of
myself.
them are crap. I would like a complete
For
reform,
fun.
but we're not going to get that because we're typically an
sorry.
extremely
Universities
left-wing,
don't cater to
Yeah,
everyone.
shit.
socialist.
My bad.
They kind of do. Yeah, they really
Listen
do.
to the amount. Listen to anyway, Dr. Democrat. I hope that answers your question.
God
I'd like the whole
damn.
thing to be reformed, but
I don't
we
know. What's up with
have
that liberal
somebody
judge getting
like
caught with
Reform
like
how?
gang
I'm
members in his
I'm
house?
just
Is that
saying,
real?
Like, we live in a globalized world. where
Like that
things are
cannot be
very
real.
driven, and
I'm
so,
hoping
you know,
that's not
I see
real.
my opinion is I see
Because
government
that's just
spending when it's done
devious.
effectively as a
That's
way to sort of,
that's wild as fuck. Because cartels are quite powerful, and if you're telling me judges or
like those are to me those are the things that are more
I've not.
um
Are they powerful?
than creating, you know, creating like divisions and stuff like that.
I agree. Creating divisions never good, but unfortunately, when one side,
Creating divisions
which is
never
one
good. So
side-
like what Trump tweeted
Oh
on Easter
boy,
about like
here
the
he goes
weak
again.
and
Here he
ineffective.
goes again.
Yeah, no, because
Here
you're just
you go
sitting here
again.
filibustering like a
out, dude.
fucking
No, I've
New
got-
He's
I've
Zealand
got
not.
retard.
He's having a
I've got
conversation with
actual-
somebody else, man. Holy
I've
shit.
got
He's not
actual-
having
The
a
OD
conversation. No,
You're
he's
a
just
piece
like,
of
well,
shit.
shut the fuck up. It's just
The-
bad. If you just
He
wanna
is
think about it.
attesting the energy.
I've got
It's like you know,
I've
it's
got
just like
actual
obvious.
points.
It's just
I've
so
got actual
patently
points that
obvious.
you don't
Abe
wanna
finally
hear.
comes in because of chaos. The nervous shifting in the anxious folk.
What do you think, Ivory?
Dr. Democrat.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's get an instant replay. I'm into that. I'm into that.
You don't want to hear them.
Wow.
It's just
In
obvious.
unison.
It's just
All right.
patently obvious.
I'm proud to signal it.
You're just a spastic. You're just a spastic.
What do you think, Ivory?
Dr. Democrat. Yeah, Dr.
Like,
Democrats.
I
think.
really like Darker. Do you want to convince anyone of anything right now?
I mean, apparently
I'm
not.
convinced his
I
power
want
is
MAGA
powerful.
fucking deported at this point. I have run out of
Yeah, Darko,
patience.
Then
I'm
why
over
not?
convincing people. They're
can I just
traitors
say
to
one?
this fucking country. They
Darko,
support a traitor.
Darko,
Get him the fuck out.
Darko,
They can be on the
Darko,
plane next to the communists.
Are you hosting
All
this
right,
whole thing?
Wow.
all right. I just got to. Okay.
Yeah,
Darko-
but it's good
Darko's
content.
Clearly doesn't want any discussion, so I'll just point this out. This
I
is the
think
kind of
if he had,
communist
if
trait
we
that
were his
don't
PR,
live
we
in.
could say,
You
listen,
go
just
live-
play it
you go
off
live in-
as,
you go live in,
you know,
Vladimir
whatever it may
Putin's
be.
hellhole because you love it so much.
Send him
Wow.
to
Just
go.
doing it for
Guantanamo Bay.
content, that's the
Guantanamo Bay
thing.
with this piece of shit.
Bada bing, bada
I'm
boom.
gonna take that out, guys.
Because it was content, honestly.
Darko, I would like to say that we probably would agree on a lot of things, but I appreciate the back and forth and engaging. So I'll see you guys around next time. Let's
All right,
next time.
brother.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
It's a hell of a pipe, man. Cheers.
He's not too out of line. Otherwise, people would just drop for no
Genuinely,
reason.
Is the whole point of this panel just to like scream at MAGA? Is that the whole? Is that like all?
I mean,
you're doing?
apparently.
No,
That's
not
what the whole
point,
topic
but,
was.
like,
That's
the
what the whole
retards have
topic
been
is
in
bent
chat.
on
Go, yes.
right here.
Look
MAGA
at
hates
that.
American culture.
Abe,
MAGA
do you
hates the
think for
Constitution.
Eode
That's
What
great.
else do you
I
expect to
know.
accomplish?
I agree with him,
Abe,
but I mean, like,
wait,
he's
one
not making
second,
any
one
points, he's
second.
just screaming.
Do you have anything for Aiden?
Sarah
Aiden
does
Woodall
this.
based
She
on
picks
what
wild
Mike
animals.
Sportalk was talking about?
What, like, do I have anything to respond to?
Well, my
That is
my-
skill.
My answer to this entire question was that yes,
But
plenty
wokeism,
to-
though.
I would debate some
plenty to
gay shit like
criticize
veganism.
Trump on.
100%. Just because I
Plenty
am.
to criticize
Like,
Trump on.
I'll debate for it easily.
All
Wow.
right, what the fuck are we doing here? What is going on? Who dropped?
Mo.
Mo.
That was
Matt.
the guy with the pipe.
Matt
The
dropped.
pipe was awesome.
Mo did.
Why did
Mo
I
Rebuttal
was just
did.
making I was just making a point for Ivory and Renaud that the answer to this, the question of the stream, MAGA hates American culture. You can criticize it, but in terms of the word hate, I feel it's far closer to American culture that the country was founded on than what we have had, what the West, what America
Hell
has
yeah.
had.
Yeah,
for a
we should
very
get
long
along
time.
here.
So that's why I
100%. If you look at my other content, it's just me playing a video game with retards. And dude, we get shit done.
Speedy Lee says with a big
And that's what it's about. Like, men are all retarded in general, but together, we're a little less retarded. And that's because we moderate each other.
No shit.
But we have to bring back face punching.
Pinochet, thank you. Yeah, twist that mustache. Make sure the hairs are nice and tight so your boyfriend has something to grip onto later, Spurgly.
That's the thing.
Sarcastic.
I mean,
hold on, bud. Hold on.
just being a veteran, you so easily dismantle that argument.
Hold on.
You dumpster it.
Says, sorry, we need.
because like
Sorry,
that
we
is the
radical
true
quota back
meaning
and we can kick Darko
of loving
the big
America
baby or kick
is to
the
be so
Ivory Fool.
selfless.
I do respect Ivory Fool, but more
Literally. Because like no matter what reasons you go in for it, you're gonna be doing some selfless shit.
Get a behavior report
and
first. Abe, was
to defend the
anybody on here
Constitution.
particularly acting out? Darko's in the
And
clear
it's
'cause
not
he's the
you
guest of the
or
evening, so he
you know
cannot be
police
booted,
to
but I
determine
hope you
the
weren't acting like a
Constitution.
butt.
So
But
you doing
Abe,
orders
honest Abe,
is
spit
what's
it
up.
out.
Like bada bing, bada boom.
Well, I think that Darko went a little bit nuts. I think he believes Kiwis are retarded, according to him. But
Kiwi
that's
sounds
about it.
racist at
Yeah,
this
they're
point to me. I'm blown away.
Yeah, Sarah, he just called me retarded and more times than I can count. I just couldn't have a debate with him because he just spazzed out every 5 seconds. But...
It was worse than that. He said you should be deported. You should be sent away with the commies. You shouldn't be commenting on American politics. Yada yada yada.
To be fair, he doesn't live in America.
Oh
So-
shit,
Well,
busted.
then he can't be deported.
Well,
we can't
tell
Oh,
somebody to unalive
nar.
themselves, basically. In terms
Oh, he
of,
told me to. Yeah, that's true. I won't see
Yeah,
it.
we needed Ryan
I mean,
back in there.
well,
He's
if I can thank Darko for one
he's
thing,
just edgy
thank you for the
enough.
clip of the year. 'Cause you've just been
Also, he comes with the
a
good
direct
intel, and I
emulation
learned
in
too
real
much.
time of what we're trying to express while we follow guidelines, you know, for certain channels, platforms, you know, POCs, and etc. But thank you for honestly.
Me personally, I like the wild shit.
Because you've
Could be a good
refuted
team
every
member.
argument that you've made thus far by your inability of self-control.
Oh, murder.
But it's a great ride.
That's exactly what I said in chat
Damn,
at the time.
shots fired. So who should we boot then? Because Darko can't be booted. Was anybody else acting like a butt on here? Oh, wow.
Mhm.
All right. Okay.
Damn.
Lost Ronan says Big Five. Darko equals so much soy.
God damn. Who else is live? What do we got here? Oh,
Grifting.
this feels illegal.
You shut up.
This feels illegal. I don't like this. I can't
Andrew has a
comment on a
personality
comment.
mark. If he did, he would never.
I can't commentary
It's
commentary.
It's not true.
I should get on his level though. Talk some shit to some nerds on TikTok. Huge.
Mean.
Huge. Oh. Oh shit. 2K watching. World's ending, boys. No, I'm joking. Hopefully not. What the fuck? It's been like 200 to 400 viewers the past few days. These animals are here every day making sure to freak out every time the radio goes off. It's just weird.
Brandy Shelley's, I agree with you.
Oh, he restarted it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So this is a huge grift here. This is freaky, scary grift that keeps people tuned into very weird levels. I think illegal immigrants deserved due process in immigration courts, which is different than the due process that you and I get, which thank God you and I get due process. Like to the level that we get it. Because even then, when society has a different way of looking at things, it doesn't matter what you say. Just look at the Me Too era. It doesn't matter what you
I wonder
say.
what kind of technology they're going to use in this new
Hell yeah, see you later, Abe.
Golden Dome, as he calls it. I wonder
So back to the world ending.
what it's going to include if we're going to introduce
Putin doesn't need peace. He could fight for years and take it. So they gotta end that because it's a lot of deaths.
We have one in California, about 50 interceptors.
This is stressful because even though this motherfucker's freaking out all the time,
on the West Coast, and that's it.
it is
Down ICBMs and
honestly getting weird with what I'm hearing in the news.
have 100 and why don't we have 1,000?
Like, man, we have so many issues around the world in so many places, and it turns out they're all talking about it. So it is seeming like a little plan that these people don't want to work together here, and they don't want to work together here, but those two were talking together. It's like, fuck, okay. That's the axis of resistance, right? Like, they're doing weird shit.
We could shoot down those warheads.
Trump's
that are
illegal
going after
deportation
us.
of Kilmar.
That's what the ground-based mid-course defense.
Is he redeported yet? Because I heard he was supposed to get redeported. And honestly, what I'm hearing is that they have briefings. They have intel on the dude. They're saying that he was caught with 2 other gang members, and those gang members gave his rank. Now, unless they're dicking around and dragging someone else into it who's not a gang member, like, it doesn't make sense that he would be assigned a rank or that they'd even dick around like that and say shit. If we have intel that he's a gang member and he's done it, it doesn't matter if it's 20 years in the past. Maybe it is harsh. Maybe people can change, but the rules are the rules. I supported the president when it was Joe Biden, and he was kind of sleeping all the time. And I guess people were signing other shit with an electronic pen. Like, who cares? In the end, the president doesn't matter. It's the general consensus of his supporters. And I'm pretty retarded, but I feel like that makes a lot of sense. Like, it could be anyone in that chair signing the papers. It's the ideas. And I feel like we've tested these ideas for a real long time. Like a real long time. Literally, even the economic ideas since after World War II. That's when shit changed. That's when things seriously changed in America. Right, these nerds are pretty...
It's just calories in, calories out.
Okay, hold up. Andrew talking about nutrition? Whoa. I'm curious to see. Look at my feed. Right, a bunch of nerd shit, a little bit of Pokemon TCG. A lot of just kind of what I consider to be right-wing shit. I really don't like to click on a lot of it. Oh. People are freaking out about the ATF. A fucking shitbird cop. Surely a cop should not even be determining that. There's no fucking way. Was it a cop? That's retarded. Because I'm seeing the tattoos. I mean, fuck, man. So, no matter what, if he's an illegal immigrant, bada bing, bada boom, pack it up, boys. We got him. Not to mention he's hitting women. Like, confirmed hitting women. Like, shit, dude. Like, people can make false reports. They can go all the way and get people in trouble, and it's still, they could have lied. But in this case, if you're telling me a wife went the night something happened, I mean, fuck, it's hard to dismantle that. And so you have an illegal immigrant who hits women. I mean, you can lessen it and say allegedly hits women, but I mean, shit. I'm not even intelligent, and I just feel like it's kind of, if he's an illegal immigrant and Trump's doing some major shit, yo, I'll watch Trippy. Yo. Damn, I'm late. Stream is over. I'll stick around. I'm trying to see this. This is crazy.
This round is all going right back to the Crucible crew members who show up for the live debates.
Oh, this has got to be over.
For their feast.
No, started streaming 12 minutes ago. No, I'm right the fuck on time.
Rooms. That's what it's for.
I think I'll have another drink, honestly.
It's for the crew.
Oh, shit.
We're at 41% of a 20.
Yes, I heard of this withholding.
We got 3 days left. That's why I'm a little bit more adamant about the grift this evening than normal. Because we do want to raise that.
Working and enrolled at University of Maryland.
Otherwise, a lot of people
is here legally. It depends what legally means.
Before I became Catholic,
it depends what legally means.
Because of the association with beards. That's fair.
I'm not intelligent enough to speak on the matter.
Thou shalt not invade until Grift Goblet is full. Correct. That is correct. Nope, no roids for me, thanks. Nope. Your argument might mean something if Frodo failed. Come on, dude. Come on. You know, you can just write into the narrative. You can just write the narrative in. It's bullshit. You know.
So then what happens after the withholding order? Did we bring him back yet? Didn't the dude drink margaritas and then bring him back?
Andrew,
like, I assume he's back, so everything's fixed.
I'd say I'm the head brewer at a brewery in Iowa, and I was thinking about naming a beer the Crucible.
Because I feel like it. I mean, if we're going all wild on it, I would say that
would be happy if
it's because of this whole thing. It's now been made to be unreasonable
If you paid me
unreasonable, harsh conditions.
But if not,
Paraphrased, obviously.
still name it the cruise.
I'm 5 drinks in
Darth
and
Baggins,
stoned
let
as
the
fuck.
grift be with you. Let
But
the grift
like
be
that seems like fucking unfair to back and forth, back and forth.
the grift roll.
Ah,
Stop
and
borrowing
also,
your
what about
neighbor's
the other,
Wi-Fi.
like,
it's
you know,
mean. Andrew, love your
11
stuff.
million
Question, what's the best way to guide
or
my
whatever the
girlfriend's
fuck?
soon-to-be wife to submit to me and go?
Why
with
can't
God
we
as
keep
we
the ones who are
walk
working?
in our faith? By the way, God is good. Note: I'm going in the military.
I mean, it's just all or none. Is that
getting
really how
married,
people
then
view it?
leaving
I'm
to
so
go in the
confused on the
military,
matter.
That's a really bad plan. That's a terrible plan. That's a good way to screw yourself over, buddy. Don't do it. Don't do it. You don't want to have a new wife and then leave for a elongated period of time. Don't do that shit. Just don't marry her. And if they
Sorry
station
about
you
that.
somewhere, don't marry her until after that. Like, it's not generally a good idea. A lot of guys
Let's
do
see.
that, and it doesn't work out for most of them. Philosophy sends out $113. Very
What's his full
kind
name?
of you
Kilmar Abrego Garcia.
to do. Philosophy, that puts us at
I'm just curious. A fresh
8,370.
Google,
Almost
a
at
fresh
85. We could dive
DuckDuckGo,
right back
so you know
in
it's
to
interesting.
this invasion. Buy my girlfriend a new handbag.
4 days
or send
ago.
Andrew 10K.
That's not
Definitely
enough.
Send me the 10K. She doesn't need a fucking handbag. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Why would you ever fucking handbag?
MSNBC. Here, we'll just fucking go down it.
What?
We'll just fucking. This is literally what I do usually.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, don't do
Forced
it.
in a safe
Don't
house.
do
They
it.
doxed her? Oh my gosh. That's wild.
Don't do it, or else.
Who's running this
vicious
shit?
And evil Jody. Jody is the bane of
How many
all
other fuck ups are
existence.
there? Because they're focusing on this one
young
dude.
wife at
But there's
home.
like a lot of these things happening. They're having to seize a lot of people.
I've been told
I know it's uncomfortable.
the creeping
At least they're
epic
not capturing
medieval
kill
tales of
missions. That's infinitely weirder.
So,
Like, we're actually letting them go. I mean, that's great. My issue with a lot of
Yeah,
people is
just
that when
don't
they
do
came
that.
here, whenever they were military aged, and
by the
I
way, if
know
she
it's
bitches and
terrible to
whines and
stand up
cries
to
about it,
cartels
says
that are
that she
just going to
wants
cut your head
leave you
off.
over it, then you dodged a bullet.
But there has to be some fucking provenance
Literally.
in defending your own.
Literally. So there's that, right?
It is that this is what's claimed.
We got another invasion in us tonight, boys. We gotta do one more
Animalistic.
at least. 2 more would be even more practical. But we got to hit that 85. We're so close. So close.
Watch the grift. Watch the grift here. This man's a degenerate animal. It's going for 20K. Animalistic is the right word for the fucking... That's insane shit. What an animal. What a degenerate
I know it seems
animal, dude.
counterintuitive.
And all you have to do is be hateful.
I know it seems
Come on.
counterintuitive.
That's
that I'm
easy.
giving you
And he's not.
that advice.
He's
my
just,
friend,
you know,
but,
a
in
dude
5 years,
fucking
it's
around.
the best damn advice I ever got from any human being in my life. And I don't even give out advice. That one's just like the horror stories that I've heard from dudes who get
No evidence
married
they're gang
and then
related. Snopes.
deploy or get
Yikes, that's a
stationed
dangerous
somewhere
source.
absent their wife,
Mixture? What are they saying here?
bro. Do the military first.
They had him print. Look at this photo op, bro.
He will still marry her and learn the lesson. Yep, probably. Understood. I will wait. Thank you. You ain't gonna fucking wait, dummy.
This is gonna be.
You ain't gonna.
This is a
fucking
Google
wait.
situation
You're gonna
here.
be a dummy and you're gonna do it anyway. You know what? I can actually read your fucking mind.
I used to know what
inside your
MS-13
brain.
stood for.
Yeah, that's a really good idea, right? And then she's gonna come over tomorrow and she's gonna fuck your brains out.
Great. It's all gonna be
And
fucked up
all
with this
of that
shit. Oh,
fucking
yo.
brain power that you
Okay.
thought you had is
Pinterest.
gonna be
Let's
turned to
go.
mush.
Let's
It's gonna
go.
fall out your ear.
Let's go. Okay, Pinterest. Never thought it'd
gonna
be
do
this
it.
useful. Let's make
You're
sure
gonna
not to
become a
sign in here.
statistic.
Oh, great. I have a virus. Fuck.
Okay? That's what's gonna happen, bro.
I definitely caught something
Don't
from
do
that
it, bro.
picture.
Don't do it.
So we're looking for marijuana smiley.
Fuck a live stream. We got.
And
a
then they're
lag
saying the
stream
cross
going
is
on.
one
Here's
and the
7
what
million
is a
for
3?
wonderful entertainment, as well you should. Only
This is
$100
too much,
away
but
to get
I'll
this
get through
invasion
these. I know it's a little
started again.
ADHD here, but see this petition thing that happens all the time. You know, it's an order of protection, an emergency order of protection, right? They get to go. They say anything that just like that's
do it, bro.
terrible. Yep,
Don't
you
do
have
it,
marks
bro.
on you, and then they give it, and they should. That is required in society. People are fucking wild, but it changed. It changed. Okay, because they're
We
back
had the
together.
fucking-
So the dude didn't totally
Indiana
beat the
Jones
absolute
meme.
fuck
We
out of
need
him,
that so bad.
right? And we can all
You
agree on that,
chose-
I guess.
Or he chose
Since she's
poorly.
back together with him.
He
But that's
chose
not how humans
poorly.
work. Shit does go down, and it is wild.
Army vet here. Andrew's 100% right. Don't do it. I've seen this story play out badly almost every time. Almost every time.
Yeah, what part of
It's
the
like,
government
I
has
can
claimed
even
it? Because
tell
I'm
you
saying, like, unless it's
from
like
orders of
FBI,
magnitude,
like
the
people who should
branches
know
of
some
force.
shit, a local cop should not be thinking.
So if it's Marine Corps, it's a sure thing. If it's Marine Corps, 100% it's going to be a sure thing. Tag, you're it. Go invade.
Alien
Almost
Enemies
there,
Act.
we're
I mean,
almost
that's
there.
crazy as fuck. What's the act
Marine
that
Corps,
says
100%
that
it's
shit
gonna
was
happen if
illegal?
you're
Like,
Army,
because I
I'd
remember
say
when I
like
was a child,
70,
fucking Andrew fucking
9,
Tate motherfucker.
85%.
When we'll get back to that. I gotta eliminate some of these. Just a decimation of sorts. Okay, so we have some consensus on the facts here. He'll never live in the U.S. again. I mean, I'm jealous that they get to live in the South America. There's so much cocaine. And it's way cheaper. But yeah, there's some risks. But the economic activity or opportunity in America, that's what's up. Like, also, I'm just saying, why not be a gang member? I mean, realistically. Like, why not be a gang member? You could do so many operations if you make it into America. And you just lay low and you just say, oh, what, these tattoos? Bro, I'm not in a gang. And so it's as easy as that. And then plausible deniability, everything's super annoying and slow because of due process. It's been said by the regime that is now refusing to facilitate his return and defying a 9-0 Supreme Court of the United States order. Should we deport murderers? I'll deport murderers. Is that crazy to say? I'll fucking deport murderers because then we can keep more nonviolent offenders in prison. Yeah, let's get some fucking nonviolent offenders in prison. Is that wild to say? Like, fuck. Catch me lacking, I'll go. Prison's kind of chill. I'm teasing, but it's a different environment. It's the wild. You can see it in jail. Kids come in and they're just acting all cool and shit. Prison's way different. And so, yeah, people need, like, manners and shit. I mean, he was having margaritas. Like, dude. That's chill as fuck. Just an average dude, bro, caught up in existing. Okay? If he has to go back, he has to go back. I'm bored as fuck. I'll go back. I was never even there. I guarantee I'm not getting my head chopped off. I got no tattoos, no identifying features. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm American. Pack the suitcase. Let's go. Fucking nah, dude. We're getting a plane. Drones. Fucking drones, bro. They gotta be already doing heavy drone activity just right over the border. Oh shit, kilos upon kilos. This is so many words. So many words. So back to Pinterest. Oh fuck. Nope. None of that. No, that's Russian. Sorry, Pinterest is not the best source. Yo, we need some fucking... Yeah. It's about to get real serious in here. I'm gonna get the fucking to the bottom of this shit. It's a little loud. Fucking... Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow, I can't even spell my favorite word right now. Fuck. All right, so we're gonna get no good hits here, but maybe a close-up, just a peek. So it's no type of cover-up. That's the one thing I was wondering of. See no evil, hear no evil, do no evil, something like that. Marijuana, smile, cross, skull. That's pretty fucking retarded. So unless he's caught up in activity, like if there's a report, I guess by a field agent, a cop, I guess. I don't have the intel, but it just seems like. Well, no, it's because of. I guess I do understand the point of that. This is precedence. It sets a precedence, right? That's the issue here. Oh wow, I said that before you typed it. Because I'm a fucking animal. Because of legal shit. I want to know more, but there's just not any good shit. Now, what I know about this, though, is that people change symbolism so you never get caught. Because getting caught fucking sucks. What is the GFM? No, if you have an SSN or an ITIN or any type of tax ID, or even if you're just kind of a good person and working in America, we'll keep you. But if you're tatted up and you affiliate with gang members and you have a questionable past and you've hit your wife and you're not supposed to be here anyways, then fucking A. Oh, the GoFundMe. Yeah, that's fucking wild. People should go fund Americans. That's how I do feel. Yeah, the Supreme Court. What the fuck's up with them? 9-0? That sounds like a kill shot to me. So, but they're going to proceed because of why? I heard that they're just going to do whatever they want. And that there's a reason for that. What the fuck? So it's just gonna be all of this. What's smiling in Spanish? I'll fucking dip. God damn, I'm getting there. Fucking, I'm not even joking. This matters. To me, at least. That is beautiful. It almost sounds like a sunrise. There's so many limitations to language. Like, I think that just American English, I mean, you're just limited. There's a little bit of everything that's great. In American English, goddamn. It's kind of shit. I really like that. Okay, so it is going to be an S. Damn, dude, I'm looking for the fucking the file, man. That was probably retarded ass. Let's see what this is. Now, here's the thing about courts. Is that they just gotta put shit in. Is there anything specific here? There's so much intel. Yeah, I heard about this. It's all gonna come to a head. I can't wait to know. It's very interesting. So what then of the others? No, I give nobody mod. It's fair and equal treatment. Yeah, I've heard about this all day. I've not dug into it. So who's in trouble here? I'm gonna keep that open. That's useful. Right, totally. What the fuck? Looking for the file. I really like this. It's lit. It's loud as fuck. This is what I'm looking at. Yeah, he don't give a fuck. Who knows? He doesn't give a shit. He's never having a fucking family. Has he killed people? Who knows? These criminal organizations are so large they have their own cell phone towers. I learned how to make my own cell phone towers. The cartels have their own actual fucking cell phone towers. Yeah, there's so many levels of people. You should see the killers and the assassins, the ones who take pleasure in chopping heads off slowly with a rusty butter knife. They're tatted as fuck. I mean, shit, man, you can see so much on the internet that you certainly shouldn't. And there's things of these criminal entities that, like, yeah, you would want to leave that country too. I think it'd be lit. Shit, you should post that somewhere in the radical subreddit or the raging subreddit. 713 1738. Oh man. I don't know. Tattoo's kind of pretty. Yo, this man made perfect life choices. Flawless. Great work, though. Animalistic. The prisons are great. What is that shit called? I'm just gonna type prison after it. It's like where they belong. Yeah, dude. So this is almost stress positions. That is such power exerted. Oh, Trump did say that. He also did say that, didn't he? Is the Bay really called the Bay of Mexico or the Gulf of America? You know what the fuck I mean. Gulf of USA. Jesus Christ, I'm fully retarded. Yeah, that was the wild part. The third term thing. I mean, he's clearly trying to inflame shit. And he doesn't even need to. He shouldn't want to. This is being president of the U.S. has to be the worst fucking job in existence besides the connections you make, which is everyone all over the world. Like, and so that's why he's there. But realistically, he wouldn't be there unless he agreed with the general consensus of the people that put him there. And we don't know why they put him there, or if it was somehow just his own cabal. But either way, They're running shit, and a lot of people like the way they're running shit. He can't run for a third term. That'd be some Putin shit. The rest of his life, that's... How old is he? He's like fucking 97. I'm joking. Probably 87 or 88. If he's less, I'm surprised. I'll look it up. Not here. Great. No, DuckDuckGo. Oh, 78? Fuck, dude. He's a spry young duck. He don't give a fuck. I mean, 78 fucking years old. I don't know if I want to live that long. I do say I'll live forever, but like, I've had a couple brushes with death now, and yeah, I'll live forever. Sunrise, like, dude, come on. I gotta work that into the Spanish, I know. Meet a Latina. What am I doing with my life? Look at the naked dudes. Look at that. That is nuts to butts, bro. It's almost a stress position. I'm trying to see some knuckles here. I'm trying to see some finger tats. Tattoos are pretty. Brotherhood's weird, for sure. Wow, wow, wow. What a display. They're pretty shackled up. This is like a photo op. But all those dudes, even shackled, it depends how the shackles be. I mean, it's not going to be fun in the end, but I only see 2 dudes there. And you can get to their necks eventually. But there's no time to talk. That's what's up. But that's a lot of motherfuckers. What a weird society, because you know in the 1940s what they did with people, you know what I mean? Like, so how can we be mad? I don't think Trump loves Putin. I think America and Russia inevitably have to kind of be amiable, because it's Eastern and fucking Western Orthodox churches. These people, they operate on similar values. And though they work with the rest of the world, I mean, they also have to work with each other. The communism part's a little weird. We can all agree that Russia's fucked up. They do have an oligarchy, massive problem. And sure, there's probably shit similar in America. But it looks like a lot of sins are being atoned for when it comes to waste and fraud and just that shit where the billionaires have yachts. Like, I don't know. I feel like there will be some shit known after all is said and done. That's a lot of fucking people. Like, World War III happens, we gotta send these boys in first. You just get them all amped up, give them everything they want, a bunch of meth and shit or whatever the fuck they want. See their families one last time. I don't fucking know. And then bada bing, bada boom. Teach them how to. They should already know how to do shit, but they probably don't. And so there's probably a lot of people here that are like, they've been in America a long time. They're away from the gang. So they're just stuck here forever. That's crazy. Till they die. Damn, that sucks. So this is kind of like why people shouldn't do crime. That makes a lot of sense. Wait a second. Look at all those chickens. Fuck, dude. Oh, literally no shit. Oh my god, that's 1,000 people. Oh my gosh, that's approximately 1,000 people. That's crazy. And how many guards to that 1,000 people? Who the fuck's this? Who the fuck is that? some dude? Office worker got the fucking got the rig on. This has to be 1,000 people. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I'm retarded. So it's a lot of people. Let's just put it that. Yeah, hell yeah, man. Good night. Hell yeah. A lot to think about. What I'm thinking is they can't just kill these people. That would be super fucked up. If they do that, then I'm definitely a bit annoyed. That ain't right. They're super useful. They should never do that. Like, goddamn. All right, back to YouTube. Let's see what's going on here. Let's watch them bully people.
Or anything else to set it apart. He just kept asking for a definition.
He just had a script that he was following, and it didn't match up with what we were telling him. So,
because it was wrong,
it didn't make any sense. It was just like word salad.
Because like a really interesting thing that's happened where people will autopsy trans people and actually find that regardless of their genitalia, their brains are typically the opposite and tend to be of
and women's brains are typically smaller.
Really
Does that mean that they're dumber?
What exactly causes it?
Does that mean they're dumber?
That's really interesting.
What a stupid argument.
Atheists are honest.
Because I actually
What?
like arguing this a little bit more than atheism lately. And I was thinking about doing my background on something about trans, but it just kind of naturally progressed to that. What's up, Dylan?
Trans is a bigger issue than
Hey, man, thanks for
illegals,
waiting.
in my opinion.
What's your take
Because
on
it's
Just
just
ask him this question. Just say,
it's
if I
overblown.
said
It's
that
blown out of
you were going to
proportion.
go home and suck your boyfriend's
It shouldn't be
dick,
this hard.
would you
Everyone
say-
should
just
keep
ask him that
their
question.
sexual activities behind closed
Just
doors.
that
Let's
question.
just
If
keep
you
the
went
rules
home-
how the fuck they used to
suck
be.
your girlfriend's dick, would you be gay?
Like,
That's it.
at most, kissing.
That's all. Just ask that.
And then it's up to the people around you. Society polices itself. We live in anarchy. We live in systems placed upon the face
what
of
I'm saying
anarchy.
is that atheism
Like, it's
is
just
the,
about respect
is the
and
most
shit.
intellectually honest position to have. Agnostic atheism, because we just
Like,
we're waiting
people
for
should have the
evidence. We're not
sensations
convinced
to
of
not
God. We
kiss
don't believe in God,
male
but
or
we're
women
open-minded to
couple
evidence.
or same-sex couple. They both should not be having huge public displays of
I think that
affection
people that
in front
are
of
Christians
people,
or believers
and especially
are being
children.
intellectually
Dude,
dishonest.
get out of there, bail. What
So
are you
why
doing?
are trans people fucking
How
so
so?
free with this shit?
Because they're believing something on faith.
It's
which
equality.
is not.
Let's just
I mean,
have
you could believe
equality,
anything
not
on faith.
one-upping each
blowing
other.
it. You're
So
blowing it.
faith is just like what people say when
This
they
is the
don't
last
have
one for the
evidence.
night. It's almost 2 o'clock. You're blowing it. Blowing it night shift.
Like the physical evidence?
Just any kind of convincing evidence
This is boring as
that
fuck.
matches the.
Nobody should be on brainwaves like that of just all glomming together for the hatred. You gotta corral them first. Whoa, 1.6k people still, huh? Are we nuking them? Nah. Nope, I'm never in holiday mode. Except Christmas. Oh shit, dude. So I hate this new UI for YouTube. It's fucking terrible. It's basically, I just think this channel's funny. Usually there's birds. People are freaking out about the Bible. I've seen that. We saw that on The Raging Tomato. I could learn more about the end of times, I suppose. Shit, dude. Chicago, huh? Oh, you know what? Special little freebie here. The Raging Tomato. We're gonna go back. I want to see this. I hopped onto a little open panel. Chump Stir Fire. And Where are we at? This is the debate I've been thinking about. Let's spend this one.
And even ask is daycare is readily available for these people. Is traditionalism?
No, you can't.
Pressing the challenge. That is not the challenge. Completely able to.
I think that's interesting. Yeah, for social interactions, but you can determine like happiness and outcome based on the country they're in, how
No,
much
you
wealth
can't.
they have.
Even better than two
But not,
gay
but
men.
no, not if
So that would
5 gay
mean-
burglars
so-
attack the.
so wait, so hang on. That
5
would
gay
be
burglars.
that.
Dude,
well, this would
wait a
imply that
second,
a
this
father
is
with
actually
4
good.
sons is
4
definitely going to be
sons? Okay,
optimal
9
over
gay
2
burglars.
gay men.
It's an orgy of gay burglars. It's like
This
15
is
of them.
crazy though. This is crazy because you guys are talking about one specific aspect of a categorical race. When you're talking about brown people or you're talking about like not black and white people in the West, traditional
where did
gender
race come
roles
from?
are
Goddamn.
statistically more successful. You're not gonna have gay orgies in Muslim houses or Sikh houses or
Hold on, when
Indian
you say more
houses.
successful, what do you
Where,
mean?
like
What
this
do
is
you
the
mean?
most insane shit ever.
Wait,
Like
what is your
you're
definition?
applying one category's
Well, I mean, maybe in some of them. Like
all
maybe in some
Americans.
of them.
problems.
We're a
All right,
melting pot,
all right.
right?
Let me reset.
Childcare and more like people to take care of a household. And
What
that's why.
Gender role.
Calculus. If she likes math, I'm not taking calculus off the table.
You're going in
No,
the
no,
wrong direction.
no, no. I'm not saying take it off the table. I'm saying that if you and you just admitted that you and your wife can teach your
I
child
don't think
calculus.
I
correct?
didn't hop on. Yeah.
Yeah, we could get her.
Yeah.
Oh goddamn, where was it?
Yeah,
actually, I do have a point
it's
for
not
that.
the worst thing. Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world for a woman to go out and work. Again, I support freedom of choice, but the idea that when during the first 3 years, which again anybody except a brain dead idiot will tell you that the first 3 years are the most important of any human being's life, that it's okay for women to focus on work, especially when they don't need to, when the husband makes enough money for the household, instead of focusing all of your energy towards the child. That is ludicrous, and that's what's ruining society. Which again,
How
is why
likely?
there's
How frequently? If we look at average household income, how likely and how frequently does it occur that the one person in the household makes enough money for both people? Like it's actually it's a lot less likely than you would think.
No, I understand because of inflation, because of how
Yeah,
the
what the
economy is and
fuck?
stuff. It
I
is
literally
really,
can't
really
find
tough.
it.
But that doesn't mean that there are parents who are working when they don't need to. Women, again, when it is
I'll just have
pushed
to
and
find it.
publicized in
I'm sure I
society
recorded it.
that women should be looking to go out and be girl bosses.
Do you think
by the way,
anyone is
this-
making that argument here? That
Yeah,
women, when they don't need to work, should.
the guy in the corner, soy pill, because
I don't
he's
think
been
that
saying
is an
this-
argument.
Wait, I want him to tell me my argument.
He's been saying this entire time. He's been saying this entire time.
You're punching ghosts, my friend.
Wait, no, let him say it. Let him say my argument.
I'll let him. I promise. But just to address what you were saying.
Oh,
in
it
regards
was
to
fucking on the
where I
other
was going,
channel.
You're saying that only one side is really being pushed here, and I guess if you're looking at it from your own point of view, you're going to see whatever your experience is. But there are plenty of people.
All right, fuck it. It's 1 a.m. I'll see y'all later. Have a good night. Yeah. Hell yeah. It's interesting. The debates get pretty good. We all learn a lot. It's kind of like, huh, interesting. Like I knew about the other side of the Abrego Garcia shit. I'll stay up for a couple fucking minutes here. But it's just like, goddamn, dude. Oh, that fucking. Hell yeah. I'll see you later.